Hello, everyone. My name is Jeremy or Germs PC, and welcome to the beginning of the CRL Qualifiers 2022 here at the Ohio State Esports. Today, I am joined with Rylan. How are you today, Rylan?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm ready to watch just some fantastic Rocket League with some great teams and some teams we do have. We've got 4 teams to be showing you guys today, 2 from the Ohio State University Esports program. That's the Premier Scarlet and the Premier Gray, as well as some of our club, the Buckeye Gaming Collective teams, which are the Beanz and the Legumez. It's going to be exciting to watch them, and it's going to be a great bracket here.
Yeah, I am so excited. I have not watched Rocket League in a little bit, but I tell you what, every time I watch it, I'm just blown away by from the sideline instead of just playing it. And it's fantastic as well because our club teams are named after beans. I think that is fantastic.
Absolutely. And we will be doing, there are 4 pools that each of them are in. None of them are in the same pool, so we don't have to worry about choosing sides on that one. And there are 32 teams in each of these pools. It looks like the Beans are in the pool 8. The Premier Scarlet team is in pool 1. The Gray team for the Ohio State University is in pool 3. And in pool 2 is the Legumez, which is the B team for the Buckeye Gaming Collective. And yeah, I think it's going to be great. The Beans in particular last season were so close to that qualifier. They, I believe it was just 1 game away from getting in there. And, you know, all of them are just great potential. The Scarlet team in particular is rated 8 in their division right now. So anything can happen, and I'm excited to watch these teams play.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said earlier, I mean, I haven't watched the Beans at all, but you said that they were number 1. They're number 1 in the pool, correct?
Yep, they are number 1 in the pool, and they, for I believe it was 3 in a row, were in CRL. So they only missed it by 1 game last time, and I think they're trying to reclaim their title and get back into the game because it's just great to watch them. And, you know, this is going to be about 5 hours, something like that. So,
Yeah.
you know, we'll come and go per se. We are the start. But you will see some other great faces around here. And it's just going to be an exciting day of Rocket League. And I'm just excited to watch this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, every time, like I said, every time I watch people play, it's just incredible to see. Like I always think, you know, I'm okay. You know, I can do some things, but it's just incredible to see like what people can do when they, you know, like when teammates come together and they're able to pass the ball, move the ball, and especially with some of the Premier teams, you know, they are a lot significantly better than me. But it's just always so entertaining to watch, and I am so excited to watch well, potentially 4 different teams today,
Right.
all different skill sets, all different backgrounds. It should be really, really interesting.
Yeah, and going off that, I mean, that's why we're sitting here in the booth. You know, it's a lot easier to talk about how good these players are instead of actually being that good. So major props to the entire 4 teams competing because they are just light years ahead of anything that I could ever do.
Yeah, and on top of that, there's 200+ teams in this entire bracket. I mean, like in the entire qualifier competition.
Yep.
I mean, it's not just like our teams as well. It's all over the country. It's ridiculous. And my fingers are getting jumbled just talking about it because I could not do that. I could not be that good to play those many games.
And yeah, I think we're going to actually get right into the game. So we're going to start us off with the Ohio State University Gray team against Waterloo White. So that's going to be a fantastic game. And it sounds like they're just creating the lobby right now. And we're going to get right into it soon.
Yeah, that should be interesting. Anything in particular that you're excited to see, looking forward to in terms of the play?
I got to say, for all 4 teams, it's just been so impressive to me, the amount of team play that they have. The amount of teamwork that I see just exhibited throughout all 4 teams. I've seen, obviously, the Scarlet team this year in the NACE Star League, and I've seen the Beans in the previous CRL qualifiers, as well as a lot of other matches. All 4 of them are just, you know, they mesh well, they gel, and it's just amazing to watch them just absolutely have a great time.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm going to have to like stand by you on that one because whenever I play Rocket League, I feel like teammates are they're the biggest difficulty, you know? Always working with, you know, what you got, and obviously I think it's very important. Teamwork is very important, and I think that's what makes these teams and watching these players, they've played together for so long, they know each other. It's what makes it really interesting.
Sure. Well, yeah. I mean, we can talk a little bit about who the kind of players are playing right now. So obviously, we'll be playing the gray. We'll be watching the gray versus Waterloo White. On the side of the premier Scarlet team, it looks like they're going to be playing Penn State University's Team D. So I believe that's probably their fourth team, if I were to guess. On the side of the Buckeye Gaming Collective teams, looks like the Beanz will be starting off with UNCC, their D team. I'm not entirely, probably the University of North Carolina, would you say? Charlotte?
I don't know.
I'd say that's probably correct. And then the BGC Legumez are playing against KSU, their gold team. It's B. Interesting. Okay, so it's a little misleading there because it's the main team, but then B. So I'm assuming it's their secondary team. So yeah, I think it's going to be great. And looks like we're going to be getting into the game. So... let's watch some great carball, and I hope you guys have a great time.
Yeah, absolutely. We're getting in here. Countdown is starting, and here we go. Two people going right for kickoff there. Already got a flip up. Nice hit to the side, and they're coming up the wing.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like Waterloo is really getting a lot of pressure on them right now as Ohio State looks to be on the offensive. Burgess is trying to set up his teammate, but it's going to get cleared away. But Queeds seems to still want to take this, keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. Just tries to get a pass there. It doesn't quite come off, but looks like they're getting some good passing play here. Right to Queeds from Burgess. He's going up for it. Nice tap and nice block.
Yeah, Perk Dog looked like he almost had a shot there. He was getting set up by Queeds, and Burgess still wants to try to take this, but he's going to be able to win the 50-50. But that's a nice shot from Queeds that gets blocked by Ultima. But overall, it looks like it's a pretty stable game as we start to see it go. Wait, Queeds with a shot from the side. My Tyrannosaur able to defend, and we've just seen a lot of back and forth right now. Obviously, Ohio State's been on the offensive, but they've got to be worried about boosts.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like, I was just about to say, Ohio State is on the offensive a lot, and it has paid out. Queeds with a nice shot to the back corner there. Really good passing play and really good attacking play from Ohio State, I got to say.
Sure. And first one on the board. Still 4 minutes left in the game, so still anyone's game. But right now, Ohio State with a strong start.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be very crucial right now to keep up momentum and keep up pressure in the attacking half from Ohio State if they want to continue this lead as well.
Yeah, and we see that still happening. It feels like in total Ohio State has just given no kind of relentlessness. And look at that, another shot from Queeds with the Burgess assist. That is just absolutely insane, as it's only been 30 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. Great attacking play. I mean, Ohio State's just really hammering it down right now. They know what they've got to do. They've just got to attack, attack, attack. And it's paid off. They're up 2-0 right now against Waterloo. But it looks like now Waterloo is trying to maintain possession of the ball and trying to get some attacking play going here.
Yeah, that was an interesting commit from Queeds. If he had gotten that, there was definitely some chance. But it looks like we're finally going to be able to see maybe something come out of Waterloo's attacking. But Ohio State just been able to clear these far back. Matt's finally able to get some position, but loses the 50-50 to Perk Dog, and it's back onto Waterloo's side.
Oh, close shot there by Perk Dog. Yeah, Ohio State's really, really putting the pressure on Waterloo, and it could make them a little bit nervous, but Waterloo are holding on tight. They are trying to get some attacking play here. Obviously, being on the back foot is difficult in this game, but both sides playing some good carball.
Yeah, I mean, we just see this obviously kind of mid-game right now, but I mean, with 2 minutes and 45 seconds left, it's definitely in Waterloo's court to kind of respond to these goals, because right now Ohio State can really just do these floaters, but this is a nice 50-50 from Queeds, able to take it away from Ultima, and that's going to send it right back to the side of Waterloo.
Yeah, it was a little bit of an awkward bounce there, and what a nice block there by Ultima. Really good shot as well, but it's looking the pressure's on Ohio State right now. They just got to maintain their focus and maintain their attacking efforts if they want to keep this 2-0 lead, and it's looking like that's exactly what they're trying to do. It's a little bit awkward in the back. And Queeds with a nice shot. That was so close.
Yeah, and I mean, let's just talk about the rotations for a second on the side of Ohio State. I mean, we have yet to see any of these double commits that might lead to a gap in the defense for Ohio State. So far, they've just been rock solid with that rotation and keeping it out of their side.
Yeah, absolutely. And rotation is very important. Ooh. Unfortunate miss block there. But nonetheless, a nice shot from Ultima down on the ground.
Yeah, it looks like Burgess just missed that a little bit, and Perk Dog was a little late on that, and Waterloo able to take a score, but still up 2-1 Ohio State in this first game.
Yeah, and there's still 1 minute and 39 seconds to go, counting down now. It's still anyone's game. It's very crucial for both sides to just maintain attacking effort and kind of put it all on the line, and it's looking like that is another goal from Waterloo. Not that many seconds apart, actually.
Yeah, very quick succession on those goals, and that's the response that Waterloo definitely needed. With 1:27 left on the clock, the pressure is now mounting for Ohio State to come back in this because they were looking rock solid on that attacking and rotations, but so far it's been a little more, loosey-goosey, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's like I said earlier, the pressure was all on Ohio State, and so now, like you said, it's now on the pressure on both teams to maintain their efforts and try and win this game. But it looks like Ohio State's getting some nice play here. Queets with a nice block to turn into a shot. It's a nice deflection away. It's a good thing. Ohio State are keeping up the pressure. It's a great pass by Burgess.
Oh, the demo.
Yeah, Queets just slipped. That's okay.
You hate to see it. You really do. I think if that demo didn't happen, they had a nice shot on the goal. Obviously, it was going to be, potentially blocked, but that demo is definitely everything that they needed.
Yeah, absolutely. And, demos are, and it's the simplest way to put it, they're game changers.
Sure.
As soon as you demo, that's one less man. You don't realize how significant that is. But especially on this short time frame here, we only got 30 seconds left until the end of the game, and it's anyone's game right now.
A double demo, a triple demo, no way.
Speaking of demos, it's perfect timing.
Wow, that was, you don't see that every day. I think they demoed each other, and then there was another demo on Matt as Burgess gets a demo. That's going to put some pressure on the defense for Waterloo, but Ultima able to take it. And with 8 seconds left, it's almost assuredly looking like this is going to overtime unless they keep the ball up, and it looks like they want to take this. Oh, no!
Uh-oh.
That's huge. They actually get a little bit more time, but Ultima wants to take it. There you go.
Yeah. Now we're into overtime. First person who scores takes the game. Let's see how this turns out.
Sure. Yeah. We saw a very strong offense on Ohio State, but it definitely tapered down at the last seconds there. So I think Ohio State has a good shot at this, and shots they do is Queeds with a hat trick. All 3 goals are actually from Queeds that game.
That is... Wow, that's impressive. His shots were placed so well, and every single shot that he had, it was just right past the defenders. It was, wow, great play from Ohio State, honestly, but also very good effort from Waterloo as well. They mounted an impressive comeback there. They were 2 goals behind, and they tied it up, and they brought it into overtime.
It was extremely impressive. Not only that, but, we saw Ohio State with a very strong first half in that game. Got a little shaky on that second half, but... star player obviously has to be Queeds. We saw a hat trick out of him. All 3 goals from Ohio State were by Queeds. And, just some great performance. And that's going to be huge. This is a best of 3 competition. So first to 2 maps will take it. And, having the first game win in a tournament has got to make you feel good.
Oh, absolutely. It gives you so much confidence going into the next game, especially when you only need to win 1 more. And what's great about that is, like you said, Queeds is definitely the star player. But the teamwork there, the effort, the rotation, the passing, the movement, it was all great. And that's going to give a big boost of confidence, not only Queeds for doing so fantastic and getting 3 goals, but the entire team as well.
And looks like we're going to get right back into it. Waterloo now is the one to answer. And to answer, they will try. We see much more aggression coming out of them this game as we see them starting to actually take the ball to the Ohio State side.
Yeah, absolutely. And it looks like Ohio State's trying to respond the best they can. They're already starting to put more pressure. And what an impressive shot there by Collegiate. Oh, what an even more impressive block.
There was a world. There was a world.
Wow. That was great. The ball's looking really awkward right now for Waterloo, but it looks like Bert's going to try and tap it in. And another block. Queets coming in. Oh. And he slots it in on the bottom. Wow. What a play.
Wow.
Just
I just got to say, though, my Tyrannosaur I think all 3 of the blocks that were had were by him. That was just fantastic defense. I mean, obviously, great shot from Queeds in all of them, but my Tyrannosaur was scrambling so hard to try to get those shots, dealt with.
Absolutely.
And that was just so fun to watch. That was fantastic.
That's the definition of putting the body on the line, but it looks like Waterloo respond. Fantastic play, actually, from my Tyrannosaur again. He's replicating on defense and on offense. It's impressive.
that was fantastic. And exactly what they really needed to do to respond to Ohio State's goal. We saw a very fast offense from Ohio State, and it really got calmed when Waterloo started to respond. So if Waterloo can keep up this pressure, and pressure they will, Ultima trying to get a shot, gets caught on the scoreboard, but Queeds in an empty goal, and that's the 2nd goal this game from him.
It's just a nice little tap in there for Queeds. I don't know. The defense was probably just lacking behind, trying to get back after, throwing so many people forward to try and get on the attack. But Waterloo are definitely on the attack, and that's an important thing to note. They are trying the best they can to bring this back. They're coming in with some confidence.
Oh, Burgess wins the 50-50, or sorry, Perkdog wins the 50-50 on the score, and Burgess with a nice tap. The defense had no idea what was happening. Oh, great setup from Perkdog there to give Burgess a clear goal, and that's a 3rd and an unanswered goal from the Ohio State University.
I just gotta say, this is kind of off on a tangent, but some of the pictures that these guys have on their profiles are hilarious.
Absolutely.
I mean, that one was great with the dog, and Ultima's is literally a Nissan Altima. That is awesome.
That is amazing.
I wish I had that idea years ago. That is amazing. I'm excited to see who else scores and what other pictures we've got to look at.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone, has some unique way of identifying themselves, and they get to show it on stream if they, are able to score. I guess gives them a little more incentive, maybe.
Absolutely. It's 3-1 here, Ohio State, with 3 minutes to go. And it looks like Waterloo Lights on the attack, and wow. That was a good block, but unfortunately it just had a little double bounce there, and it went in. It was a good play from Waterloo.
Sure. I mean, 3 minutes left in the game. Waterloo is answering and has some answers for the defense from Ohio State. There were some good rotations on both sides, but Waterloo coming out on top. And I'm wondering if Ohio State's going to try for some more mid-game here. They're going to try to just, float the ball with those far clears and just try to shave as much time off the clock because currently they don't have to do anything right now to be able to win.
Yeah, absolutely. And the biggest challenge for that is going to be for 3 minutes to hold it off, but it looks like they're on the attack.
You know what? I was wrong. Queeds said, I want another score on the scoreboard. I want to secure that victory just a little bit more on this first game. We're going on the offensive, and that's exactly what they did. So I guess great call. And I'm always so curious with these teams, the communication side of things. What do the comms sound like for games like this? Because, that setup just requires so much teamwork.
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's a big deal because they've all got to strategize. Like you said, like, what are they going to do? Are they going to try and hold it out? Are they going to try and get on the attack? And clearly, it's looking like Ohio State just wants to throw the hammer down. And they are doing just that. It's getting really awkward in the back here for Waterloo, but Ohio State is on the attack, and they are relentless. And that's going to be a struggle for Waterloo. They're going to have to maybe try and find a way to break through if they want to have a chance of winning this game right now with 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, and I think right now we're not really seeing much double commit, which is really good out of both teams. I mean, Ohio State doesn't need to really do anything. I'd say that as Burgess scores on an open net and just further cementing the Ohio State lead. But yeah, I mean, they're not double committing right now. It doesn't look like anyone's really out of position. Matt was just a little slow on that rotation, and the rest of his team, I don't know where they were. They needed my Tyrannosaur, actually, to be able to get that goal saved.
Yeah.
But 5 on the board for Ohio State and 2 minutes left in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can just see they're just relentless, and I think that's really a key part to feeling confident getting this win that they so desperately want. They're not trying to hold back. They're just trying to make it very difficult on Waterloo to get on the offensive front.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right, and that's what with a minute 41 left in the game, I feel like the main strategy that's worked for Ohio State is they literally have just said, go score. I feel like it's just been as simple as, putting on the pressure, relentless offense, and that's a double demo coming out from both sides as it's cleared back to the Ohio State side. But yeah, I think, it's really the offense that's been working right now for Ohio State.
Yeah, I mean, you play car ball, you got to put the ball in the goal with the car. I mean, it's simple as that.
It's in the name, really.
Yeah. We've got just about a minute left here. And Waterloo, they are not giving up either. They're trying the best that they can to get on the offensive front, and it looks like that was a nice little passing play between Perk Dog and I think that was Burgess, right? Or was it Queeds?
Yeah, so Matt lost the 50-50, and Queeds is able to set up Perk Dog with a nice shot. And, Matt really had to win that 50-50 in order to stop that goal because Queeds was just relentless. And that's what Ohio State in general, this game has just been absolutely relentless. They will not give up any positioning right now, and it's showing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, absolutely. And a little bit of maybe miscommunication here, but nice block from Altman. Oh, he's going for a demo. I mean, that's what you have to do sometimes. Just trying to set up his teammates here. And another demo, my Tyrannosaur coming in. And Altman's just going to get a nice little shot there into the bottom corner. That was really good play from Waterloo there. I've seen comebacks before. You never know, but it's 3 to 6 left with 32 seconds. It's just going to depend on how both teams are going to respond to this.
Yeah, it's a little too late, I'd say. Great shots, don't get me wrong, but where was this maybe 2 minutes ago for Waterloo? Because Ohio State has really just gone and ran away with this game. It was close for a while, and even the last game too. Went into overtime, obviously. But Waterloo just felt like they didn't have that spirit sometimes. And Ohio State, with 13 seconds left in this match, looks like they're going to be taking their first win in Pool 2.
Yeah, absolutely. We only got about 5 seconds here. And it looks like, even with 5 seconds, Ohio State and Queeds decides to score. A really good team goal there. Just nice high pressure. And fortunately, Waterloo's just trying to commit players forward and maybe get some goals on the board. But fortunately, it does not pay off. And we only got about 2 seconds here until the end of the game. Yeah, it looks like Ohio State's going to take this round for themselves.
That being said, the real winner of the game is the person that taps the ball last. So it looks like Matt tapped the ball last. So actually, Waterloo won that game.
And respectable GGs from around the board here from both teams. Really fantastic game, honestly. But, the good thing is, even for Waterloo, Ohio State played a great game. Waterloo did play a great game. It was a little bit of a slip up there towards the end, obviously. But it is double elimination. They definitely do have another chance to kind of make it back through in this tournament if they want to pull together and make something happen.
Right. No, you're exactly right. And that's what they have so much more that they're able to do. I mean, they have another game, another opportunity, maybe brush off the cobwebs a little bit and take that loss, kind of brush it off. Yeah. And that's the great thing about double elimination is you do get to brush it off. You don't have to just go home after this. And that's the great thing with this tournament structure is, even if one of the Ohio State teams loses, they can still claw their way back and get that CRL qualifier position.
Yeah, absolutely. But nonetheless, I think Ohio State did a fantastic job in both games, really being on the front foot there and showing some attacking play. I'm really impressed, honestly, and I think that if they keep this up, they can go really far.
Sure. I completely agree. And that's what it's just been a fantastic game to watch. And we saw Queeds 3 scores in both games. That was 2 hat tricks and really propelling his team forward and just doing some great shots.
Yeah, absolutely. And
So yeah, I think obviously the Legumez looks like they beat KSC 2-0. So that's the Buckeye Gaming Collective, and the Beanz beat UNCC 2-0. And the Premier Scarlet team won 2-0 against Penn State University's D team. So it looks like wins across the board.
Yeah, haven't seen a loss yet from Ohio State. That's fantastic. That's what we like to see.
Absolutely. And up next, we're going to be able to see the Ohio State University Premier Scarlet team It looks like they're going to be playing. We don't know yet, but after the break, we will be watching the premier team. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back, and we are back here at The Ohio State University, and we saw wins across the board before the break today.
Yeah, 4 teams, 2 wins apiece, and now we have Ohio State's premier Scarlet team, and they are taking on King's Red team.
Yes, they are. That's from Pennsylvania, I guess, my home state. So, I'm a little torn here. As a Buckeye, I feel obligated, obviously, to, root for the premier team, which I will. But, there's always that kind of back thought of, I got, Pennsylvania. That's my home.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, I'm lucky I come from Ohio. I don't have to make any choice here. And, clearly I've got the Ohio State attire on. But, no torn decisions for me. But I'm really excited to get into this game. I mean, we saw 4 wins across the board from 4 teams. I mean, what do you think? You think it's going to happen again? You think a 5th win's in the books here?
Not only 4 wins across the entire board, 4 2-0s across the entire board. I was looking at the statistics, and we did not lose a game in any of the matches, which is unprecedented and just a fantastic way to start out this series right now. But yeah, I think, with that kind of momentum that's coming in right now, I think, they have a pretty good idea right now. And I think, Kings, as we move and as we, see who are the better teams, per se, it gets more challenging as the day goes on. So, I think right now we're easing ourselves into it, and I'm going to be interested to see what Kings has to bring against the premier team.
Yeah, absolutely. And, since all teams, they come off of a 2-0 win, we didn't get a chance to see how Kings did in their last game. We don't know if they lost one or, whatever happens. But obviously, 2-0 wins, a big confidence boost. Yeah, we're really excited to see this match, honestly.
Yeah, and I'm getting word that it actually was also a 2-0 for Kings. So it looks like Kings actually, was able to take the win fairly handily from their side. So I'm expecting some high-level and high-octane Rocket League because, both teams definitely have something to prove. I mean, this CRL is just a fantastic opportunity for the esports. And, it's just a great thing for collegiate players to be able to do. I mean, the fact that we have 4 teams able to even participate in this and give these players an opportunity is just an amazing thing to see. And I love to watch it each season.
Yeah, so it looks like we're about to get into the game here, right?
Yeah, I think we're getting in soon, hopefully. I'm ready to see this premier team, what they have to offer. We actually saw them last week in their first Star League match. Which was fantastic to watch. They beat, what was that? That was Baptist University. And it was just a great thing to watch there. So I'm ready to see the Scarlet team go back into action and, catch up with them and see how they're doing exactly.
Yeah, should be a really good game. I'm excited to watch. In particular, just like last match, I'm excited to see how the team kind of gels together. I think that's really, really important. For how the game goes, and we'll be able to kind of get a taste of what King's doing as well, how their communication, their teamwork is working. But, so far, if it goes the same, looks like our premier Scarlet team should be able to replicate and show some fantastic teamwork and some fantastic car ball.
Absolutely. I mean, I am ready to watch some RC cars get controlled by, our team and just do some absolutely crazy aerials. It's just a fantastic thing to watch every day. And, who would have thought that I'd be waking up and casting some Carval? It's just a fantastic opportunity. And, CRL, this is, I guess I should also mention, the first CRL qualifier. So there's actually next week, we're going to be back. Well, maybe not us, but the Ohio State teams that don't qualify, but I'm sure all 4 will qualify at this tournament, no problem, will be competing again to try to get a spot. And I should also mention that for each pool that they're in, only 1 team is getting in there. So that's 8 teams in total. There are 8 pools for each one. So looks like we're finally going to get in there. We've got Dasan, Stu, and Temp on the Scarlet side. And we'll have to get an update on where Kings is. And yeah, let's get right into it.
Yeah, it looks like Ohio State already is throwing some good attacking play for, and it looks like Dasan's going to try and clean it up. And it was a nice block there. I'm not sure by who, but someone on Kings.
Gilmore boys, not Gilmore girls, Gilmore boys.
Oh,
my word,
okay.
That's amazing.
There are some fantastic names and some fantastic pictures. Right, I am so excited to see this game. We got a whole slew, 6 different players here, and it looks like Stu's coming in with a nice off the backboard, and he's got balloons to celebrate. That is just beautiful to see.
You know, he really said, you know, don't worry, guys. I'll set myself up for this one. He's able to tap it in after his own bank, and Ohio State taking a quick kill. It looks like guard, and was that the real Shanti? What was that?
The real Sean TV maybe.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Is the other two that we did not see? It looks like the real Sean, yeah. So yeah, a great start from Ohio State Scarlet, and we'll have to see where it keeps going.
Yeah, and it looks like Kings is also trying to make their way up the field, and it's looking like Ohio State's doing a really good job, just kind of trying to keep it past the halfway point. But looks like the real Sean here is trying to take it up the field. And it's a nice little block there. Really good defending and attacking play from both sides. A little bit of a slip up there, but looks like Ohio State's trying to get forward here. Maybe get a pass off from Temp. And it goes in from Dasan, just like that. I mean, you can see just any second anything can happen. You know, if you're not careful, you make one little slip up, which happens to be me all the time I play this game. You know, these are some higher level people here, and one little slip up just kind of, you know, leads to another goal. And now it's 2-0 in about 2 minutes in.
Sure. I mean, by the look of it, with that animation, that shot you could say was out of this world. And with 2-0, King's going to have to start putting up something, because with only 3 minutes left, Ohio State is looking poised to take this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And we got a nice little block there that sent the ball forward, but Temp with a nice little fake there, just trying to take it all the way up the field. And looks like Gilmore boys, not Gilmore girls. Got a nice successful block there, but really good play from both sides. And I think, just as we mentioned at the beginning of the game, I think it's very apparent that Ohio State's got some good line of communication right now, and it's clearly showing in their play and their rotation.
Oh.
Unfortunate there. Stu almost got a nice block, and he threw his body on the line for that one, I gotta say.
Yeah, I think it really, it was the demo on Dasan that really was the recipe for disaster there, at least starting the recipe. Because unfortunately, the rest of the Scarlet team had to try to pick up the pieces on that defense. But overall, I mean, that was a great shot, obviously, and a great response from Kings Red.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to be interesting to see how Ohio State responds to this. They had a nice, comfortable 2-goal lead, but now with about 3 minutes left, it's going to be interesting to see how they respond. Are they going to keep up the attack? Are they going to try and slow it down? Kings is not giving up, though. That's one thing for sure that I can see in this game.
Kings, I mean, no. And there we go. We see the real Sean able to get another goal. I believe that's the second one of the game. And just completely slipped the defense of Ohio State. It looks like Temp lost the 50-50 there. And, you know, that was the response that Kings really needed. Ohio State had kind of the dominance in that first half. And in the mid-game right now, it looks like Kings is really taking it. So now the ball's in Ohio State's court to, you know, try to pick this game up and put it as a win for Ohio State.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Kings are doing a fantastic job. Well, they let that one slip there, but they were doing good on defense, I was going to say. But, you know, like I've said earlier, any little slip-up can lead to a goal or a nice little counter there. And Dasan's able to just take advantage of that opportunity and slot it in. Unfortunate for Kings there. They've been doing a solid job attacking and defending, but so is Ohio State. And it's a really close game so far with about 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go.
Sure. I mean, this is still anyone's game, and, you know, Kings has obviously shown that they have what it takes to come back from this, but Temp's going to try to do a nice shot, hits the back, unable to do it, and it's going to go back onto midfield. That's a double commit coming out of Kings. I don't think that's exactly what they wanted to do as the ball floats into midfield.
Yeah, and it looks like the real Sean here is just trying to get some nice faking and some dribbling play there, and he's able to do that. Is he able to get this in? And it's a nice block there from Dasan, throwing everything on the line to try and stop that. We've got about 2 minutes left here, and it looks like both sides are doing everything they can to win this game. And obviously, you know, why wouldn't you? You don't want to come here to lose.
Absolutely. And Gilmore boys able to tie it up. Oh, I love that name so much.
I like his little snowman, you know, like border for his picture too. He doesn't even have a picture, but he's got the snowman border. I think that should be noted, and it's very respectable.
Absolutely. Minute 40 left. It's a tied game, and it's still anyone's game as it goes on to the side of Kings. Nice block from the real Sean, and overall, it's definitely looking like both teams are in it to win it.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's always so weird to me because like we get back and forth shots between both teams, and whenever you play, it's like you're focused on your team, and what you're doing, and it's always interesting to see both sides of perspective. How they're defending, how they're attacking, and honestly, both sides have been doing a fantastic job. It's made this game really interesting. At 3-3, and there's a minute to go, and Temp's looking like he's gonna try and get a shot, but that was a nice block there from Real Sean.
1 minute remaining, and that was definitely a punish for that double commit. Guard able to try to get a shot, but is unable to capitalize on it. And yeah, I think overall, there's just been some tight rotations, and we see just some great car ball happening right now. But Desan from the side, almost getting it in, and 35 seconds remaining. It's basically at this point next score wins, and it looks like Ohio State wants to score, and Desan with a hat trick is able to do so.
I gotta say, I don't know who took that shot earlier. I think it was Temp, or maybe it was Desan, but that block from Real Sean was insane, and it's just unfortunate that that led to a goal. I mean, we're glad that Ohio State got a goal, but I mean, Kings are playing some fantastic defense here, and that was just a little slip up, and they were able to get a nice shot that put, I think it was Guard on the back foot there, but nonetheless, great attacking and great defending play for the most part. But Kings is not giving up. They got 15 seconds left, but they're going to try and do everything they can to throw the ball forward and get a goal here, and it's looking like it's a little dangerous. Son's able to clean that up, and it's a little unfortunate there. Nice fakes there from both sides. 2 seconds left, and it looks like that's going to be the end of match one. Ohio State doing a fantastic job, enough to get the win here. But I got to say, Kings Red, they put up an impressive performance. I was just shocked at that game, honestly. There was so much good attacking and defending play from both sides, and the fact that it was 4-3, I mean, that really says it all.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and that was a game that just went both ways. I mean, we saw Ohio State with those fast 2 goals. Waterloo, Kings able to come back and get 2 themselves, and that mid game, that very end to mid game was just back and forth, and Ohio State coming out on top. But I mean, Kings with just a fantastic showing right now, and obviously anything is possible as we move into this game too. You gotta think that Scarlet's feeling great. Kings is probably rethinking their strategy a little bit, but they still got another game to keep themselves in the winner bracket here. And Ohio State's just 1 game away from going 1 more round into the winners.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to cut right into the next game. It's going to be interesting to see how both sides respond. Last game, slight, very, very tight margins, and it can be anyone's game, I got to say, but it's just really going to depend how either team responds. Ohio State definitely feeling confident coming off of a win, but I think Kings shouldn't feel that, demoralized as well. They played a fantastic game in the last match, and it looks like the Suns coming here with the attack and almost just got right off the backboard there. That would have been a fantastic shot.
Desan loves doing that. He loves to try to bank it off the backboard to set himself up for a goal. And oh no, that's an empty net, but his aim is a little high. Real Sean, a real opportunity to try to get into this game, but still just some great stuff as we see a double commit coming out of Kings that's probably going to go punished. And
wow, what a fantastic block to come off that post there. And Ohio State was struggling a little bit, but it looks like they've got things figured out now, obviously. But both sides looking to just kind of, get some teamwork in, get some passing in, and be able to, like you said, get some double commits off and throw the team off, and get some goals.
Yeah.
Counter off of it nicely.
No, absolutely, and we see obviously a lot of just back and forth right now in this first 2 minutes, kind of showing the competitiveness of both teams and how both teams really want to win this right now. We've seen just some fantastic pressure coming out from Kings, and that was almost a little too close for comfort there. Stu able to defend, but we've just been seeing a lot of offense right now from Kings that I don't think we saw last game.
Yeah, absolutely, and you can see obviously one key note here is obviously rotating, but to be able to have the boost there when you're rotating is very important. You could see there Stu earlier just didn't have any boost, and that can be certainly a problem, especially for someone like Kings right now that, you know, that they're trying to throw everything on the line that they can to win this game.
Yeah, I really do feel like the boost management coming out is definitely an interesting point to make. And that's the other problem that I'm seeing too is, you know, Ohio State has really not had much success right now on offense. They've been able to defend very well, but we haven't seen that aggression that we saw last game that really propelled them into that you know, victorious position for game 1.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kings there almost getting a shot off, but it's just looking a little dangerous from Ohio State, and they're able to capitalize there. I gotta say, I think we saw that coming, unfortunately. It just seemed like Ohio State was on the back foot for a long time there, and must have been really good boost management and rotating, trying to collect the full boost from Kings there. Really good play, I mean, for both sides, honestly, though. Good defending. Ohio State was holding on for a very long time, but we've got 2 minutes, 30 seconds left, and Ohio State's going to do everything they can to try and bring this one back.
Yeah, do everything they can, and I mean, do everything they will. We see now a complete shift in what's going on, and Stu almost able to get it, but he's able to come back, and what a shot. That is the response that Ohio State needed.
This was great play from Ohio State. Temp is able to recognize that the ball is just kind of dangling there a little too long, so he's like, you know what, I'm going to hit it off to the side. My teammate's going to be there, and his teammate was there to tap it in, and it was a really good play shot. Away from the defenders. I mean, that is fantastic response from Ohio State, and that's exactly what we love to see here in Carball.
Yeah, that's what the doctor ordered. And, you know, I think that's something that Ohio State's going to have to keep doing because, like you were saying before, they really felt on the back foot there at the very beginning of the game. And I think the amount of pressure that they were able to put on Kings and have Kings kind of scrambling really helped them a lot. And, you know, with 1:40 left, it's anyone's game as we're tied 1-1.
Yeah, absolutely. It is anyone's game. And I think the most important thing to note is how fast Ohio State responded to that, honestly. You know, it took Kings a little bit of time there. Ohio State was playing some great defending. Stu, they're just trying to get a block. But, yeah, absolutely. I mean, anything can happen at any second. We've said it multiple times, you know, and it's what makes these games interesting. But Ohio State doing a good job now after responding with that goal, just trying to get on the attacking foot. And Kings having a little bit of difficulty, but it's anyone's game right now at this moment.
Sure. I mean, 1 minute left in the game. The ball is currently on Kings' side. Ohio State trying to set up some goals. Stu with a nice shot and able to get it. Set up by Temp, and that's, with 1 minute left in the game, exactly what Ohio State needed.
Yeah, I think the celebration there, the balloons in the background says it all for that play. Really good backflip there. I wish I could have done that, but I am so glad that someone else is representing Ohio State because that was beautiful.
No, you're exactly right. You know, I always do wonder if we had the production staff be on the teams, you know, do like a little fun fraud versus, you know, players game, how that would turn out. We'd get absolutely, you know, rolled, but I would still have a lot of fun doing it. Stu gets it down in the backfield. Gilmore boys shooting at an open net, responding very quickly to that Ohio State goal, and with 40 seconds left, it's basically next goal wins.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 41 seconds left is crucial, and Kings played that as if there was no time left. They took that very comfortably, no pressure on them, and they were able to tie it back up. But like you said, the last goal is looking like it's going to be the winner of this match here because it's really, really close. But looks like Kings is trying to get on the attacking play, but all really good passing play from Ohio State here. But it's looking like Kings is able to respond. We'll see how it goes. This little pop-up. Oh, nice little air tackle there from Ohio State.
Yeah, I mean, you can see how they're trying to get the defense and trying to get them off of that goal to open it up for the shooters. But 14 seconds left. If Temp is able to get it here, that might be it. And 12 seconds left on the clock, and another demo in the real Sean in the backfield. Just to add insult to injury. 12 seconds left. Ohio State up a goal, and now it's on King. Sorry, I love that goal. That was amazing. Very distracting for the casters.
I gotta say, I mean, that was the shot in the pass there is great, but just that read, to have the intelligence to go up on the wall up there and read that clearance from Kings was fantastic from Ohio State, and it looks like they almost responded.
I think he got it.
You think he got it?
I think he got it. Yeah, I think he did.
Well, some GGs are on the board for the second game, and it looks like Ohio State has taken yet another 2-0 win.
Yep, they're going to be going. I believe that's going to be the quarterfinals for their winners bracket, which is obviously where you want to be in this tournament. And on that note, I'm just receiving word as well that the Buckeye Gaming Collective, the Legumez, are actually already in their quarterfinal game. It looks like they have already come out on top and were able to get it. And it looks like they're going to be playing the Indiana Hoosiers in their quarterfinal bracket. So great stuff coming out. And from the rest of the games, I guess I should say, Rutgers is currently playing against the OSU Premier team, the Gray team, I should say. And I believe that's the University of Cincinnati Bearcats, I want to say, is the Buckeye Gaming Collective, their A team, the Beanz. So obviously we are going to keep trying to update you guys as much of information that we have. But right now it's looking like a good day to be a Buckeyes fan. I don't know about you. And a Beanz fan, I guess. If you're a fan of Beanz or Lagoons or, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it looks like we're going to take a break here. But when we come back, we'll update you on the scores and we'll get right into the next match.
Hello and welcome back. My name is Jeremy or Germs PC. I'm still joined by Rylan, and I've got some updates if you want to hear them.
Oh, absolutely, I do.
So it looks like we have Rutgers beating the Ohio State University Premier Gray team 2-1 in the winners round 3 for Pool 3. So that's obviously the first loss on the board for the Ohio State teams, the 4 that are currently in here. So far, though, for the rest of them, we've seen just 2-0 sweeps. The Beanz were able to take down PFW Black in their round of 3, and the Lagoons were able to take down Redbird Esports 2-0. And obviously, we just saw the Scarlet team taking down Kings 2-0 in a pretty convincing manner, too. So I believe they'll be facing did I hear that they will be facing Northwood?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's going to
will.
be very difficult, and we'll definitely have to give you guys updates on that game. But I believe we're going to be going into a different game, and I'm just excited to watch whatever really comes on my screen. You know, I don't really. It doesn't matter which team to me, as long as it says Ohio State or Buckeye Gaming Collective on it. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going into the match against OTSU Esports. Should be interesting to see how this game goes. But for the Gray team, looks like they've taken 2-0 wins, so they're feeling extra confident right now, right?
No, they actually just lost against Rutgers.
Oh,
so they're now
that's
in
right.
losers round 3. Yeah. It's the overlay can get a little.
My
just
colors,
confused.
they're flipped on accident. Yeah,
Understandable.
that's my bad. That's my bad. But they're coming off of a loss here. But there's nothing wrong with that. I think they can bounce back and show some tenacity. And I think Ohio State's going to come out, Buckeyes blazing.
Absolutely, and obviously, as a math major, colors, you don't really need to know them. That's not really a requirement for you, right?
No. I don't think so. And if I did, then I should probably drop out of school because I just made a very huge mistake switching Scarlet and Gray. They're not very similar on the color wheel, I think. But then again, I'm not an art major.
Right. I mean, they're similar to me in my heart, though, I will say. Scarlet and Gray are very close together, in that regard. But yeah. I mean, obviously, we've been seeing just some great games coming across the board. And, as the day progresses, it's just going to become closer and closer. And it looks like we're actually going to go back into the game here. We have Ontario Tech versus the Ohio State University Gray team. And, I'm just excited to see what happens. Oh!
Okay.
All right. Oh, actually, let's pretend that didn't happen. Let's all right, that didn't actually happen. Let's start now. All right, so Ohio State, Ontario Gray. Nope.
Oh my gosh, 5 seconds in, already one goal. I mean, if that happens, if I score within 5 seconds of Rocket League, I'm usually jumping up and down the chair. I'm sure Ontario Tech is feeling the same way, but we're going to see how Ohio State responds, obviously. It's only 5 seconds in the match, not that big of a deal. But Ontario Tech are definitely feeling really happy and really confident right now.
Yeah, I like that guy's player tag. Oh, Queed's coming back and responding to that goal. Did you see that was Milk? that was quite funny. I'm a
His
big fan of his
tag?
name. His tag was Milk. Yeah.
I'd be curious to ask him, you know, what kind of milk? You know, it's a little bit ambiguous. You know, I'm a fan of oat milk myself, but you know, that's probably really weird.
All right, 1-1. A minute happening in the game, and yeah, it looks like Ohio State's able to respond to that goal in a quite timely manner. Queed's obviously one of the main players we were talking about before. You know, really able to put the pressure back on Ontario and show that they still have some fight left in them.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see a demo going off in the background. Really interesting. Just kind of seemed far away from everything, and Burgess is able to get a shot. Nice little fadeaway from behind there. That was kind of clean there, you know.
Yeah, Queed set up Burgess with a nice shot, and you know, just Pepper was trying to defend, but it was a little late there. And I mean, now we're really getting back into it. You know, obviously the gray team, you know, did go down, and they're in the losers bracket now. So now I think they've got everything to prove here, as the day just gets harder and harder for them now.
Yeah, absolutely. And those 3 goals only took 45 seconds in total, which I've got to say is impressive. I mean, it feels like so much has already gone on, but not much of the game has passed, and looks like Ohio State here is just trying to get on the offense, and Ontario Tech's trying to respond here. Obviously, being in a lead, you know, 5 seconds into the match, and then now being down 2-1 could be a little bit discouraging, but they are definitely putting the pressure on.
Sure, and Milk with a close shot there. You know, a lot of mid games passed, and what a shot from Kazar. Kazari?
You know, Kazar.
You think
CERN,
Kazar's
maybe. No, he's a Season 8 grand champion. That's what I know. That's the important thing.
Sure.
Fantastic shot.
Sure.
Fantastic goal. 2-2. Man, so much has already happened. This is already a great game.
Absolutely, and you know, that's kind of what we expect. Pepper, that's such a good shot. Just coming out of nowhere, able to win the 50-50 on Perk Dog, and then Pepper just tapping it right in. Queed's a little late, and that was a quick 2 goals to happen in succession for Ontario.
Yeah, it's just back and forth, and it looks like both teams are really fighting to get this win right off the bat, and it's going to make for an interesting match. Both teams attacking nicely, defending nicely, a little bit of slip-ups here and there, but good rotation nonetheless.
Sure, and yeah, I mean, it looks like you know, the ball is kind of in Ohio State's court to answer those goals. There are 2 in very quick succession, so you got to imagine that the momentum. Is another demo coming out for Ontario, but the momentum's got to be on Ontario's side now, as you know, they're probably feeling pretty good after those 2 goals.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, to come from, you know, 1-goal lead to being down by 1 and now being up by 1, you know, it can be a little bit disheartening, especially after all the hard work you probably put into the match. But, I mean, like you said, you know, they're probably feeling a little bit confident. They're able to show, like, hey, we go down, we can come back, you know? And Ohio State's going to have to respond in a similar manner if they're going to want to take the lead and win this game.
Yeah, I mean, 2 minutes still left on the clock, and Ohio State is having some issues right now with the defense. You know, Burgess is trying to clear that far away, and he's able to do so, putting it on the side of Ontario. But, you know, we've seen a lot of mid-game right now from Ohio State. I need to see some more of that aggression that we saw previously from them.
Yeah, absolutely. Ohio State's going to have to really commit some numbers forward here if they want to get on the attacking play. And I think that's going to mainly come down to a demo. I think we saw some goals resulting from that little bit of mismatch play. But if Ohio State's going to want to take this win, they're going to have to maybe throw some demos in there, maybe get a little bit aggressive with it. And you can see right now Ohio State's just trying to pepper it down. Queed's almost tried to just slam dunk it into the goal. It's a really good effort from him, but Ontario Tech here trying to respond here with some passing play.
Yeah, a minute 32 left on the clock, and obviously a lot more carball to be had. But Ohio State, in order to stay competitive, then this has to, you know, score fairly soon, or else, you know, the pressure's really going to be on them and their, you know, entire career in this tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. But looks like they're just trying to commit, you know, 2 players on the ball at the same time, just trying to knock it past the defenders. And a lot of demos here from Pepper. Pepper's really laying down the salt there on their wounds.
Absolutely. I mean, Burgess, though, Getting assisted by Perk Dog there. Just a great shot, and that's kind of the opener that we need to maybe see the Ohio State success come through.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it was very crucial that they kept it up. It doesn't look like that. No one's giving up here. You know, it's a very close game. Everyone knows that this could be, you know, it could go either way right now. And I think that was fantastic attacking play. And to get the angle on that shot, man, I tell you, it looks easy for them, but I could never do that in a million attempts. And it looks like Ontario Tech has responded quite quickly. They were able to just kind of tuck it into the net when Ohio State was on the back foot, and that's kind of what this game has been all about, you know, the counters, the quick play, and being able to respond as fast as possible.
Sure. I mean, 50 seconds left on the clock. Ohio State needs to score a goal here to at least go into overtime. And, I mean, obviously, we've seen it. They can do it, but now they need to apply it, you know, because, that was a little jarring there. But, you know, they themselves, you know they can do it, per se. It's just a matter of applying what they do. And I think rotations have been really good right now. 30 seconds left on this clock, and I think they're going to try to make this drive here. The goal was open, but no one was there to shoot. And, you know, with 20 seconds left, that might have been kind of the nail in the coffin as it gets cleared over to the Ohio State side.
Yeah, it's going to be very crucial here. They respond in the 15 seconds. Looks like a little bit on the back foot. A little bit of maybe miscommunication. That's going to result in a 2-goal lead for Ontario Tech. Really good attacking play from them, honestly. They're able to put Ohio State on the back foot, unfortunately, but looks like a little bit of a scramble and a little bit of a jumble from Ohio State, but that's definitely going to probably give them the comfortable win and a 2-goal lead to finish off this first match in this series.
You know, at 10 seconds, I've seen crazier things as Burgess is trying to make it happen. There is a world where if Ohio State scores maybe in the next 2, no, all right. Well, you know, that I think, you know, kind of the first, you know, problem for Ohio State came with that very early goal by ODSU. You know, I really think that kind of set them up for success and put Ohio State on the back foot. So,
yeah, absolutely. I mean, even though it was 5 seconds in, you know, there's still a lot of time left to go. But obviously, you know, already having to get through that mental block of, hey, we need to score a goal, you know, regardless of the time limit, to just tie it, just to bring it back, it can be really challenging. But OSU did fight really hard, actually. A little bit towards the end there, it started to slip up. You could see some double commits and some players out of place. But that can happen if you're trying to get on, you know, on the attacking side of things.
Absolutely. And, you know, I think we saw it. Just that 1 minute of just that back and forth with goals was really fun to see.
Yeah.
And it really showed just the competitiveness of both teams coming out. And, you know, obviously we're going to get right into game 2 here. And, you know, that's what I want to see again. I want to see this quick 1 minute, but I want it to go to the side of Ohio State this time instead of Ontario.
Absolutely. I mean, we're definitely rooting for Ohio State, but nonetheless, some great Rocket League played on both sides. It looks like Burgess here is just going to dribble it in 11 seconds in. You know, not as short as last time, but nonetheless, I mean, they're coming out here with some ferocity.
You know, sometimes it's not about the time, it's about the destination. And I think the destination here was directly in Ontario's goal, as we see Ohio State taking a quick lead in this second game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love every time he scores, you got the cowboy there shooting the revolvers. I mean, we've seen him score a lot of goals already, and I've seen that celebration, you know, a lot.
Absolutely. You know, 4 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock here. Barely any time has passed. Like you said, feels like a lot of car balls happened, but, you know, not a lot of time has passed. But
and it looks like they're going to respond to that. And we haven't even gone a minute into the game. You can see both teams are doing everything they can to just get as many numbers up as quick as possible to seal the game. And it's going to be looking tough for both sides, honestly. We've only gone, you know, a little bit over 30 seconds in, and it's a fantastic game so far.
Sure. I mean, like you said, 4 minutes and 22 seconds, and the back and forth is very prevalent. But the one thing we have to remember is, you know, this is kind of Ohio State's do or die in this scenario. You know, the Grades team is obviously now in the losers bracket, and they lost their first game. So this game is kind of the make it or break it for their time here in the CRL qualifier.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to see how much they throw on the line in order to win this game. And it's looking like they're getting some back and forth play here, but they just can't quite get a nice open shot here on goal. But it's like that for both sides. You know, it's not really an easy opportunity on the way. Queed's just trying to get a little fake there, but Dog able maybe to clean it up. Oh, really close. You can see, I mean, it's just really back and forth. Not many mistakes are going from both sides here.
Yeah, you don't see many commits that are resulting in slow rotations or overall sloppy play. And I think Ohio State's actually putting on that pressure that, you know, we kind of wanted to see maybe last game. You know, it really feels like Ohio State has been taking the main parts of this in terms of their offensive play.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and both sides are doing just a fantastic job of countering when the chance comes and obviously defending, you know, pretty much perfectly and able to throw the ball off to the sides and able to just clear the ball away from goal. You know, they're trying to really focus on just making sure the ball is out of the goal and into the other opponents. Obviously, that's how you win.
Yes, that is how you win. And I mean, the other way how you win is have Queeds on your team, because that man has just been an absolute unit in terms of scoring. Getting set up by his teammate there, Pepper trying to go up for it, unable to win the 50-50, and Queeds taking the first kind of, you know, major step to coming back from this game.
Yeah, absolutely. We got about 2 minutes and 45 seconds here. There's still plenty of time and plenty of plays to be made. But a lot has happened here, and it looks like there's an open goal here, and it looks like they've kind of tripped over each other, the teammates there on Ontario Tech. But nonetheless, it looks like they're trying to respond the best they can to that situation. But this game's going to come down to those moments, you know. Where's the focus? Where are the players going to be? Are they going to be in the right position at the right time? And it looks like Pepper might be here. And Burgess does a good job just trying to body him away and get a nice block.
Yeah, it's really those floaters that you have to worry about. You know, there's always that potential that those clears just are able to land directly in the other side of the goal. As Kazir with a close shot, unable to get a Perk Dog though, trying to commit to the ball, but unable to do so. Burgess able to get a demo, and you know, we're back into this, and Kazir looks like he wants to keep going on this offensive.
Oh, good hit there from Kazir, but Queed's just able to follow through and say, nope, that's not happening, not in my house. And he's able to get a good pass there. Perk Dog maybe just didn't have the boost to get that, but nonetheless still relentless here from Queeds. And we got about a minute and 30 seconds left to go, and it's been very entertaining. Ohio State have not given up on the attack, and Ontario Tech the same.
Yeah, I think relentless is a really good word. Oh no, it's an open goal. That was a close shot. I think it was calculated though that they weren't going to have to defend that. It looked like both players were going away, but talk about an open goal. Burgess able to get a shot on the net and cementing a 3-1 scoreline right now for the Ohio State Gray.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's just like last game. You know, we saw a 2-goal lead towards the end of it, and we could see the game kind of slip away at this point. But obviously, still a minute and 30 seconds to go, roughly, and anything could happen. But it looks like Ohio State's kind of bagged this one. Both sides are doing a really good job, not making that many mistakes. But obviously, Ontario Tech leaving an open goal obviously has allowed Ohio State to cement that 2-goal lead. And if they keep everything up as it is, it looks like Ohio State might take this game with 1 minute remaining. Yeah,
a minute remaining. Ohio State's up 2-goal. They really only have to play passively. They don't have to go for any more goals to be able to get this. And, you know, I think trying to float the ball over and maybe shave some time over the clock is probably the best bet for you to win. And it looks like they're doing exactly that. The ball was in midfield. You don't normally see the ball stationary like that in a game of Rocket League, but you know, that's just shaving more and more time off the clock and, you know, making it harder and harder for them to come back. But Burgess with a nice shot, so close, able to get saved by Sadis, but Kazir and Queeds going up for the ball. Queeds able to win the 50-50, and with 20 seconds left, it's looking almost assuredly like we're going to be going to Game 3.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Ontario Tech's doing everything they can, but Ohio State's doing such a good job rotating defending right now. I mean, 10 seconds left to go. There might be an opportunity here, and it was just scuffed a little bit. Really good play there from Ontario Tech, but it's looking like Ohio State has taken the second game, and now we have a tied series. Wow.
Yeah, that was exactly what I wanted to see from Ohio State. I think they really just have so much success when they're able to put their opponent on the back foot and, you know, apply that pressure onto their goal. We saw it right there. Ohio State was able to have some fantastic, runs and scores with those drives. And I think that was just kind of the recipe for success. So I think if they bring that into Game 3, they have some great opportunity to be able to take this and keep going up to the losers' quarters.
Yeah, and an important thing to note is I think both these sides are pretty equal in terms of level. Both sides have shown some great attacking, defending, rotating, but the only thing that's allowed goals to come through is the occasional slip-up, open goal, double commit. Those things just come down to focus, really, and it'll be interesting to see how this third game plays out. Should be really close, should be really tight, and we're going to get right into it here. 5 minutes on the clock. We've seen things happen with 11 seconds in. Who knows? This might be another situation.
Yeah, I feel like it's whoever gets the goal within that first 20 seconds. It was obviously Ontario with the first one at 5 seconds, and Ohio State in the second game with was that 11 seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
So looks like no goals in the first 20 seconds. A big shocker, honestly. But a nice demo off of Burgess. That's going to prompt them to go into this offense. And it may not have been 20 seconds, but are you okay with 25 seconds?
Absolutely. I mean, for a second I was trying to do the calculations. I was like, am I even a math major if I can't even do some subtraction there? But yeah, 25 seconds in, I'm feeling okay with that one. I'm feeling okay. Really good response there from Ohio State coming into this game. And like you said earlier, it seems like whoever scores the first goal it seems to take the win. So maybe that so-called curse, or maybe a blessing in our case, might just follow through there. But we're gonna see some interesting, roughly 4 minutes here of responses from both sides.
No, I completely agree, and I think the big thing for me was, in this first minute, it really dictates the tempo of the game. For the rest of those 5 minutes, sometimes it can definitely be, the position at which they're kind of in the back foot. And with Ohio State able to take that first goal, Ontario's now got to feel the pressure to keep themselves into this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And they know everything's pretty much at stake here. I mean, this is the losers bracket.
Right.
So, I mean, whoever loses this they're gone. And it's good that Ohio State are showing some tenacity here, just trying to get on the attack and able to get a goal really early on. And it looks like a really good shot from Perkdog, and it's going to go in at 2-0. Looks like there's a really early 2-goal lead, which is very tremendous in this game. Obviously, both sides have been trying to claw their way through to the top, but we've seen 2-goal leads, and we haven't seen them slip.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was just a nice, precise shot from Perkdog. Able to get it on the midfield, and with 1 minute and 30 seconds shaved off the clock. You know what? I just noticed they got the score at 3 minutes 35. They got the other one at 4 minutes 35. So 35-second mark seems to be their sweet spot. But sweet spot, I should say, is Ontario's goal, because they have been able to just put it in there now 3 times.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you know what? We'll wait till the other minute passes.
Yeah.
But I guess not. I guess Ohio State said, you know what? I kind of want another goal. Fair play to them. 3-goal lead. I think that's the first time that we've seen that in this entire series, which makes it really interesting because we're going to see how Ontario Tech responds to being 3 goals down with so much time left.
Right. I mean, these goals, like you said, have gone completely unanswered as we see the big goose egg on the side of Ontario. So, this is kind of getting a little scary right now for Ontario, as Ohio State keeping up the pressure, trying to do something with this ball, going back onto their side. Burgess is going to try to clear this, and it looks like Pepper's able to win the 50-50, but Perkdog is there to help his teammate out and put it back on Ontario's side.
Yeah, I just gotta say that double touch aerial that I saw earlier from Burgess. I mean, I'm just shocked. I forgot that people can do these things playing this game. You don't see your little Hot Wheels cars doing that whenever you're playing with them. But either way, fantastic play from Ohio State. They're really just keeping up the pressure here. It looks like Burgess is going to get a nice shot, but nice little block there from Kaiser there. But really good defending play from Ohio State as well. They have not let a goal in, and it's close to 3 minutes past, and that's a really big problem there for Ontario Tech.
Yeah, I mean, I really think that, it's these floaters. And this is an empty goal for Quees and Perk to just run it down the field. Caught off in rotations, a lack of boost, unable to get it. And that's a 4th unanswered goal for Ohio State.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, did that touch every player on that
I
passing
believe it was,
play?
yeah. It was all 3 of them, yeah.
Wow. I mean, just fantastic. And that, honestly, the score reflects that play right there. 4-0. Literally, I don't think we've seen that big of a score line all day.
Sure.
Which is fantastic for Ohio State's case. Ontario Tech's running out of time. It's looking like this might be Ohio State's game, but, like we've mentioned before, literally anything could happen. They should put me in and see how fast that lead disappears.
That's very true. Yeah, if you start putting the production cast in instead of these players, we could definitely turn that around. But these are some seasoned veterans. I actually know Creeds personally, and I'm very sure he knows how to play these kind of end games to try to make sure that doesn't happen. I'm in at 27, and it's looking less and less likely like Ontario is going to be able to take this one back. And that's great for us because that means we get to see even more carball of these guys and keep watching them. Kaza with a nice shot with a minute and 15 left on the goal. But, obviously that might just be a little too late.
Yeah. We only got about a minute and 16 seconds here. Might just be a little consolation goal at that. But you never know. Minute 16, Ontario Tech. We've seen them score in 5 seconds off a kickoff. So you never know, honestly. It could be really interesting here in this last home stretch that we've got going on here. And a nice block from Burgess. He was able to shut that down. And another block from Burgess. He said, nope, we don't want to go on our side. We want to score over there. And it looks like Burgess might be able to do just that. 2 blocks followed by a goal from Burgess. Fantastic play from him. I've got to say, he's been a real star, honestly, in this game.
Yeah, I think a real star is the great way to put it. With that midfield shot and obviously that right there, definitely cementing this victory for Ohio State as we move into the last minute here. And, it doesn't look like anything could really go wrong for them at this point. I mean, the ball's really just got to float in the air for maybe 5 more seconds here, and I think we're able to wrap it up and call it an Ohio State win.
Yeah, absolutely. It would take a Christmas miracle from Ontario Tech right now to score 4 goals, but, miracles could happen. I've seen the movie Miracle before.
Oh, yeah?
Different game, though.
Yeah,
well,
definitely.
If this was Snow Day on Rocket League, maybe that might be similar, but got about 30 seconds here, and looks like Ontario Tech's just kind of slipping a little bit, but nonetheless, looks like Ohio State's putting a really solid defensive job to try and close this game out at 5-1.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, this is the the losers bracket. So we'll be seeing, by the looks of it, Ohio State Gray later. But for Ontario, this will be kind of where they end this tournament. And obviously, GG's to them, but Ohio State showing them what we've got. And, obviously just some great plays right now. Who would you say, was kind of the player to look out for that game?
I would definitely say, I saw Burgess get a couple blocks, a couple goals, but I think, honestly, that whole teamwork, to bounce back on that third game, to really turn around, take control of it is it's impressive,
Sure.
I think it was really, tied series. That can be a little bit difficult to try and, scale down what's going to happen, but they really they blew it out of the water, and they really took control of that third game.
Absolutely. Now, I've got some stuff, if you would like me to
Oh, absolutely.
tell you.
I love it.
So let's start with the good. Then we'll go to the bad, and then no ugly yet, no eliminations. But so let's start with the good. The Buckeye Gaming Collective, Beanz, that's the main team for them, was able to win their quarterfinal in their pool, 3-0 against the University of Cincinnati, the Bearcats. So that's great, and it's actually a best of 5. So once you get there, so they won it 3-1. In the winners' quarter, the Indiana Hoosiers were able to take down the Buckeye Gaming Collective B team, the Legumez, 3-0. Unfortunate. And obviously, we just watched the premier Gray team beat Ontario Tech. So that's all I got for you so far, Mark. I think we're still waiting on the Scarlet game to finish, but it's definitely going to be interesting. And it was against Northwood University, so that's going to be a very difficult game.
So we're going to be playing Scarlet. We are Scarlet.
Yeah. I don't want to play against Scarlet.
No, I definitely don't. But we have that game next. And looks like we're going to head to break. And when we come back, you're going to be seeing some different faces, some different games, and some different action.
Absolutely. I had a great time today, and it was obviously great casting with you, Braga.
Thank you. It was good casting with you too, man.
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Jeremy Germs PC. I was joined by Rylan over here, and stay tuned for some new casters and some new games.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are back with the broadcast. We're going to be tuning into our OSU Premier team, Scarlet. They will be facing off against Wentworth. And yeah, we should be getting into that game rather shortly here. I am Martian Turtle. This is my friend Orca, and we're going to be bringing you the rest of the games for the day.
Yeah, very excited to see. Wentworth just took on WM Green last match. They took them 2-0. So they have a little bit of momentum coming into this. Not sure who do we face last match. I think we got knocked to losers last round. So a little bit of rough momentum coming into this round, but we're definitely looking to make a mark here.
Yep. Unfortunately, Scarlet team dropped a game to Northwood, but that's a very respectable opponent.
Oh, yeah, Northwood's looking very good.
Oh yeah, they're pretty lethal. But straight into the match that we have here. We might get a goal from this. No, why is he wearing a period? I can't tell who that is. Well, anyways, we got Wentworth in the blue, OSU in the orange. Temp should be taking this down the field. He doesn't have much help. He gets demoed for his efforts. Ball will go up to Dasan. He's got to reset off the ceiling. Can't quite get the second touch off the ground, and possession's going to go over to Wentworth.
Yeah, players playing very spread out now. OSU and Wentworth actually both doing a really good job of staying in positions where they want the ball to come to them, not hunting anything down too much. Ball possession's been changing a lot. Great pass there to Temp. OSU playing very connected. We'll have to see first team to actually get an opportunity here.
Yep, pretty slow start. Both teams feeling each other out in this game one. We're almost 2 minutes in. Not too many opportunities seen on either side. A lot of midfield play so far as it goes back and forth, but this is almost an opportunity for Leopards. Peacock can't quite find the net.
Yeah, OSU struggling with boost right now, it seems, so if the Leopards keep on this pressure, it might be a little tough for us here.
Yep, thankfully it looks like
OSU's able to control it, yeah.
Yeah, Dasan's able to get this out. We might have an opportunity here. Doesn't look like anyone's back. Leopards will race back in time. Stu can't quite connect with that, and here's an opportunity for the Leopards. Looking for Little Pete in the middle, and he can't quite find the net. Temp will take it out. He gets dunked, but Stu's ready for it. Dasan takes to the air, got a decent amount of boost, but loses control of the first touch, and it'll be saved.
Yeah, these teams giving each other a lot of space here. They're definitely respecting each other in this first game, kind of feeling out the competition. That's not optimal, but we'll see if the teams get a little bit more comfortable playing around each other and start to close that up, play a little bit faster here.
Yep, there's a good backfield demo there by Stu, taking out one of the
net.
guys, and wide open net for Stu. He'll bury it, and he definitely deserved that goal after creating the opportunity.
Great, yeah, I think period coming from the side rotation there. Don't know if he missed the boost or not, but just didn't have enough momentum coming in the net to save that. Great shot placement from Stu.
Yeah, it's good to see those, backfield demos. You don't always think they're going to be lethal, but just breaking up that rotation, if you take out that third man, it can easily turn into a counterattack opportunity, and Ohio State doing a great job capitalizing on that. Off the kickoff, though, looks like Temp might have possession of this, but he's going to have to get the challenge, and he won't quite find it. Period's passing it up. Desan's going to cut it off in the midfield. Stu's up for it first. Just plays it off the backboard. A little bit of offensive trading blows. We're in the blue half right now. Temp's got an opportunity. He just puts it in. A little bit confused on the defense for Wentworth, and they'll let a second one through.
I think Stu was kind of confusing them there. Yeah, Stu was just kind of messing around on the backboard a little bit. I think Little Pete got kind of disoriented. Wasn't sure what was going on.
Yeah, so good 2-0 lead as OSU seems to be taking this game pretty well so far. Still plenty of time left, obviously, for Wentworth, but right now OSU in a good spot to take this game one. And as it is a best of three, each game so important. You don't want to go to match point after one game.
Yeah, and this difference here for OSU has definitely been the positioning. Even there with Dasan being ready on the left for that pass, OSU has done a really great job being where they need to be, communicating really well, playing to Wentworth's disadvantages. So whenever they're off rotation or off of demo, really great job OSU capitalizing on those demos.
Yep. It was an absolutely flawless counterattack as well. You caught all three of Wentworth in the back corner, and Temp just clears it long, and the rest of his team's able to follow it up for him. So 3-0 lead now. A little bit of fakery going around in the blue half, but won't quite lead to anything. OSU just really has to run out some time here. They don't need to overcommit. They don't need to force anything. They've got a minute left to hold on to a 3-goal lead. That should be very doable for them. And despite the Leopards getting some demos in their half to relieve some of the offensive pressure, I don't think it's going to lead to any much kind of a counterattack.
Yeah, it definitely pays to play reserved in matches like this, especially when you don't really know your opponents too well, maybe. It definitely pays off to just stay smart. You know, don't try to overcommit to anything. Wentworth definitely having a little bit of iffy rotations, a lot of examples of 2 players going for the same boost pad, stuff like that. And so I think OSU's definitely been observing that and just kind of learning as the game went on. So they're up in this, take actually a goal there, dot scoring, bring it to 1-3 with 30 seconds left. But yeah, definitely learning and adapting to the opposing team as the game actually goes on. It's very huge. And I mean, in a best of 3, you really won't get a lot of opportunity to really develop your knowledge of your opponents. But OSU definitely playing smart, and I really appreciate that. I appreciate that from them.
Yep, really, yeah, definitely smart play by OSU. Stu almost put that one in, actually.
Great control.
Like, and the nature of this kind of bracket in a best of 3 is that you're not going to get to know every single opponent. You just got to play your game, you know, play your play style and hope it works and just try to outscore the opponent's team. Deson with a great double tap. It looked like it could have gone in off the post, but he's able to follow it up himself, and that'll absolutely seal the deal there.
Yeah, great control there. Wentworth player just kind of missing that off the wall. Those quick reads are definitely super important at this level too. With, I mean, OSU playing as fast as they are right now. Wentworth not really being able to read a lot of the balls off the wall. So I think OSU is beating Wentworth to a lot of stuff just off of their reading ability alone.
Yeah. So far, looking like OSU might be the better team here. Obviously, we still got 1 or 2 more games to figure that out, but OSU takes a 1-0 lead in the series.
Yeah, a lot of great passing plays. I love that from OSU. A lot of times you'll see a lot of teams that have kind of more mechanically adept players, like OSU, especially with like Deson and Temp. A lot of times they kind of let their mechanics take over their brain, stop to play as a team, and you kind of lose that. OSU, though, that's not like that at all right now. They're really solid as a team, making a lot of great passes, keeping it calm. They're not trying to do more than they need to.
Yeah, absolutely. It was honestly best exemplified in their 3rd goal with the counterattack across the entire field. Like, you just one moment of slip up from the Wentworth rotation, and OSU was immediately just able to take it length of the field and score pretty much immediately. So absolutely a lot more team cohesion that we're seeing out of the Buckeyes. Definitely.
And yeah, keeping that speed up. If they can just keep doing what they're doing, their game plan seems really solid right now, just beating Wentworth to a lot of those balls. Wentworth just doesn't seem like they have that ability to kind of keep up with a lot of that.
Yeah.
So OSU's definitely playing that weakness, just keeping possession, and possession scores goals. So.
Yep. Gonna hop into game 2 here. Temp's gonna get the first crack at it. He's got a little bit of boost, and he's got Deson to work with in the midfield, but he's gonna bounce straight down.
Great read.
Stu able to get the block, as it looked like it could have been dangerous if he couldn't make that read, but able to pull it off. And so far, just a bit of back and forth with this game too. Not real threatening opportunities. A little bit of a double commit there from OSU, but it's not going to turn out to much, it looks like. Deson's got a good opportunity with a lot of boost here. Let's see what he can do. It looks like he's going for the solo play. Double tap, it's going to get saved. It's going to drop right down. Stu's going to tee it off the backboard again. Lil Pete's got a tough read. He'll make contact with it, which actually saves the shot before it can come in. But so far, OSU with all the pressure here in game 2.
Yeah, a lot of things. Just that Deson shot, for example, off the backboard there. A lot of really small things that you'll notice that higher level players do is, you know, setting yourself up in a position like with that backboard air dribble to score it if the enemy team doesn't touch it. But not only that, putting yourself in a position to get a good 50. So a lot of these times, there's not going to be a player that's going to miss like that backboard hit in these higher level lobbies. So you want to make sure that you're putting your team in a position to be able to capitalize off of a 50 that you get out, just in case you're not able to score that. So that's something that I think OSU does really well, especially with Deson. Oh, no.
No, dude. Oh, you could see it breaking down. He just couldn't quite find the angle that he needed, and Stu puts it in. It's 1-0 for Ohio State. That's got to feel bad.
Yeah, 0 ping, and he saves that.
Yeah. Oh, man. So
we take those.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
take
Good
those.
start. Good start.
Yeah.
We got this. All right. Let's Kickoff's going to go right to Stu. He's going to steal the enemy boost, which is a good way to start some offensive pressure here. Temp's just kind of waiting for him as he baits 2 up. Yeah. Dasan, I'm not quite sure what he's doing, but it's going to give Temp some time to regroup, take possession of this, and get absolutely demoed by Pete. So looks like Dasan's just going to play this away as they wait for Temp to respawn. Lil Pete's got an opportunity. It's towards the net, but it's saved by Stu. And this could be a little bit of pressure for Wentworth, but a demo in the midfield. Looks like Ohio State's going to get it back.
The thing there, Wentworth definitely, they could have gotten a lot of pressure there, but Lil Pete had a really weird touch. That's the thing, is they wanted to get it out to their teammates. It looked like he went for a back pass, but he just kind of gave up possession right to OSU. And I don't think OSU was ready to necessarily take that, so maybe a good thing. But Wentworth's giving up a lot of bad hits, I think, this game. They're hitting it to spots where they're not communicating well. And I think OSU's been a little bit confused by that this game at least. But for the most part, they're able to capitalize by taking possession.
Yeah, absolutely. You never expect the opponents to absolutely pass it to you, so sometimes you can't be ready for every opportunity that they give you. But OSU doing a good job keeping, playing their games, staying in the rotations that they know so well. And the team cohesion and the rotations that they have is letting them have a lot more possession than Wentworth.
Yeah, and part of that possession comes from just having someone go for every ball. In threes, there should really be no ball left unchallenged for too long.
Oh, absolutely.
I think Wentworth, especially period, he's been able to control the ball probably more than he should be allowed to this game. But for the most part, yeah, a lot of these players, you just want to have someone going for everything, getting good 50s, and then having, that second man be able to capitalize on whatever happens.
Oh, that was almost an own goal from Wentworth.
Yeah.
Oh, Pete with a crucial bump there on Stu. Stu had the shot lined up, and you could tell he was going to blast into the top right corner. But the crucial bump by Pete's going to ruin that opportunity.
I like Dasan's play there. He misses the boost, but just stays on the ball rather than trying to turn around and do too much.
No.
Oh.
Temp just off the post. It was a great opportunity, but he couldn't quite find the angle.
Yeah, just a little rough on that shot placement. OSU definitely have a lot of opportunities here, but Wentworth's taking possession here, keeping it in OSU's half. They might be running out of boost. We'll see if OSU can get this ball out.
Yeah, I think Temp, actually it looks like Temp was not able to secure that corner boost, so could be a dangerous situation. But double commit there, and they're not going to get much of a strong hit out of it either. Peacock's able to beat one, but at this point, OSU's got enough boost to clear it long.
Yeah, great hit to the corner there for period, putting a cork in OSU's momentum. Lil P able to control a little bit. Stu gets it around him, though.
Yeah. Starting to be crunch time here for Wentworth, as if they lose this game, they are out of today's competition. We have both teams in the lower bracket. Oh, what a shot by Dasan. Crossbar down. He'll nail it.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Yeah, that could be sealing it. Obviously, 47 seconds, still plenty of time, but a 2-goal lead this late into an elimination match, that is dangerous.
Yeah, and like we were saying earlier, just being cognizant for those passing plays, knowing where your teammates are on the pitch, that really is what separates the good teams from the great teams, especially at this level.
Oh, absolutely. Yep, so we'll see if Wentworth's able to muster up anything these last few seconds. But if OSU just keeps their possession game up, there's not really much Wentworth can do. Stu's going to fake that shot. Temp just backing off, but...
Yeah, it's very easy when you're up 2 at 30 seconds to just kind of, troll a little bit.
Yeah, can't troll too much, though. It's not a 3-goal lead yet. Once you have 3, it's a little more acceptable, But, I mean, with the 0-second mechanic, if it's a 2-goal lead, I'm still playing. Obviously more reserved, but I'm playing my game. I'm not letting anyone score if I can avoid it.
Definitely.
Here's an opportunity, though. Yep. So they got 9 seconds to throw this back. Look like a little bit of awkward stuff on defense, plus crucial demo by Peacock. Stu gets a bit of a touch there to stop Dot from scoring himself.
Yeah, he air-rolled a little bit out, and his wheel touched it, so it kind of stopped it in place. I think if he would have just kept his car with the back facing towards it, might have been able to get a little pinch, but it's hard to be able to fully read all those all the time.
Yeah.
Especially when you're low on boost. So we'll see if Wentworth's able to keep this up and try to equalize it. Think OSU, great job getting out onto the ground there and securing that dub 2-0 for OSU.
Yeah, quick work for Wentworth is they did score a couple goals, but pretty solid domination on the field by OSU Scarlet, and they will move on to the next round.
Yeah, Wentworth, it started a little rough. I think OSU definitely came out swinging there. That second game, though, I think Wentworth cleaned up the rotations a bit. One of the big things that was getting them scored on is not having that person always at every ball for those 50s.
Yeah.
So they were giving up a lot of possession. OSU was able to get really strong hits. Wentworth's strengths definitely came down, though, to reading any errors. So, like, when Stu wasn't able to get that, Wentworth had someone on the ready. But OSU definitely not really making a lot of those mistakes, which is pretty evident in the scoreline that came out. A lot of really great shots, honestly, just really strong. Deson having awesome mechanics there. That shot placement with the pass from Temp in game 2 was really great. It's nice to see stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, checking in with our scores, it looks like we have the OSU Premier grade team there facing off against Nichols College right now. So we aren't able to see that match, unfortunately. And then we have the 2 club teams. We have OSU Legumez facing off against UMBC Black, and the Beanz are facing off against USF Esports currently. Yeah,
the Beanz in winners finals right now, so a really strong performance from them so far in these qualifiers. Yeah, other than that, I think Gray should be a pretty close match. We'll try to stay up with that and let you guys know how that goes after this one. Other than that, I believe we're going to throw this to a break.
Yep.
And we'll come back later with our next match.
Sounds good. See you in a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're going to be covering the Scarlet team again as they go up against Kent State this time. I'm Martian Turtle. This is my friend Orca, and we'll be getting into the match shortly, yeah?
Yep. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Yeah, so Scarlet, we just saw last game, was able to take their game against Wentworth 2-0. Pretty decent. Looked very solid. Kent, definitely a more tough opponent here.
Absolutely, yeah. For
sure. They're 4th seed, so we're coming in 8th seed. So just that alone, they're a little bit solid. Previous performances in their games, definitely Kent has looked very tight as a team. Probably along the same vein as us. A lot of really good passing plays, very mechanically skilled players. So I'm sure we're going to see a lot of that this game.
Yep. Well, we'll hop right into this match. There's a pass down for Stu. Almost can find it, but can't quite. Gary's going to be able to clear this, but Desan taking possession of it. He's got it off the wall. He might have another touch here. No, he chooses to back off, but gets a bit of a 50. It's going to be out into the middle. No OSU player there to shoot it. Stu gets demoed by Rain, and that'll clear up some space for Kent State.
Yeah, Stu just looking to control the ball a little bit. Can't keep with it. Gary Snail able to get there pretty quickly, despite what his name might suggest. Kent having a lot of really good shot opportunities, but I don't think they're reading around our defense right now. Deson able to make it to there off the backboard. OSU definitely needs that one really powerful hit to get it out.
Yeah, Kent State's much faster to challenge the ball, immediate observation compared to Wentworth. So this will be a much faster paced game. We'll see if OSU's strategy of keeping the possession can hold up against this kind of pace.
Yeah, I think that's something that's kind of undervalued a lot of times when you talk about, Rocket League matches is, we came off of a game against Wentworth, a team that was probably a little less mechanically skilled and a little bit slower, and now we're hopping right in against Kent State, team who's, they're going to be on every ball. They're going to be super fast. Desan able to get that ceiling shot right in the top shelf.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
It's always crossbar down with this guy multiple times. He's just able to find it, gets past the defense, and we'll take a 1-0 lead early in game 1.
Wow, beautiful shot there, yeah.
Oh, boy. Desan absolutely popping off today so far. 1-0 lead. Kickoff, double 50 in the middle. Sky's going to get possession of it. He's not going to have too much power on it. Temp's going to be able to get it. Looks like he might have this off the wall. He's able to beat Gary.
Yeah, Temp really great with the speed there.
Yeah. If we can continue to match Kent State's desired pace, it's going to be one heck of a series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and from Kent here, they need to start connecting that. They've had a lot of opportunities where they're catching OSU's defense off guard, but they haven't been able to connect it maybe with that third person. I think their rotations might just not be super solid right now. OSU almost having an opportunity there. Stu playing it to Temp. Not able to get a shot off, but definitely sending it back to their third person.
Yeah. You're going to see a couple crucial demos. I know the rotations are going to be crucial. Oh, that's just going to pitch in.
Oh.
Temp scores. How does this happen? It hits the ground. The 50 is favorable for Sky, it looks like.
Rain wanted to go boost over ball there, was going to go to the corner. Trusted his teammate on that, but OSU was able to get that favorable 50.
Absolutely. Huge 2-0 lead in this game one.
Yeah, great start. Really good momentum coming in. It's definitely a lot closer than I guess 2-0 would suggest. I think
Absolutely.
Kent's definitely doing a really good job of keeping possession. I believe they've actually had possession for a majority of the match versus OSU. Wow,
Oh
really
my
close
gosh.
opportunity there from Gary. But they just haven't been able to eke anything out like OSU has.
Yeah. Looks like OSU is pretty happy to not absolutely immediately challenge in the air, just sit on defense, get that save is exemplified by Temp in that last attempt. But so far, a lot of the offense has been for OSU. We haven't seen too many opportunities come up for Kent. A lot of the play's been in this blue half, and OSU doing a good job controlling the boosts in the midfield and just, stopping Kent State from getting any kind of momentum.
Yeah, I think Kent's game plan probably is just going to be try to get some hits out, get some passes, try to catch OSU off guard. I think they're starting to adapt a little bit. They're playing a bit faster. They're matching OSU now. So they just need to start getting that possession back up and start playing around OSU's defense here.
Yeah, one thing I think we need to be aware of is the counterattack game coming out of Kent State. If a lot of the play is going to be on the blue half, one slip up in rotation, we've already seen OSU go for some demos. If Kent State starts to pull out some demos, then the counterattack opportunities are going to be crucial. That being said, Stu's going to get a demo on a possible shooter. So it looks like OSU playing a bit more physical in this game, and that's so far helping them a lot.
Oh,
He can't quite find that save.
yeah, tough there.
Yeah.
It's hard to read those.
Yeah.
Just coming out of nowhere.
It's just a pinch off the wall, and Stu looks like he probably didn't have too much boost and definitely didn't have the read. That's a tough angle to see that the ball's on target from. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, Kent State matching our pinch goal earlier,
Yep.
getting one of their owns. So we're still up one, minute and a half left. Sky looking for a flip reset, couldn't get it.
Yep. No, so he's just plenty happy to stay back on defense. No early challenges from them. Giving Kent State to the space that they need. And
Wow, great read.
looks like Kent State's going to follow up, give us some space, and we're going to take advantage of it. That's another goal for us.
Yeah, insane read there from Stu, reading that corner straight down. Sky wasn't able to turn around quite quick enough to get that off.
That's such a difficult read.
It is. I missed that
Yeah.
10 times out of
If
10.
if it's off the crossbar, I mean, obviously difficult read for the shooter, but like if it's off the crossbar as the defender, I'm just hoping they shoot it right into me at that point because that is very difficult to read. Tassan's going to take out Sky, and that might open up some opportunity. You could see Stu looking for the bump onto Gary, but can't quite find it. Gary won't find the net either, so it doesn't turn out to be too dangerous. Bit of a passing opportunity. Rain's going to get that shot on target, but it was immediately blocked, and now Temp. The ball goes a little bit out of possession of Gary, and Temp's able to clean it up. Now, no one's there to shoot it. Oh, demo from Rain. He's going to backflip, but again, no one there. They're so close to scoring a goal, but they just don't have the extra person to put it in the net.
Yeah, it's been that third person. OSU was able to get a demo that last time. Rain having a shot opportunity there, just not quite getting it on net. Yeah, a lot of these times, it's that third person. OSU was demoed their third person last time.
Yeah.
So it's a little rough to kind of keep that play in the game, or keep that play like intact when you're getting demoed all the time. Sky able to sink that off of above the crossbar there. Yeah, so Ken's only one down, 18 seconds left. Something that I'm seeing from OSU this game, they're not getting it out to their teammates quite as well as they were maybe in previous matches. They're not really hitting it as hard as they need to, or these players are maybe going out too far. So they're definitely opening up a lot of these opportunities for Kent to kind of squeeze in, but I don't think they don't have the reactions right now to be able to read a lot of that. They might just not be ready for it. Kent having a great shot there. Gary having a phenomenal shot there. OSU just looking to let this touch the ground.
Here come the heroics.
Wow.
Guy's going to get it. Oh, man. 0-second goal for Kent State.
Yeah, brutal here from OSU. Kent just keeping it up, bouncing around OSU. Sky definitely able to sink that there.
Yep. Unfortunate turn in the last 20 seconds of this game, but we still have a chance to close it out. Very close game one. And we'll see who's able to take it in overtime.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, no. Not the kickoff.
Okay, we're good.
Temp's there.
Yeah, and I just want to see OSU tighten that up a bit or hit the ball harder. Either or, communicate to your teammates where you're sending it to. Desan playing over to Temp, but Temp not really having the boost to push up. So Ken's going to take possession here.
Yeah. That's one thing that comes with the increased pace of play. Like, it's much harder to make those reads, much harder. You just got to keep hitting the ball hard. That's one of the things that when I went through, like, 2 coaching lessons, I was always told, just hit the ball hard and you will just progress in the ranks beyond what you can imagine. And I found that to be true so far. So, obviously, like, you're going to want to keep possession, keep finding your teammates in space. But at some point, it's hard to keep a balance on all those things, finding your teammates, hitting the ball hard,
Yeah.
keeping the pace of play.
Yeah, because if you start misreading those, then a lot of times you're leaving your teammates open. Or if you're last and you're misreading that, trying to go for like a hero play, then you're just giving up. You're just conceding a whole goal.
Yeah. And it's been much more difficult with the recent emergence of the demo meta. Like if anyone is demoing your rotation, then all of a sudden it becomes a very different game. Because
Yeah.
you're playing even for 3 seconds. That 2v3, it's so easy to capitalize on.
Yeah, demo meta plus honestly, defense has just gotten a lot harder in Rocket League ever since flip resets. People have gotten a lot better mechanically with a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
People be able to like wall dash now, and this licks jump thing that's coming out.
I'm
It's
so
like
hyped to see that.
it's really hard because attackers have so many options now that defenders just kind of have to flip a coin and kind of decide on. Or if someone has an air dribble going on towards their net, you just kind of have to like send someone to read the normal air dribble and then send someone to read the flip reset. Gary the Snail be able to work it around OSU's defender there,
Yeah.
finishing out this game 4-3 in overtime.
Sky with a great touch there, and Temp did the best he could.
Yeah.
But when Sky's 1v3 and it's got the follow-up shooter, like it's game for Kent. They'll take
Yeah.
the first game.
Yeah, that's all Stu has there in the net in that position is just double jump and pray.
Yep.
Yeah, good defense from Ken. A lot of that possession definitely going Ken's favor. I think they're able to tighten up a lot towards the end of that game to take it out in overtime. Adaptability was a huge thing for Kent. In the beginning, you could definitely see OSU was able to read a lot of their touches, getting those 50s in, getting favorable 50s. We were up 2 goals early on from that, a pinch goal off of a 50, stuff like that. But then Kent started shifting a little bit. They were able to read OSU a lot better. Yeah, and so I think that's definitely what turned the tides for them that game.
Yeah, I think another big thing is that they recognized that OSU was giving them the space to go for the solo plays, and they started doing it. They started getting more creative. You saw multiple flip reset attempts. You saw Sky in the corner. He just beats a couple. And, I mean, as long as you're able to beat 1 or 2 challengers, if you beat 2 challengers, that's a 1v2, and automatically you're going to have a man advantage, at least until the other player is able to get back. And Kent State did a good job of recognizing this, taking the opportunities they're given, and capitalizing on them.
Yeah, and that's something I'm looking at OSU to tighten up a lot more this game. A lot of those errors, those little pockets that you're giving the opponents to squeeze in, even hesitating for just a second can cost you a whole half field of ground. So I want to see OSU recognize that this game.
Yep. I also want to see a little bit more of the demos come out for OSU. They were pretty strong in the Wentworth series as a couple demos onto them were able to break up some rotations, and OSU was able to take advantage. I'd like to see a little bit more of that in this series, because I feel like if you throw off that rotation, if you're able to demo the guy going for the solo play before he even gets a chance to, then it just immediately stops all their momentum.
Yeah, definitely. I'm liking where OSU's been hitting the ball just in the start here. They're definitely hitting it in favorable positions for them, keeping it around Kent. Not really. Desan just playing his own teammate there. Uh-oh.
Sorry, we got this. We
Yeah.
got this. Desan, just
Recollect yourself.
a little bit of
Chill.
trickery, but if they don't know what we're doing, or if we don't know what we're
Then
doing,
they
they
don't,
don't know
yeah.
what we're doing either. So,
Yeah, I think that actually shifted a lot of momentum because I was about to say that OSU's hitting the ball in spaces where they have control, but with that Desan controlling it.
oh, what a read by Temp off the crossbar.
Yeah.
He's been pretty consistent with that. I mean, we saw him get a goal in game 1 where he was able to read it right off the crossbar. Stu puts it a little high, but just immediately it bounces down at an awkward angle, and he's somehow able to still find that and put it in the net.
Yeah, that comes down, honestly. A lot of times it's muscle memories for players that, have thousands of hours.
Yeah.
In this game, a lot of times you can just recognize positions. It's like, a chessboard. You've seen it a million times and you just react. You just know what to do.
Yep. See, unfortunately, the boost does not spawn in there for Temp. It looked like he was gearing up for a solo play. It spawns in a little bit too late, and so Desan's going to have to take this back. Stu's going to get into the corner, and here's an opportunity. There's 2 players in the corner, but OSU's just going to give away possession. Desan can't find that dunk. Now the demo by Rain onto a player, and Gary able to put it off the post. It'll be finished up by Sky. It's those demos. You see the demo on the last man or the third man rotating in, and Temp just doesn't have the boost for it. Gary can't quite put it in himself, but a great flip reset effort, and they're able to tie it up.
Yeah, I think OSU didn't really communicate that play very well. Desan kind of sending it downfield, thinking maybe that Stu was going to follow up. But Stu left. left the rotation out. So definitely smart play from Kent State there with that demo. They're watching really well. They're observing our team. Oh, whoa, off the wall there. That was so powerful.
Yeah, it was a great shot, and just 1 second being out of position, and Rain's able to capitalize. Wow, that's a powerful shot coming from that angle. Temp can't quite get up in time. Kent State's going to take a 2-0 lead.
Yeah.
Still plenty of time left in this game, but right now Kent State's got all they need.
Yeah, I mean, this is the issue that we've been talking about. This win condition for Kent State is to just read these pockets where OSU's just leaving themselves open, and they're doing it so much more. Like with Temp there, it's tough because Temp's having a lot of really great reads on offense. But like right there, not being able to recognize what Sky's going for, it's leaving Stu right in the back in the net there, just completely open. It's just giving Kent State all the power there, and that's definitely something that OSU does not want to be doing against a team that's as mechanically skilled as Kent State. Because you give them that shot opportunity, they're going to take it and they're going to put it, top shelf in the corner.
They definitely have the mechanics. You got to be able to challenge quickly. Stu in an awkward spot again, and Rain's going to put it in. That's 4-1 for Kent State here in game 2.
Yeah, what started as just those, little pockets, those little thoughts where OSU is just leaving themselves open a little bit. Now it's just canyons. Huge opportunities for Kent with basically 0 contests coming out from OSU.
Yep. The one piece of good news for Ohio State is that they still have half a game left.
Yes.
And if it can be a 4-1 scoreline with 2 minutes and 30 seconds in the first half of the game, it can also be a 4-1 scoreline in the opposite way in the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So we'll see if they're able to put anything together. Here's the first opportunity. Great placement by Dasan. Reads the defense, sees that he's going to be covering the far post. He had the speed, but he couldn't slow down in time for the back post shot. And Dasan, really smart shot. You can see how he just dives away from the ball, and it totally throws off the defender. Dasan gets one back for OSU.
Yeah, OSU playing with every single team member there. That is the important distinction to make with that shot, was Temp sending it to the wall where Stu was, communicating that really well, and then Stu sending it straight to where Dasan was to be able to take that shot. That's what's going to score you goals here, and that's what OSU hasn't been doing, and I think that's what they want to change now about their game. I think they're playing a lot faster now, which I really like. I think that's definitely something that's going to be required.
That's what Kent State's been capitalizing on. It takes all 3 of OSU to score from the looks of it, and if that's the case, if you demo one of them, they're not scoring, and oftentimes you're going to be able to get that goal yourself. So just a couple crucial demos led to these Kent State goals, and obviously a few solo plays, beating 1 or 2 members. I'd like to see Ohio State, while they have the team plays down, it'd be cool to see an individual pop-off for a goal.
I think Dasan just wasn't in position to take over that ball.
Yeah.
Be able to get that 50 to the corner, though.
It was a good recovery. It looked like it could be an opportunity for Kent State, but OSU's able to recover. And you can see the demos really are starting to step up. Gary just gets a double demo, and Temp can't quite make that read. Here's an opportunity for Rain. He gets it off the back wall. Stu's can't quite find it, and the last defender isn't able to reach it. Gary puts one in, and off the double demo for himself. Obviously, Rain sets this up for the pass, but Gary's double demo led to this opportunity.
Yeah, it's really hard to establish your team again after 2 of your players getting demoed. You just have 1 on the back.
Yep.
It's hard to recognize the situation you're in. So Kent did a great job, capitalize on that. OSU definitely recognizing that they need to start playing faster and start going for these balls, like still on the back where they really tried to read that far out, but just wasn't able to. Just didn't have the boost or the momentum to get there.
Yep.
But they have the right idea coming to this last minute here, down 3 goals. They definitely have to make something happen.
Yep.
Passing it down to Dasan.
You can see them looking for each other. Temp's trying to find Dasan there, but it's cut out by Rain. He was able to read the pass in time. So a little bit of change might be necessary for OSU if they're wanting to take this game. Their team plays are getting read a bit too much, and it's evident in the 5-2 scoreline, but hopefully they're able to find something in these last 30 seconds. Otherwise, they're out of the tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, and I wish I would have saw this more from OSU earlier in the match, looking for your teammates. Like right there, just not being able to get there. Maybe didn't communicate it properly, but yeah, seeing those teammates like actually looking with your camera, seeing where your friends are, where you need to get the ball to.
Yeah.
They're doing it now. It's a little inconsistent. But yeah, Kent's super fired up right now. They've been able to read a lot of those even when we're getting really good plays on net. Kent is a super powerful team, and they're able to recognize that. They've seen these situations a million times before. They definitely started a little shaky, but they came back, closing this game out 6-2 to take this series 2-0 against OSU Scarlet.
Yep. Unfortunate end for Scarlet, but Kent State, obviously a solid team coming in with the 4th seed.
Yeah.
Surprised they got knocked to the lowers this quickly, but they're able to keep their trail on, and unfortunately that's the end for OSU Scarlet. Also as well, unfortunately off stream, the OSU Premier Grade team lost to Nichols College, and so they are also out of the tournament. OSU does still have the 2 club teams still in the tournament. The OSU Legumes are facing Wake Technical Community College, and the OSU Beanz are still against USF Esports in their winners final. But unfortunately for the premier teams, that's it for today.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's all sad and gloomy. Kent State's definitely a really powerful team, like we said. We started off really, really strong.
Yeah.
I liked how we came in roaring, especially coming off of that win against Wentworth. It's easy to have a different mindset, playing maybe a little bit of a weaker team versus a strong team like Kent.
Yeah.
It's hard to really solidify yourself. OSU, I liked a lot of stuff they did. Kent State, I liked a lot of stuff they did. I think both teams played really well. Kent just having that game plan coming in and having it down really solid. Scarlet's win condition just kind of fell apart. Kent was reading them really well.
Yeah.
So it's hard when you have a team that adapts as quickly and as well as Kent does.
Yeah. And I mean, the good news for Scarlet is that these are not bad teams. Like, they lost to Northwood and they lost to Kent State. Both these teams have made CRL. These are the 1 and 4 seeds. So obviously, like, you can learn from these series, you can get better, but already starting in a great spot.
Yeah. This is definitely something that this is super valuable for VOD review.
Yes.
100% for these premier teams to be able to look at these teams that are, they're doing something right, especially Northwood being the favorite. That VOD is going to be very, very valuable for us to look at. This is a team that is doing a lot of things correctly.
Yeah.
So what can we learn from them? We want to analyze their gameplay and hopefully take that for whatever matches we have in the future, learn from that, and I'd definitely like to see a more powered-up OSU team.
Yep. Well, obviously, plenty of VOD review to happen. You faced the best team in CRL, I think, and so reviewing that's going to be super helpful. But that's it for today. They should have another chance next weekend, and so hopefully we will see you all then. But for now, we will throw to a break, and we will catch you all later.
Yeah, see you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I am Martian Turtle. This is my friend Orca, and unfortunately, while the premier teams have been knocked out, we will be covering the club teams from here on out. We have 2 teams that we're focused on. There's the OSU Beanz, who are currently in the winners finals against USF Esports, but then the OSU Legumes as well. We will be facing Michigan Tech in that match we will be hopping into here shortly. This is still a best of 3. We're in the lower bracket, so obviously do or die matchup here, but it should be a good one.
Yeah, Beanz definitely having a great run so far, coming in as that 1st seed. Legumes being 7th seed against Michigan Tech. Both these teams are definitely very competent. It's going to be a pretty close match. We just have that one match to go until they start being best of 5.
Yep.
So we're definitely looking to keep this solid, get the Legumes up there into the semifinals. We'll see how it goes with Michigan Tech. They are a bit higher seed than us. Legumes have been playing pretty well so far, just taking 1 loss early on, I believe. So I'm really excited to see how they play this game.
Yeah. Lower quarters, if I remember correctly, that's like top 6 because I think lower semis is top 4.
Yeah.
So obviously really good day for the OSU Legumes, and they'll face off against Michigan Tech, and Michigan Tech will take the first goal. I'm going to forever be bothered by the fact that the Legumes are on the blue side, but here we are. Tater's going to get the first one.
So wrong.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right. I mean, I don't know what Michigan Tech's colors are. Obviously, I know like the other team's colors are very specifically blue, and Tech might be different, but it's weird seeing us, not on the red side, I guess. Well, orange side technically, but
what can you do?
Yep.
Michigan Tech having that really, really early goal just off the kickoff. We didn't even get to see it.
Yeah. It was pretty quick, but obviously plenty of time to bounce back. On the Legumes, we have Bungo, Champy, and CJ. Now, Champy is what I've not seen much of Bungo or CJ, so I can't speak too much to them. But I know Champy pretty well. I've played in a few tournaments with him, and the guy has absolutely destroyed me 1v3. So excited to see him on the pitch for the club team. But here's an opportunity for Tech. CJ is going to be able to clear, and Bungo with a great cut to take out the shooting opportunity from Tech.
Just from early on, these players definitely seem very, very good.
Yeah.
Really smart. Michigan Tech there, actually. I'm really liking how they're placing the ball. A little bit of a whiff there, but yeah, they're placing the ball really well. Something that we talked about with Scarlet's team earlier was placing it where your team can play off of it. I think Michigan Tech is exemplifying that really well so far. Legumez just needs to take control back and get this ball out of their half as soon as possible.
Yeah. It's been on the Legumez half for a while, but they look pretty comfortable, honestly. They're not, panicking their touches. They looked a little double committee while they were on offense, honestly, but on defense they've seemed pretty strong thus far. That clear for Michigan Tech's going to get them back to the blue half, and an opportunity here. An extra touch there by Stu isn't going to fool Bungo. CJ almost finds that, but can't quite connect. And so Michigan Tech looks like they're going to regroup on their half.
Yeah, Legumez are going for some wild stuff so far. They're jumping out a lot of things that are catching me off guard. I think they definitely know how they can play. They know the limits of their mechanics, so I'm excited to see what they can pull out this game. Especially looking at Bungo, I know you do recognize Champy. I've seen Bungo play a little bit. I know he's definitely one of the more mechanically skilled players, one of the more flashy players.
Yeah.
And I think that's typical with OSU teams. I feel like we've always been, more flashy.
Yeah.
So I want to see something come out here. I definitely want to see at least a shot opportunity come out for OSU off of this possession, but it seems like it's going back to Legumez half.
Yeah, Champy almost got by 2. Had a bit of an opportunity there, but yeah. The best part about going to OSU, we have a lot of students, which means we have a lot of different versatility on our Rocket League players. And I know, at least as you were mentioning, Bungo is pretty mechanically skilled. So is Champy. So I could really see some flashy plays coming out here. And even in stuff like Buckeye RL that we have, there's a lot of good players in that aren't even touching our top 4 teams that we've seen here today. So these guys, pretty much the best of the best, and excited to see what they can bring to the table. 2 minutes left here in this first game, though. Still a 1-0 lead off that early goal from Tech, but it's been pretty even. Not too many threatening opportunities. Champy can't quite connect with that one. It looked clean, but just a little bit too far in front of him. Tech's able to clear it long, but should be pretty easy for Champy to collect. Stu can't find the demo on him, and that's another thing that I'd like to see. We saw a lot of bumps and demos, which is one of the reasons we lost to, or the Scarlet team lost to Kent State. I'd like to see that demo dodged by Champy there. If you can dodge those demos pretty successfully. Oh my gosh, Bungo.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what you're talking about. They're the flashy plays coming out, and he's rocking the Bengals decal. We're from Ohio. We know what's happening today. But Bungo letting it be known that he is here to play Rocket League as well as we tie up the game with 1:27 left.
Yeah, I think the Legumez know their win condition. They're feeling out this Michigan Tech team. I think they're feeling pretty solid. They really just want to play this ball around them. They're super, super mechanically skilled. A lot of solo plays coming out. Super smart. I love where they're positioning their car a lot of times, especially if you guys watch CJ specifically. A lot of times he uses his air roll just to it's like a physics thing, it's a physics problem. You have a person coming at you, dribbling the ball straight on the ground. How do you orient your car, the best way to get the best touch out of it, out of that 50? CJ does this super well. He uses air roll to just get the best 50s that he possibly can. And it's something that it's really hard to, recognize and point out, but it's something that really, it's extremely important. It's honestly paramount to this high-level play, is getting these favorable 50s. A lot of times people think it's just RNG, but it's definitely not.
Oh, it's 100% not. I found this out pretty quickly when I, faced players like Champy. They win almost every 50 that they have, and that's just they've done this a million times. They know how to hit the ball, and they know how to find it. Champy's going to find that save. That was an opportunity. But
getting them on the way out from Michigan Tech here.
Yep.
Legumez definitely wants to take this possession back. CJ being first to that ball. Yeah, Legumez doing a really great job of just being fast to it, not hesitating on this.
Yep.
I really like to see that.
Last second opportunity, I guess, here for Tech. They're going to bounce out of the wall. He side flips, unfortunately. We will see overtime in game 1. Obviously still a best of 3, so this is a crucial overtime in and of itself. But I'd say so far the Legumez have the momentum. Obviously there was the quick goal from Michigan Tech, but other than that, haven't seen too many opportunities from them. And it's been, other than that goal, really, it's been a lot of just back and forth in the midfield, seeing who can do what. So I'd say we have a little bit of the momentum. Champy with an opportunity here. He can't quite find it. A great challenge by Tater.
Yeah, I think ball is probably going a little bit too fast to fully control that.
Yeah.
Legumes have been... It's tough because they've definitely had a lot of opportunities to get some passing plays out. They're taking a lot of these solo opportunities. They're favoring that over it. And I think they're definitely playing a little... They're playing a little bit faster and a little bit like more mechanical than they really have to right now. Michigan Tech having control of that champion, doing a really great job to read that though. But other than that, their 50s have been really great. I'd definitely love to just see some classic bread and butter, you know, pass, shoot, just get in the top shelf. That's really all you need, especially in this overtime in a best of 3. You don't want to risk it too much.
Yeah, and one thing that Michigan Tech is doing, you can see Stu is definitely favoring the slower play. And that's a great counter to someone going fast. If you're going fast and then all of a sudden the man's got possession. Oh, CJ. He was hearing us talking about Bungo and Champ again, the flashy plays, and he'll bury a double tap himself. My goodness, OSU will take game 1. Legumes off to a great start in this series.
Yeah. Yeah, CJ taking that whiteboard and chalk. He just became the teacher. He said, let me show you guys how it's done. Playing around 3 opponents there.
Yeah.
Really, really impressive to end out that first game.
Yeah. It was a great bounce back. Obviously, quick goal from Michigan Tech put them in the driver's seat for a lot of the match, but it really felt like the Legumes controlled it. You know, didn't give too many other opportunities to Tech. They tried to find each other in the midfield. There were a couple passes that obviously didn't connect, but they're looking for each other. They're getting the 50s, and they're just playing their game, and it's working so far.
Yeah, yeah. With Rocket League, it's really easy to just be able to tell, you know, which team's making to the ball first a lot, winning their 50s, having possession. A lot of times that is what leads to, you know, a winning team just scoring more goals, having possession more. Not always though. So Michigan Tech having that early goal, and then OSU, despite having possession for, you know, like 80%, 75% of the time there, they weren't able to really get any shots out until, you know, that last like half. It was tough. They weren't fully completing their plays. Michigan Tech was doing a great job of being able to defend stuff. And so you are on that back burner, but it's also important to be able to finish that out, you know.
Yeah.
So I want to see Legumes taking more shots, just more solid, you know, top shelf, just place your shots. Don't try to do anything crazier than you really have to.
Yeah. It'd be nice to see, like, you know, the simple, you know, passing plays, just put a shot on net type of strategy. Because, I mean, the 2 goals that the Legumes did score in their match were, you know, pretty good-looking double taps. And obviously, like, those are difficult, but it looks like they can pull them off. Here's an opportunity, though. Let's see if they can get this in front of the net fast enough. Tater's going to be up for it in time. CJ backflips, but he still should have possession of it. A little bit of a double commit there. It looked like it was going directly onto Tater's hood. And a double commit. Good dunk by Bungo, and we'll see if anyone's able to follow up. Tater just, again, the last person back, and he's clutching up for Michigan Tech here as Bungo, another demo, and unfortunately bumps CJ on the way out. But so far, a lot of pressure from the Legumes. Stu going to take an opportunity. He'll be dunked by Bungo. CJ takes to the sky. Can't quite find the second touch. Tater's going to have the follow-up opportunity. Champy going to play defense. Tater elects not to go for the flip reset, and Champy still has it equal.
Yeah, one thing I'm loving about the Legumes play right now is being able to play it to their teammates. They are going for these solo plays, but I liked CJ there. He was looking for his teammate, using your camera, you know, to look around, and oh my gosh, more demos.
Oh.
Close there. Yeah, OSU's demoing those MVPs, those most valuable defenders.
The demos from Legumes so far have been absolutely fantastic. Oh, what a save by Champy.
Yeah. That's a really hard ball to save for CJ in the net there.
Yeah.
You have no momentum going up, and it's like it's that high up. It's hard when you don't have a lot of boost.
Yep. Well, that was a difficult angle. That's also
Nice.
on target. That did not look on target from my perspective, which is probably why I'm not playing right now. But, yeah, great save there by the Legumes defense. And any opportunity that Tech is getting, it's immediately shut down.
Yeah. Yeah, OSU is hunting Michigan Tech right now. They're getting so many demos on their defenders.
They saw the name and got angry.
Yeah. Yeah, I would too.
We don't like that state up here. So, yeah, a lot of extended pressure. Champy's going to get the reset, but he won't control the ball with it. But no, it's something that the Legumes are doing while they're on offense. They're looking for those demos on the way out, and it's absolutely working. I mean, Tech has been on the blue half occasionally, but their stays in the blue half are really short before Legumes get it clear. And I think that's, you know, something to do with their more controlled play style. You'll see Tech, you know, control the ball a little bit more, take possession, specifically Stu, and he'll do that on offense as well. But like when you are taking possession of the ball more, you're going to end up on your half, and the pressure that the Legumez are bringing is absolutely trapping them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one thing to, hunt for demos just for the sake of it or whatever, just to, have a player taken out. But it's another thing that OSU's reading really well. CJ there, great shot off the corner, great read.
Yep.
But yeah, as OSU's doing, it's not that they're hunting for demos just for the sake of it or necessarily that they think they need it to score a goal. It's that they're reading that Michigan Tech is vulnerable to these. So Michigan Tech playing a little more grounded, a little bit slower, that is, what demos counter. It's
Exactly.
that grounded play.
Yeah.
So it's not that we're, just trying to tilt them.
That wouldn't be a bad strategy, but right now it
That's-
seems like the demos are more calculated than just out of anger. And
Yeah,
that's
that's the-
definitely what you want.
It's a solo queue strategy. It's
Yes.
just keep doing them until they forfeit.
Oh, man, now everyone's going to beat me. You just gave it away.
Yeah.
But no, Bungo's going to win that cleanly, and Champy can't quite connect, but it's going out to CJ. CJ will put a shot just high off the post, and Stu's going to pinch it out, which looks good for a second. Tater gets the dunk onto Champy.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see. I mean, a little over a minute and a half left in this game. Legumez on match point. Oh, that's a great pass. Can he get there in time? CJ can't find it, but he'll get a demo in return.
The demo.
Brief 2v2. Stu's going to get challenged, but CJ doesn't have the read. Champy's ready to follow it up, though, and that's another thing. Like, if you send one challenger and you have someone immediately there to follow it up, that's going to keep your possession almost all the time. And seeing that coordination from CJ and Champy is exactly what you want to see.
Yeah, a lot of the possession comes down to this, your game knowledge or your game sense, which I think both teams have really great game sense, at least just from watching these two games. OSU a lot of the times opting to, not hit a ball or like fake it or, just whiff on purpose sometimes to let their teammate take over because they're in comms. They know, if they have it or if they have a better touch, leaving it for your teammates. Michigan Tech a lot of times just being really cognizant of where their teammates are. So both teams having, that game sense pretty locked down just in different aspects, I suppose, of the game.
Yep, you can tell the two different play styles are definitely emerging from these two. It's just, a battle of who's going to win it. And right now it's a 1-0 lead with 30 seconds left for the Legumez. We'll see if they can keep the defense on lockdown. But one thing I'd start to get worried about if I'm OSU is the possibility of a counterattack. Obviously, if your play style is like a suffocating offense, it's pretty easy to get counterattacked if you just have one slip up. So with 10 seconds left, obviously they're on the defensive half now, but I would suspect they're going a more conservative play style. Make sure this ball hits the ground after these 5 seconds run out.
Yeah, something that Legumez did really well here. Hopefully they can get this out, get it touch the ground. Yep, close it out for the Legumez 2-0 over Michigan Tech. But as I was going to say, in that last 30 seconds when you're up one, I think Legumez did a great job of knowing, Michigan Tech has to challenge this.
Yeah.
They need to take it from us. They're going to play super aggressive and just throw their cars at it. So they're able to play around that. All these Legumez players, great mechanics, so they're able to, play around that for their 50s. So control that really well. Very smart play from Legumez there. I really like that.
Absolutely. And one of the reasons we were able to take it at the end is that, Michigan Tech's strategy is like slow, more reserved play. And when you're down by one with that little time, it's going to be much more difficult when you're playing like a play style that isn't exactly yours. You can't wait for the opponents to give you the ball if they're up by one with 0 seconds left. They're going to hold on to it. They're going to waste as much time.
Yeah.
So a little bit of flip in the play styles at the end, but you can see with the 1-0 lead advantage that the Legumez had, they were able to close out the series.
Yeah, Legumez, I really like that play. So great to see that coming from them. Hopefully, who are they facing next?
I'm not sure if that results.
Yeah, it's
in
not
yet,
really decided yet, but hopefully they can keep that momentum going on into their next matches. I'm really excited to see that. And I believe we're going to be thrown to break here now, so we'll see you guys later.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We are back to cover the OSU club teams. We're going to be focusing on the Legumez team currently. I am Martin Turtle. This is my friend Orca. We're going to be bringing you OSU Legumez versus King's University. Now, this is different from King's College because one of our teams played King's College earlier today and beat them. Hopefully, these guys can do the same with a slightly different school. It's King's University.
Yeah, King Tornado coming off that win against They won 2-0 against their last match, so they have a little bit, they have a little bit of momentum coming in. So, yeah, Legumez definitely looking to keep solid from Michigan Tech. That win against Michigan Tech was really solid. I really liked a lot of their play. Super clean. Definitely want to see a lot of that coming out. A lot of adaptability. That's a word I've been using a lot today. King Tornado, just from taking a little peek at their players, definitely seem really solid. Hopefully we can maybe poke some holes in the defense here. I think that's the biggest thing we have to look out for is, recognizing when we have opportunities and when we don't. And that first part comes with just observing them and kind of knowing, how good they are, how fast they are mechanically. Like, are they able to read this hit, whatever.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Well, that a little bit of feel-out period in Game 1 is always kind of necessary. Unfortunately, KC Colts will get the first goal for King Tornado. But one thing to note is that we are now in officially best-of-5 territory. So while the match 1 was very important in Game 3s, because obviously winning that puts you on match point and gives you 2 lives in the series, this match 1, while it's important to feel each other out, you're going to get a little bit more time to see what your opponents are doing and maybe make some mid-series adjustments.
Yeah, Rocket League's a lot different than a lot of other games, whereas, in a game like Valorant, you have so many rounds across one map, stuff like that. Rocket League, you have that 5-minute game. It can go to overtime, but this game plays super fast, so it's super important to have that mental fortitude to be able to, recognize, like, we have 2 minutes left. There's something we need to change about this. Band together, whatever. You have to do it very quickly. It's all about those quick adjustments.
Exactly. And it can be very difficult to, like, while you're mid-comms, like, oh, we need to change our strategy. We need to go for this. If I'm calming, like, in a match, I'm barely going to be able to focus on, we need to change this. We need to go for demos. Like, I'm just going to do that myself and then hope my teammates are on the same page. But in a best-of-5 series, you're going to have more than, like, 2 lives to make those adjustments. That one's just off the post. The shooting by Colt so far, pretty dangerous. So he's definitely probably going to be a player to keep an eye on for King Tornado. On the flip side, we have 3 players to keep your eye on. Champy, Bungo, and CJ, all of them popping off last series. Some great double taps from both CJ and Bungo specifically. But Champy, obviously, no stranger to mechanics.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and OSU being very fast to this. I really like their speed coming out. But King's Tornado, they're getting a lot of value. I'm liking their game plan so far. They're getting a lot of value out of all of their touches. They have a plan. They're always thinking ahead. I think that's something that OSU is going to struggle a little bit to play around, because it might be a little rocket at times, just, wanting to control the ball as much as possible and just, play muscle memory.
Yeah.
So it's something that's going to be a little tough for them to. Ooh, nice
What?
try there by Bungo, but Crather Chili being able to rotate very quickly there. Yeah, that was very smart on the rotation for him.
I honestly thought that one was in. I mean, the first one went off the crossbar. It looked like it was going to be close. Ooh, good 50.
Good job
by Crather, though. Well defended.
Yeah, good job bumping the demo there in the net, but Crather Chili being able to get pretty much an open net. The defender didn't really have any momentum going which way, so just shoot it across and you're good.
Champy had to go for the in and out save there. It's just tough position defensively for the Legumez, and they're not able to pull it together.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like King Tornado maybe getting. Oh, wow, that's a rough kickoff there.
Yeah.
I was going to say getting a little in OSU's head a little bit, especially with Matt being able to kind of mess with OSU's rotation. He was not even demoing, like just bumping players to get them out of rotation. And I don't think OSU was really able to reconvene kind of from that.
Yeah. Yep. So 3-0 lead pretty quickly for King Tornado here in Game 1. Hopefully Legumez are able to bounce back a little bit in this game. They still have 2 minutes left, but 3-0 lead's pretty difficult to make a comeback on, no matter how much time we have on the clock. But looks like we'll try to get started. We're in the blue half for now, but Crather's going to get this clear downfield. Goes for a fake musty flick. Gets the pass over to Keiko. Great save by Bungo. It was a good-looking play by King Tornado, but they're not able to capitalize on it. And now we're back in the blue half.
Yeah, OSU playing for these reads on these opponents, getting those 50s. Really important in threes. What a save there from K. Cold.
This defense is insane.
Yeah, and I mean, them being able to read us too, I think both teams are getting really great 50s on each other, honestly. King Tornado just has been able to use that as a tool to solidify their play and finish it out. OSU not really be able to get to that point yet here.
Yeah. Well, there's a good demo from Bungo onto Matt. Let's see if the Legumes can capitalize. Unfortunately, Colt will get a demo right back onto Bungo, so somehow the Legumes are keeping up the pressure. Normally when you see that demo onto the offense, it's very difficult. Also, he almost just turned that in. Here's a shot opportunity from CJ. He'll get dunked, and that's actually very dangerous, as all of Legumes are going to have to race back for this one. Champy's going to get in the way of the shot from Matt. And now Colt's going to have an opportunity. Just played straight to Champy, though. Champy's going to throw it up. Crather's going to get the clear, but Champy's got the read off the wall. CJ doesn't quite have this read. Colt will get the clear. He'll try to play it back, and Matt's going to continue this play, racing down the pitch, but Champy's able to cut this out.
Yeah, OSU struggling very visibly to get any sort of meaningful play. Doing a great job at trying to keep possession. I think King Tornado, honestly, is just playing around the idea that, you know, the Legumes are just going to go for every ball, right? They're just going to go straight at it, play fast. And so King Tornado is able to play around that. I think they're playing it very smart in that aspect. But very visibly, OSU just isn't able to really get any, you know, unsavable stuff like you'll see in threes with those passing plays and just really good shots in the top shelf.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, yeah.
Yep. It was a good fake by CJ, I think it was. He got the first touch off the wall, and it looked like he might be going for the double tap, but he backs off of it, and the defense just sitting there stunned, and Champy's able to bury it to the top right corner. They'll get one back. 20 seconds. It's not impossible, but it's very difficult.
It's very tough, but just getting that momentum going in, right? That was a really good play, yeah, from CJ faking that. King Tornado didn't want to push up for that because if they get the touch, they're going to be out of position. That's something that you have to really think about in threes a lot of time. Like with the prevalence of flip resets now, is you always have the chance to fake that.
Yeah.
So you want to always send someone up for that challenge, even if they're just going to fake it under. Because if you have two people in net, you have to use both of them to get that out. It's really hard on defense now with all these new mechanics being made. So, yeah, CJ being able to fake that was huge. A little bit of momentum, you know, we didn't get 3-0'd, so it's a little bit of momentum going into that next game. OSU definitely wants to start getting some really powerful shots, getting those half bounces. More of that stuff with the fakes. You know, you have the ability to do a lot of these things, but these other teams are going to read a lot of that. You know, they've seen this a million times. They're going to read a lot of this, so you want to think ahead more to getting it to your teammates and getting those shots because it's all about those really powerful top shelf shots.
Absolutely, yeah. And you were mentioning that, like, you know, the flip resets and you need multiple people to send. One thing that the Legumes are doing, they're challenging pretty quickly on the offensive opportunities. I think we saw Scarlet earlier, where more welcome to like sit back and wait for the shot to happen. But Legumes are definitely more of like a challenging team. They will go at the ball fast. They will not let you have any space. And hopefully they're able to continue this type of play style because obviously that's what they're comfortable with. You got three of the fastest guys just going at the ball. I wouldn't want to get challenged by any one of these three. But hopefully they're able to keep that play style and not, you know, let too many holes appear when the demos start coming through.
Yeah, the tough thing too with that just, you know, going for every ball type of thing, going as fast as possible. You know, the Legumes are very fast and they have been able to beat King Tornado to a lot of this and kind of get it around them. But King Tornado definitely not a team that slacks on this, right? They've played against teams that maybe are even faster than the Legumes, you know. So they're always ready for stuff like that. They're able to read this very well, and that's what sort of won them last game. You know, as Legumes just kind of going for every ball, not really thinking much about it, just muscle memory, just reaction. So it's kind of biting them a little bit here, yeah. And even there, Crather being able to get that ball around the Legume just off of rotation, it seems.
Yeah, that was a pretty insane pinch over to, and it happened to go right, like the double commit pinch happens to go right to Crather, and Crather's going to bury that shot every time.
Yeah.
So a little bit of an interesting play by Matt, but, you know, again, we didn't know what he was doing. He didn't know what he was doing, I guess.
Yeah.
And King Tornado is able to get the first goal because of it.
Yeah, so I think Legumes definitely needs to play a little bit more reserved here. Oof,
Yeah, that was close.
A tough one.
You can see they were going for the bump onto CJ, and obviously both of them missed the ball, but fortunately the Legumes were able to cover in time to get another person back before the shot came through. Yeah, that's a miss in the midfield by Colt. We'll see if Bungo can capitalize. He gets it by one. It's an open neck, and CJ turned it in. No, it'll be saved by Crather, and it goes right out to Matt. Matt's got a good opportunity here. He's coming off the wall, looking like he's going to go for the air dribble. He's over one. Oh, what a save at the last second. Crather's got a shot. It's top corner and out. King's going to bury it to follow it up, and they'll get a 2-0 lead for King Tornado.
Yeah, King Tornado players here sticking to the ball like glue. They're doing an awesome job. Even Bungo getting that pinch in the corner on their half, and the Legume player being there for that. King Tornado was able to read that way ahead. They already knew what was going on. They took the most efficient path. And this is really what's just shooting the Legumes in the foot here. They're not able to really play around that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard when you just kind of have all that speed, but it's hard to take a second, slow down a bit, and actually try to play around your opponent rather than just rely purely on just outmaneuvering them.
Yeah, King's definitely going to be a difficult team to outmaneuver.
Mm-hmm.
Because they seem to have the mechanics, even if they're not specifically doing flip resets, they're able to stay on the ball. And honestly, that can sometimes be more important than flip resets. That's something that you see, some of the best players won't even go for flip resets because they know that's what everyone expects, especially here in just any North American lobby.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be like the Squishy Muffins, going for the flip resets whenever they can. And if you're able to just get a solid air dribble, sometimes that'll fake out your opponent without even trying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something I value very heavily. Just even in my solo queue lobbies, I'd rather have a teammate that's passing it to me or being able to read my passes versus always, grabbing the boost pad, going up the wall, and then using all of it to go for a flip reset.
Yeah.
When players have seen that a million times and they're able to read it, even if they score 25% of the time, why risk that when you can just take a solid shot, and then if they save it off that, you usually get possession back. That's what OSU is doing, and that's what King Tornado is using against them.
Yeah.
Is they're taking these shots, and OSU really isn't able to get it out, so then they're able to just keep that pressure, versus OSU, using that 100 boost to go for some mechanical redirect or something. Great shot there from CJ actually in the corner.
Yeah, that was a good opportunity. There was a off-ball demo that actually caused a lot of chaos for King Tornado. You could see there was one challenging one in the midfield, and the off-ball demo took out the third man, who was probably going to be coming in for that save. CJ is going to hit that shot any day of the week. And it's still 2-1 with 2 minutes left. Plenty of time for the comeback.
Yeah, definitely a lot of little aspects you can always talk about with teams like this. But at the end of the day, just getting those shots on net, I think that's going to be really important for OSU to bring this back. It's just constantly banging those shots where they can't save it, just getting in the corner. Yep. Shot placement is very, very important here.
Yeah, shot placement, obviously, but that's the last step, I think, in what they need. Obviously, peppering the net with shots. Eventually, it's going to work. We saw it from King earlier when they had that full court air dribble. And unfortunately, they might do it again. Ooh. Oh, good touch. But some of the creativity that comes before the shot can come out. There was an opportunity earlier where Champy went for the he just used his jump to get himself to the ground faster. Just different options of creativity, like air dribbles. Obviously, the flip resets are possible. But just using your mechanics to confuse the defense as much as possible. And we're starting to see those different options come out. So I'd like to see a little bit more of that from Legumez, and hopefully they can transition this into their momentum and hopefully take something in this next minute here.
Yeah, this is a really, really bad position OSU's gotten themselves into in this corner here. King Tornado was taking all the boosts in their half, and 2 OSU players pushed up waiting for the clear, but no one was able to clear it, and King Tornado was able to push up.
Oh, that's an
I think they definitely could have gotten a lot more pressure off that, but they're looking to now with CJ rotating on the back, not able to read that, but King Tornado missing that shot there.
Yep, a little bit of a possible double commit, but they're able to clean it up before they both go for it. That's
nice
a great
flick
flick into the net. Matt's going to make it 3-1 for King Tornado, and they're going to take a commanding 3-1 lead in this game.
Yeah, it's just those solid shots here. Yeah, Matt knew Bungo was pushing up a little bit, had a little bit momentum going forward, but if he just shot that powerfully into that top right corner, then it was pretty much unsavable for OSU there.
Yeah, it was a classic ones read, and Champy, the second person coming in for the save, just couldn't quite get there in time. He read Bungo perfectly, saw Bungo was looking for a challenge sooner rather than later, and made the early flick possible. 20 seconds left in this game. Legumez need a goal very quickly, and they're not going to get one on this half unless CJ pulls off an insane freestyle opportunity. Instead, it's a pass infield. Won't be on target, but Champy's going to try to make it there. Fortunately, it's saved away. Still by Champy, so well played by him. Last kind of opportunity here for Legumez. Bungo will steal the boost in the corner, but with 3 seconds left, the ball needs to go into net basically now, and it won't. King Tornado will take this game too and put themselves on series point.
Yeah, and so going to this next game, you're down 2-0 in this best of 5, right? If this was last round, we'd already be out.
Yep.
So you have this last chance, this game 3 as OSU to really think about what let us score that one goal, right, that CJ shot there. How do we open up their defense to be able to even get that opportunity? Because King Tornado had plenty of opportunities that game. They had so many shot opportunities that they just barely had off or whatever. But I didn't really see that from OSU. They didn't really have any opportunities to even have the chance to do that.
Yeah.
And that one that they did, they took, and it was very pretty. And it kind of seems like OSU's maybe not either reading King Tornado's openings that they're giving them, or they're not setting themselves up in a position to even be able to start getting that out of King Tornado like they're doing with them, right? So King Tornado getting a lot of these favorable 50s, be able to control the ball really smart, but OSU's just kind of giving it away. They're
Yeah.
just kind of giving away possession, and they're not really playing as a cohesive unit. So it's something that I really want to see them tighten up this game.
Yeah, I think right now the mechanics and skill of King Tornado, it's kind of forcing the Legumes to play more reactively, and so most of the stuff they're doing, they're reacting to what King Tornado is giving them, and most of the time that's just a long clear, and they're not going to be able to set much up for it. I'd like to see a lot more off the ball demos because that's obviously what got us the 1 goal in the last game. So stuff like that. There was an opportunity where there was a 2-on-1 and somehow the King Tornado defender was able to get the save, but Champy was out looking for bumps ahead of the shooter. If they can find more opportunities like that, it'd be nice. Just all out more physical play, because right now if King Tornado is feeling like they're controlling, more of the touches, it's nice to, break up that rotation, all of a sudden cause a little bit more chaos on the blue side, and hopefully take advantage of that.
Yeah, and it's more than just being able to read those openings and just being the fastest car on the pitch. It's not all about that. It's one thing that I'm seeing a lot from OSU is just this positioning, right? So a lot of times they get a lot of really good value out of some really smart positioning, making it very easy for each other to play their teammates. But then with stuff like that, you have your 2 back players at each corner waiting for boost, or CJ having the clear here going down, so he's out of the play. Bum goes in the other corner getting boost, and then their third is under the ball in no position to contest that at all.
That's just so unfortunate because, I mean, they had 2 players demoed. There was only one guy left on King Tornado. Unfortunately, that guy was the shooter, and there was just no one back on defense. So despite having those, off-ball demos, King Tornado is still in a pretty good spot. Champy's going to get this off the backboard. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like anyone's able to follow up. I don't think he could have, as Champy and Bongo were both, stuck in the net, and that's a very risky challenge as a third man. But so far, Legumes starting out on offense after this kickoff, and we'll see if they can convert to anything.
Yeah, it's tough. King Tornado is playing very, very it's restrictive for OSU. We don't have a lot we can do. Those demos are really smart. King Tornado's reading situations where OSU's not able to do anything, but Champy's able to do something there, tying it up 1-1 here.
Yep, this opportunity opened up by
CJ blocking.
With a brilliant bump, and Champy's ready for it, buries it, and we're tied 1-1.
Yeah, great communication between the players there on OSU being able to read that. But yeah, as I was saying, King Tornado playing very oppressive. I think that's a good word to use for this. They're shutting them out. King Tornado reading where OSU's not able to do something. So say a player's out of boost, just sitting somewhere. Those demos are coming out, right?
Yep.
So you kind of just know when you get a free demo and when it's valuable versus when it isn't. And King Tornado is definitely exemplifying that very well.
Yeah. I mean, OSU's been doing a good job with some of these off-ball demos. You see a lot more of it, and I think it's starting to translate to the scoreboard. I mean, they're still tied.
Yeah.
But obviously, the mechanics from these players on King Tornado, specifically Matt, has really impressed me. He always seems to be glued to the ball. Now, this is a breakaway opportunity. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like they have much boost. Matt's able to get back for the save. But yeah.
Yeah, OSU just needs to get this possession back. They need to take control, of the agenda they have here. King Tornado's just been all over it. Their names are on the walls, so I'm hoping to see OSU take a little bit more ground back here.
Yeah, there was an opportunity for Champy. There was a great read by the defense for King Tornado. And now Matt's going to take this to this guy. He's just got an air dribble. He's consistently doing this. Every time he gets the ball in the midfield, he's just going to air dribble it as high as he needs to and hope that it bounces down favorably. And, I mean, so far it's worked, so you can't fault him for doing that.
Yeah.
But I'd like to see a little bit more of an early challenge for Legumes if they can get away with that. I mean, obviously there's a bit of a risk there. If he beats one, then all of a sudden you only have 2 defenders. And if the ball's on his hood, that's dangerous.
And a lot of times it comes down to that positioning. So if you're getting a player into a position like Matt's been able to get into so many of these times where you're waiting for that bounce and you can control it up into the air, I think you're giving your opponent too much time.
Yeah.
Right there again, Legumes being out for a boost, going maybe a little boost over ball, CJ just not be able to read that bouncer off the corner.
Yep. It's all set up by Matt.
Yeah.
I mean, he's consistently getting it to the backboard with his air dribble, and even if he's not the one scoring, he's happy not to be the one scoring.
Yeah, definitely.
Because his team is following him up every single time perfectly. That looked like it could be a kickoff goal opportunity. CJ can't quite read the bounce off the corner. Bungo's going to get into the corner, but it looks like Champy's beat here. He's able to get the dunk. But, oh, good boost steal.
Yeah.
Convenient spawn there for Bungo, but the long clear. And Matt's going to get the tip. It's not quite on target. CJ will get the clear. Gets it past one. The dunk by Crather's able to take it off, and Colt gets dunked himself. He had no boost, so he was just hoping for some sort of favorable 50 and couldn't quite find it. Now Matt's going to keep it in the tornado corner. And with 1 minute left, Legumez are going to need a goal to stay alive in this series.
Yeah. Yeah, CJ just kind of running around like a headless chicken there, I think, on that rotation. King Tornado's getting a lot of value out of all of their players. First, second, and third rotation. OSU's just kind of, it's like a jumble of, you know, oh, I guess I'm going for the ball now. And so this is probably the big thing that's causing King Tornado just to be able to run all over them, for the most part at least. OSU definitely being able to get some stuff out there, eking out. When they have something, they'll take it. And so I want to see that here in this last 30 seconds. They have an opportunity here with them having possession, so they really have to take this.
I don't think they have much boost, though. Otherwise, that touch from Bungo would have been a lot stronger. Yeah, you can see him rotating out with nothing in the tank. But they're able to pick up a corner. Now Bungo's got a shot, almost uncontested. Matt will fly in for the challenge.
Yeah.
20 seconds left, and Legumez tournament life here on the line.
Yeah, bunching up. Bungo gets demoed there, but I think CJ's going to go for a shot.
Oh, almost finds it. He might be able to steal his corner boost away. He is able to, but he gets demoed for his efforts. And Matt knows he's got the lead on his side. Champy looking for the bump. Can't quite find it. It's going to come down to a last-second heroic play, and Crather's able to ground this. They can't get back to it. Legumez fall. They get top 4, which is an absolutely fantastic showing, but King Tornado will advance in the tournament, and that is it for Legumez for today.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked how the Legumez adapted that game. That last game only being 2-1. They really tried to keep it up there and bring it to overtime, just weren't able to get it around them. King Tornado just always had that upper hand. It wasn't by a lot, but every inch counts there, especially in Rocket League where, you know, games are determined by just milliseconds, you know, just frames. So Legumez, a lot of rotation stuff. I think if that was the word I would use to maybe critique it a bit, would be that rotation. Just an example is CJ there that last game, not providing a lot of valuable positioning. So taking a lot of boost from maybe his teammates or taking it from the opponents, and then not really doing anything with it, staying under the ball, not getting 50s. So it's really like for that time when he's not doing anything, that's a 2v3.
Yeah.
And you're letting King Tornado take that, and then you're just, if it's just one player beating another, King Tornado is going to score off that because you're down a player pretty much.
Yep. Yeah, and especially with their ability to air dribble. Matt was fantastic that series. So huge shout to him. He set up almost every single one of their opportunities. So really well played by them. Legumez obviously have a little bit of work to do before next weekend, but hopefully we'll see them back on the pitch. Top 4, obviously not a bad spot. Considering 8 teams are going to qualify today, obviously they were top 4 in their pool. So it'll be, you know, I guess they'll be third technically, but obviously if you're third, that's a lot easier to get to the finals. So hopefully we'll see them next week. But for now, we're going to go to a bit of a break. Later, we will be coming back with the OSU Beanz. They're currently positioned in the grand finals of their pool, and they will be facing one of the teams coming from the lower bracket there for a chance to qualify for CRL League play. So we will see you all in a bit.
Yep. See you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are at the grand finals time. We will be covering the OSU club team, the Beanz. They will be Lissam, Masseter, and Cheryl. I am Martian Turtle myself. This is my friend Orca. We're going to be bringing you these grand finals. We're up against RIT. Should be a good match. I'm getting excited for this one.
Yeah, definitely. We're repping the university, right? We're here for it. We're here for our Beanz. After that game 5 against USF, it's been a bit. We've sat for about 25 minutes. We want to come in this, you know, strong, show them what we're made of. RIT definitely taking that game against USF, their game against them, pretty handedly. Nothing to be worried about. The Beanz just need to stay calm, stay collected, right? Play how they normally do. Feel this out. We are on winner's side, so I believe we do have that reset if we do need it. So I'm definitely ready for a long series, and I want to see some good Rocket League here.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely have a good advantage coming from the winner's side. We have a little bit of time to rest up, maybe, you know, practice ourselves, watch the series at hand. RIT's had to go through a bit of the lower bracket. They lost to USF in the winners semifinals, but they fought their way back, beat them in the rematch, and now they're here to face us. They looked pretty strong in their match, so we'll see if they're able to keep that momentum. But then again, they've played so many series in a row, they might be getting tired as well. All that we'll have to see once we get into the game.
Yeah, this is for qualification, right? You have everything to lose here. So RIT, I feel like all these players here, I mean, if there's any time to have nerves, it's right now. It's right here. Beanz have always been, these players, I've known these players for a while, they've always been very clutch. All right, their mindsets have been pretty solid. So I trust in them. RIT needs to bring it, definitely. Play their A game. They have a mountain to climb here, for sure.
And I know with the Beanz that we've seen, Masseter and Shiro, obviously pretty much veterans on this team. They've been here a while. They've been to several CRLs. They couldn't make the last one, unfortunately, but this is the first time they've played with Lissam, actually. So new member on the roster. I want to see how he performs, and obviously in a good spot now. Hopefully they can make it to league play.
Yeah. Yeah, in previous games, I mean, coming up to this, other than that Game 5 against USF, we've only dropped one game in this whole bracket. It seems like the Beanz have been playing really well together. This threes gameplay, very tight on their rotations, keeping their third player out. It's really textbook, honestly.
Yep.
And that's what you need coming to this qualification match, these grand finals, and we're going to hop right into it here.
Yep. So, OSU in the orange side, RIT on the blue, which honestly doesn't make much sense considering RIT is also an orange school, but we'll take the orange side.
Yeah,
I think
we'll take it.
Winners finals advantage, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, a little bit slow to start off, probably some back and forth in the midfield. Obviously, both teams going to feel each other out. RIT obviously just coming off their series, probably going to be a bit more in tune, but hopefully, you know, OSU's able to figure this out quickly. Already looking for the infield pass. It's saved by Sebward. But yeah, one thing I really loved watching about the Beanz and historically is that they're really good finding each other in the midfield, setting up these passing plays. It's so fun to watch, and I'd love to see that included with Lissam, ready to see himself prove himself today.
Yeah, and when you're playing a team as strong as RIT, it's those types of plays that you have to really set up for yourself, right? So at this top level, it's not about you as an individual player. It's about how your unit as a whole acts.
Yeah.
So that's really going to be the win condition for the Beanz is those, you know, searching for your opponents with midfield, getting around your players, not giving your opponents the chance to react. Like there, Sheer on the wall there, not giving the defenders a chance to react to that dish.
Yeah, you were telling me earlier he's been steadily improving over the past few years, and this Doomsday Dish is one way to prove it. 1 minute into the game, we'll take a 1-0 lead, and we're looking strong to start.
Yeah, no hesitation there. That's something I love seeing at the top level of Rocket League. It's just how players are able to, you know, go to that next step of whatever they're doing with the ball without hesitating at all. Sheer there, just knowing. From the second he touched the ball, he knew what he was going to do. And that's what's going to get that ball around the opponents more than, you know, having to carefully plan out everything and read each individual bounce.
Yeah.
So that's something that you definitely look at and you definitely notice a lot more compared to maybe some lower level gameplay.
Yep. I think one crucial part about that play from Shiro as well is that he had at least one person waiting in the midfield for that pass, and you got to cover that as the defense. So he was aware of what options he had open, was able to take it himself, finish strong, and we'll see how they do now. Still holding on to the 1-0 lead.
Yeah, Bean's able to keep possession really well here. That's one of the biggest things you'll always notice is teams who keep possession for the majority of the match, they're usually the ones that lead it. And Lissome there, reading that pass down the midfield there and just be able to slightly redirect that into the net, get around Jacob, had no chance of saving that. Yeah, Sebward reading that actually towards the middle.
Yeah, new player coming in strong. Great setup by Shiro with the pass, and Lissam's able to bury it bottom right corner. Good job putting it behind the defender and just giving him no chance to save that. And so we'll take a 2-0 lead 2 minutes into this first game. And, I mean, the Beanz are looking strong. One thing I am noticing, though, Masseter's not his watermelon car.
No.
What is that about?
Wait a minute.
That's unusual.
It's the new arc.
Yeah. But we'll see how it goes. Obviously, you know, great start so far.
Yeah.
And as you've been saying, like, we've been pretty possessive of this ball. We're beating a couple players with every touch, and so far RIT has not had an answer. Early challenge by Shiro will play it down, and Masseter's going to get beat to this by Sebward.
Yeah, these players definitely do not look cold at all. Yeah, even from RIT, we're getting around them very well, but definitely here to play. They're trying to keep up. OSU just needs to keep on that pressure there. 2-0 lead isn't anything, you know, that's insurmountable.
Oh, absolutely not. Yep. 2-0 lead, 2 minutes left. That's still plenty of time for RIT to make a comeback. So you got to keep playing your game. I wouldn't start going reserve just yet, but it's not like we are a reserve to play team. Here's an opportunity, though.
Ooh.
It's the bump setup.
Smart.
You can see it coming.
Yeah.
Jacob was able to set it up for Sunblaze. Sunblaze just kind of had to wait, and Jacob's in position, bumps Master out of the way. Master can't react in time. They'll take one back. We still got a 2-1 lead, but 2 minutes left, and it's still a wide open game.
Yeah, and I mean, with acting as a unit, RIT Orange is definitely a cohesive unit. If anyone was watching, their last game against USF, they took that game pretty well. I mean, they 6-0'd USF in one of the games, and I mean, we took them to game 5, so it was pretty close. So I mean, comparatively, this is definitely a team that we have to respect.
Absolutely.
And I feel like OSU is doing that very well right now, respecting them, just playing solid, playing smart, looking out, anything that we can do, just knowing that they can also do it.
Yeah.
Opening up a little bit in the midfield there, but the rotation seems pretty solid. I definitely want to see OSU take control of this ball again. Great redirect there from Jacob. Wow.
Yeah, RIT starting to get in their stride, figure out what OSU is doing, and set up some plays themselves. That's a heck of a redirect by Jacob. Wow, that's impressive. Coming across that is not an easy shot, and defense was nowhere near ready for it.
Yeah, it's tough for OSU there. They use a lot of boosts trying to get offensive pressure. But then as soon as that counterattack happened, they didn't have enough boost to, answer to the defensive pressure.
Yeah. Demo by Subward. Could open up some opportunity for RIT here. Master looks like he's passing it inwards, but Lissam's there to deal with it. Shot saved by Master, and it's down the pitch. One thing I'm noticing from RIT is they're not keeping someone back, and it's forcing them to go back under their blue half a lot. What an infield. Oh, they didn't connect. Oh, the pass was beautiful by Master, but it was just a little bit off, and the shooter wasn't quite ready for it. So Beanz going to have to regroup here. Master's going to take it out on the air dribble. Can't get it by Subward, but it's dropping right down to Shiro. Shiro takes
a
possession.
chance here.
Goes for the backboard shot. Defense does make the read, but it's only over to Master. No one's going for this one. Subward's eventually going to get possession of it.
Yeah, smart for Master, just keeping that ball up in the air off the backboard. It's always good to just hit the ball as fast as possible off the backboard. So you can always have that opportunity, to if you can't get it in, you have a teammate to back you up. You're going to be faster than that than the opponent's going to be. So I love seeing that from the Beanz here.
Yep. Well, just under 20 seconds left here. Beanz going to try to put something together for this. Shiro's going to get it off the backboard. It looks uncontested for now. Eventually, Jacob comes flying in. Massiter going to take it in the midfield, and a little bit of team bumps going on for the Beanz, but it's not going to hurt them too much. Sebward looks infield, but it's to no one. He actually might be able to keep this up. It's up in front of the net.
Bad position here for the Beanz.
Shiro's going to have to clear it. This is a tough angle, not a powerful shot, though, by Jacob. And this could be a counterattack opportunity. Doesn't look like they have much boost on the Beanz side, and that demo onto Shiro might just end it. Lissam's able to keep it up. Plays it across, but I don't think anyone's ready for that shot. And
which team's going to opt to let this touch?
They're obeying
teams
the
want
original
this.
Rule 1, but they can't anymore, and they will go to overtime in Game 1.
I love that from the Beanz. Because they had no pressure going into that, off that counterattack.
Oh, yeah.
RIT had all the pressure in that overtime, but they had that composition. They really wanted to score that there, and they trusted themselves.
Absolutely.
That's a really good thing to see from a Rocket League team here.
Yep. It's cool seeing how 0-second plays have evolved. Obviously,
yeah,
you got that original Rule 1, like don't let the ball hit the ground at 0 seconds. But obviously, there's some certain strategy when it's a 1-goal differential or tied. But both teams clearly wanting that opportunity to score a 0-second goal, and with the ability to keep the ball in the air by basically everyone on this pitch. It was cool to see how that one played out.
Yeah, can you guys tell this is grand finals yet?
Oh yeah,
because I can definitely tell. These teams are here to play some Rocket League.
It's looking competitive so far. Shiro's able to get that dunk, and it's popping out to Mastery. He's got a lot of boost to work with. He'll follow this up with a second touch. Gets a flip reset. Gets over one. Gets over two. Lissam going to fall on it. Master actually takes a shot. Now it's Shiro. He's going to control it. He's going to cut out by Sunblaze. Over to Jacob. Can't cut it out. Shot opportunity from Sunblaze. Saved by Master.
Save.
You can see it coming, but it doesn't look easy.
Yeah, absolutely no boost there. He had like 11 there in the net. Absolutely unbelievable
Jacob?
save. Oh, wide
my
open.
Gosh.
Oh.
He 1v3'd that, and I'm pretty sure he got clipped with a bump, too. That's just an impressive play by Jacob.
Yeah, a lot of control there.
Air dribble. Doesn't actually get bumped, but able to 1v3, and Sunblaze ready for the shot. RIT takes game 1, but absolutely competitive game.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. Keeping that momentum off that flip there from Sunblaze, be able to control the ball still, get it around Shiro. That was definitely a beautiful play. Very befitting of a team that's in grand finals here. Great showing from RIT. The Beanz started off really good. They started off really strong, coming out of, having a lot of time to kind of think. It was about a 25-minute break for them. So it's good to see that they're, jumping in strong. Like we were saying with that overtime, they didn't want that ball to touch the ground. They wanted to score right there and end it. This is something that is very exciting to see. And I definitely want to see this aggressive play keep going in the next games.
Absolutely, yeah. I think the Beanz definitely need to get back to their play style, though. Obviously started out with a 2-0 lead there, and they were, finding each other in the midfield. It was set up by 2 beautiful passing plays. But it felt like that disappeared as RIT made that comeback. So I'd like to see them get back to their play style, find each other in the midfield, and start getting those goals again. Yeah,
finding each other on the pitch is incredibly important, especially at the highest level like this.
Yeah, and we know these guys are good at it. So
Yeah, starting off here, ball's just changing possession a lot, as it tends to do in threes. Want to see Sunblaze taking it to the corner here.
Shiros can get this down. Gets past Subward. He's got a little bit of boost. He's going to go for it on the wall. Shiro's been definitely one of the players to slow it down, just wait for a challenge, never like speeding up, forcing anything.
That's something that is probably so frustrating to play against, is that Shiro's so hard to read. You never know what he's going to do next.
He's got so many options, and he's got the skill to pull off them all. Yeah. So that shot's going to go in by Sunblaze, though. A little bit of chaos in front of the Beanz net, and no one's quite able to clean it up. It was a tough top corner shot that drew out 2 defenders, and from there it's going to be an awkward spot, and RIT's able to capitalize.
Yeah, Shiro had that reaction. He wanted to get it down and maybe out off that corner, but just didn't get the best touch, so left it open for RIT. Great start from them, keeping momentum. The Beanz definitely want to keep that aggression. I saw that they were, gleam in their eye. They were looking for each other there. They were hitting the ball really well, getting it out. That's another big thing, is just hitting the ball hard. Just as hard as possible, getting it away from your half, or just be able to send it super fast for your teammates to keep that momentum on it to get some really good shots. That's something that's really important.
Yeah. So far, a minute into this game, RIT with the 1-0 lead. That ball might go in as well. Shiro's able to get back in time. Looked a little awkward from this angle, but defense pretty handily saved. Masseter's going to take this in the midfield. Can't get by Sebward, but I think Lissom's up for this one. He's able to beat Sunblaze, but it falls right down to Jacob. Double challenge from OSU. They can't quite find it. Masseter will collect this in his own corner. Beats by 1. He's got a bit of an open pitch here. Able to ground pitch it, but his boost is stolen, so he's just going to have to force this one off the back wall, and Jacob deals with it. Yeah, the Beanz are really looking for this opening. They're getting really close. RIT's able to stay pretty composed. Beanz showing so much great car and ball control here. Like, every time Master takes the ball off the wall, he always has a next touch planned. Oh, that was close. Oh, Lissom off the back wall. Shiro's up for the shot. He finds it.
Incredible. Oh, my gosh.
He always finds it.
That placement is just so beautiful there.
It was really well played. Off this missed touch by Sebward, Lissom's up instantly, and Shiro's got everywhere on the net to shoot at. Puts it right in between the 2 defenders, almost taunting them with that placement. Just barely can't reach it, and Beanz will tie it right back up. Yep, and so much composure there from Lissom to not just try to shoot it. Composure is going to be super important. I think that's something that the Beanz really exemplify. Oh, absolutely. I love seeing them really think their plays through, not just spearheading right into just trying to get a solo play. You don't want to pad your points. You want to actually play as a team. It's absolutely a team game. But you were mentioning composure from Lissom. That's absolutely huge, considering he's the newcomer on this roster. Yeah. I mean, Shiro and Master have been playing together since, my sophomore year, which was several years ago now. But Lissom, being the newcomer, replacing Sleppy, he's doing a fantastic job so far. Obviously, they're in the winner's final, and hopefully looking to qualify for CRL today. Yeah. But it's great to see him have that composure fit into this team so well. Yeah, it's nice to see. He has the mind of a threes player. I can definitely tell. He plays the game as if he has 2 teammates, and it may seem obvious, but that's not something that players do a lot. And Sunblaze playing as if they have 3 team members there. Sebward getting it to the midfield here. Or Jacob, actually. Yeah, all 3 players used there. That's a tough save. You could tell it was one of those shots where, like, if you place it, bottom right, it's going to go in no matter what. Yeah. And Lissom just can't quite flip at the right time to save it. He definitely got a touch on it, but it just wasn't quite powerful enough. That's an impossible situation to deal with, honestly. Yeah, both these teams, ping-ponging back and forth. It seems like they each have an answer to each other's questions on the field here. So it's just all about, who will get that last jab. Yeah. So 2 minutes left in this game. 1 goal lead for RIT again. That's a double commit from Subward and Jacob, and Shiro can't quite make contact with that. It looked like it could have been an opportunity if he did. Masseter able to collect
Smart
this
touch.
one. Play it off. I don't think he has much boost to work with, as it looks like he's just giving away possession for now. Lissum looking for a demo, and this ball is going to force Shiro up. He can't quite read it, actually. Master's got it. Subward can't find the shot on target. Lissum should be able to collect this. Bang it long. We'll see if he gets the follow-up touch. Jacob's going to get it first. Sunblaze looking for a touch. Can't quite find it. Shiro's going to cut this off. Masseter beats him to it. Demo from Jacob onto Shiro, and here's a shot opportunity. It's right to Jacob, unfortunately. Jacob's been everywhere in this last possession. I feel like I keep calling his name.
Yeah,
Now Shiro
definitely.
looking for the opportunity.
Oh my. Whoa.
Oh, okay, Shiro.
Okay, man.
Oh,
wow.
my gosh.
Where's that? Off the 50?
Off the 50,
That's
off 2
insane.
walls, gets the read. Perfectly placed into the net. It's off the player as well, but he had no time to react to that. What a shot by Shiro to tie it up with 1:14 left in game 2.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that mindset. It's that mentality. Shiro just staying composed. Man, I love to see that, especially from Shiro, who's someone who's he's all over our Twitter or wherever our clips are. These Rocket League clips, he's collecting them
He's
at this
everywhere.
point.
He's not even in his main car, the Batmobile. I mean, he spent years talking on Twitter looking for this Batmobile, and he's destroying people on the dominance. This just proves he's not even in his final form. and
Yeah,
he's
he
pulling
doesn't
this
even
off.
need it.
It's insane.
2%. Yeah. Beanz having a lot of momentum here. It seems like they're very solid. I love seeing
Oh, that's a
players
shot.
when they.
Oh,
Ooh.
my gosh. Subward almost found that angle.
I was gonna say, like, when players are able to get like maximum power in the ball to, put their teammates in a good position, but Beanz were kind of compact there, so it was a little scary. RIT wasn't able to capitalize on that.
Yep.
So I think Beanz definitely have a offensive opportunity here on their half in the last 20 seconds.
Yes.
Tied up 2-2.
Shiro's beating everyone in the air right now. And there was a long extended period of pressure there for the Beanz, but unfortunately they couldn't quite find anything of it. Master
Ooh.
doesn't turn in time for that. It was
Yeah.
a brief window of opening, and they just couldn't connect in time. But 5 seconds left. We're looking at a possible overtime here in game 1, or game 2. We had a good overtime in game 1 as well. We'll play
Another one.
down 2-2 as well. Let's see
Yeah.
what these guys got.
The Beanz do not want to see a repeat of last game.
I absolutely would not either. Losing 2 overtimes to go down 2-0 in a best of 5. That's got to be crushing.
That
Not
hurts the
impossible.
mentality,
Not impossible.
for sure.
But obviously it would be much preferred if the Beanz take this game.
Yeah, and Rocket League's so fast-paced. I mean, if your mindset's crumbling even a little bit, your opponent's going to see that, and they're going to capitalize on that.
Absolutely. Well, Master
Ball's
gets
just changing possession.
Yeah, Master gets demoed there. It looked like it could have been a possession for OSU, but that demo in the midfield, one of those things if you miss the ball, you go for the demo and take out the guy who's going to get possession instead. That's exactly what RIT just did. Now they're on the orange half because of it.
Yep.
Master will dribble this out. He doesn't have much boost to work with. It's going to get followed up by Shiro, but Shiro's a little bit out of position. Lissum's forced to make the save on Jacob, and he
Very
gets the
scary
second touch off
position.
the wall. Good
Great pass over to
Jacob. He looks for the net. It's off
Ooh.
target. Lissum's got the touch out to the corner, though. Bit of a bump. I'm not sure if the Beanz have collected their own boost, so this could be a difficult position for them. Jacob's up for this one quickly, but he whiffs,
Way high.
and Subward's not ready for the shot. Jacob's going to play this back. I'm not sure how accidental or
Yeah.
intentional that was, but he goes
RIT's
right to his
just
teammate.
choking these shots a little bit. They've had, that was like 3 shot opportunities in a row that they're just whiffing completely. So it seems like they're maybe just, I don't know, they're not ready for this, for there to be shot opportunities, I suppose.
Yeah.
I think they're respecting the Beanz a lot here. But the Beanz are in a really awkward position, or at least they were on that back net, and I don't think they were really recognizing that.
Yeah. I think they
So-
weren't quite aware of exactly how much they had started out the Beanz
Yeah.
there. And that can be, detrimental. Also, this is a forced touch by Lissum.
Ooh.
He can't quite find it. Oh, it's out.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness, it's popped up.
Any boost
Master's
to get
going
this
to get it in
out?
time. Lissum's got no boost to help him out.
Yeah.
Shiro, wait,
Counterattack.
opportunity. Can't quite find it. Subward with a good save. And now it's good boost steal from Shiro. Lissum can't quite keep this in. And it looks like they're going to have to retreat on defense because no one's got all that much boost. Shiro, only
This is
one.
So scary here
Yeah.
from the Beanz.
Shiro's going to pick up this midfield boost. Can he beat Sunblaze to this? He does. He gets bumped off of it, though. No follow-up shot
Sure.
from him. But Master comes in, gets a 50 in the air. Another
Wow.
double fake there. Jacob's got a little bit of opportunity, but he doesn't have too much to follow this up with. So
Yeah.
opportunity will slow down for now.
This is just going to come down to whichever team can compose themselves quicker. Both teams are just so frantic.
Yeah. That touch will tee off. It's actually going straight to Seb, where it looks like Shiro had to back off a little bit. He'll get this touch off the wall, but it's bouncing down to Jacob, who's sticking in this corner here for RT. What a
Ooh,
shot
wow.
by Jacob. he's cleaning up these overtimes really nicely, and he'll put in another one to put RIT up on match point in this first series.
Yeah, Lissom just wasn't able to get to that ball as fast as I think he wanted. Not sure if he just didn't have the boots to get there. Then Shiro just misreading it a little bit. Yeah, both teams really frantic, really frantic. I don't feel like they were fully thinking ahead. They were kind of living in the moment. And that was very evident in, that last shot there. Jacob just being able to get to it fast, get it on net, and then the Beanz just weren't ready for it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that had to do, again, with the boost control in their half. I mean, they were struggling to secure those corner boosts earlier, and I think that kind of happened at the end there as well, as RIT was able to stay in that corner and just keep, repeatedly taking shots towards the net, and eventually one fell, as we saw. So really well played by Jacob. Now the Beanz down 0-2 in this series. We'll see if they can pull off this reverse sweep.
Yeah.
But if not, I believe there's still a second chance in a bracket reset.
Yeah, that's 2 OTs in a row now against who is coming in. The Beanz are first seed on winner's side. RIT has a lot of work to be done still, but this is a lot of momentum for them. This must feel really good, I'm sure, for those players. They're playing very solid. Beanz are playing really solid too, 100%. Both these teams are bringing their A game. RIT just able to, just eke it out when it matters most in those overtimes.
Yeah, and that's what matters. Like, yes, they've won 2 overtime games, but these have been very close, both of them. So it'll be interesting to see if, a little bit of play style change. Obviously, you've had 2 games to feel each other out, so some adjustments could be coming in from either side, actually. I mean, RIT's winning, but you obviously want to be winning by more.
Yeah.
You don't change what's broken, but at the same time, you can still clean up those, little mistakes that you're making. But it'll be interesting to see what changes are made, what kind of play style these guys come out with, and we'll see if Beanz can, claw back a game for themselves.
Yeah, and as the stream said, reminder that RIT Orange is on loser's side. So if they do take this series, then the bracket will reset with both teams being on loser's side, and then whoever wins that series would be moving on. Shiro there, really smart grounded shot there.
Yeah, that's a difficult one to tell.
Yeah.
Obviously, he had this wide open to shoot at, but obviously Sunblaze is diving at it, and he just recognizes that the man on the goal line just couldn't quite get there in time.
Yeah, and it could be good for Beanz to have like a little bit of a mental reset. I think that they are calming down a little bit. Shiro obviously playing that ball really smart.
That's beautiful. Oh, no. Wait, Shiro, follow-up shot. No, he's off the post. That was a great opportunity
awesome
by
play
Massiter.
there.
It's so unfortunate that they couldn't find the net there. Double demo by Sunblaze, so might take some time for Beanz to regroup, but it looks like, they're back on the pitch, and they almost kept it in the blue half there. So Shiro should have plenty of boost there with a long clear, looking for Massiter in the midfield. He'll get the touch. It's not great as he was 50'd, and that might just be going in. It's tied right back up. Sunblaze catches out the pass in the midfield, ties it up for RIT.
Yeah, Lissom heading up just in case they won the 50, but they lost it, so they left. They only had that one player back in the setter, but he pushed up a little bit. So it was a tough save. RIT able to score that to even it out 1-1, only a minute and a half in. This is really anyone's game here.
Yep.
Oh.
Shiro? It's all right. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
From that angle, it really looked like he was about to ungoal it, didn't he?
Playing it off his wall, just slowly taking possession.
Yeah.
It's what he does. It's just normally it doesn't look like he's shooting at the net when he does it. So OSU, Beanz trying to get out of their half now. Jacob looking for the air dribble towards net. He's going to set up for Sebward, but he can't quite find it.
Yeah.
Shiro clears it downfield. Just slammed back onto their half by Sunblaze. I'm not sure how the boost status of RIT is doing, but it looks like they might be low. Obviously, they've collected by now. Jacob looking for net. He had the option in the midfield, took the net shot, and Master was able to get the save.
Yeah, I just want to appreciate how Jacob's using his air roll.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of times when you see him controlling the ball, he'll be air rolling to get his, to get his car upside down a lot of times. So when you flick, it's getting more power. You have that. It's your momentum pushing it forward. And like even on that wall shot, he's doing the same thing. It's just that little bit extra power that, might just be enough to get a goal in. Jacob's playing that so well. Shiro almost having a shot.
Yeah, he was unchallenged there, which is, very dangerous to leave specifically Shiro unchallenged.
Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants with the ball.
Yeah.
But he can't quite find the net there. He's had a lot of opportunities. He's put them all, just a little bit wide. Some looked intentional in putting it wide, like he was setting up for a teammate. It'd be nice to see one of these start to fall, and I'm sure he'll get the opportunity here in this game.
Yeah, OSU really wants to take back possession here. It seems like RIT Orange has been controlling the narrative for the most part after they scored that last goal. They're really good at taking this momentum and running with it.
Yep, this looks like it could be an opportunity for Shiro. He's going to send it towards the net. RIT's in a pretty bad spot here. Listen with a shot, top corner. He'll find it. You could tell the counterattack was going to feel dangerous for RIT, and the Beanz are able to capitalize. They'll take the 2-1 lead in this game.
That could not have been more of a perfect shot there from Lissom.
Oh, it was so well placed. 2 players out in the middle. No one's actually on the goal line. It's just all panicked rotations back. Lissom's able to take advantage of the pinch off the wall, and they'll go up by 1.
Yeah, great position here to be in from OSU, right? You have some momentum going into this. You are down 2-0 in the series, right? But there's no pressure really for this series at least because you do have that bracket reset.
Oh
Setter,
my gosh!
it looked like whoever was on the defense.
It looked
just milliseconds from being able to save that.
I really thought that was getting pinched out until I saw the goal explosion.
Yeah, Jacob.
Oh my gosh, that's insane. Wow, Master just barely slotting that top shelf, and Beanz take a 3-1 lead. Their first time Beanz have scored 3 goals in this series, so we'll see if they can hold on to this. Obviously in a great spot in this game 3.
Uh-oh. Yeah, these games have been really low scoring. Both teams playing very smart, very befitting of the teams in grand finals.
Yep.
So Beanz definitely taking a lot of momentum here. Not really much to lose, so they want to keep this going in. I mean, obviously, this reverse sweep would be awesome, but they also just want to make sure you're staying calm, keeping that momentum going into if a bracket reset were to happen. You don't want to kind of put all of your eggs in one basket here on this reverse sweep.
I think if you got to be mindful, like obviously you still want to win this series.
Yeah.
And
100%.
right now they're in a good spot to take game 3, and that's really the first step. All you can really think about is the next game in front of you. Don't think about you got to win 3 games in a row. It's okay, win game 3. Once you do that, okay, win game 4.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
good start so far. They're obviously 50 seconds to close this out, and you can't be thinking of game 4 just yet. That's a double commit, and that could be
Wide
crucial.
open.
Master looking to race back in time, but he can't quite find it. So RIT come within 1. 43 seconds left. Beanz still got work to do in this game.
Yeah, Shiro got beat out for that mid boost there, and it seemed like Messetter. It was all the Beanz players just kind of crumpled up, which is something that you definitely want to avoid.
Yep.
So Beanz definitely just need to keep this solid for this last 40 seconds.
40 seconds. Kickoff's going to go right to Masseter, and he's going to clear it long. So a little bit of time wasted, and that's a little bit of your mentality right now. Obviously, try to score again, as Lissom's currently doing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you don't want to change anything too much.
yeah, especially with only a 1-goal lead. You want to keep playing your game. Don't overcommit for anything, because obviously you don't have to get goals. But keep playing your game, play your style. Don't completely change up how you play just because you're up by 1. That was a good-looking save by Shiro.
Yeah, Beanz is kind of jumping all over each other there. Doesn't seem like RIT was really prepared to capitalize on that at all. I think OSU's just going to be looking to get this right on the ground.
Lissom's got a free ball there.
Smart.
So obviously he had the option to shoot that or drop it to the ground. Dropping it to the ground is going to be the play that no one's able to read.
Yeah.
So
you want to take that game.
Take
that game,
3.
go into the next one.
Yep. So, slowly start the comeback, Can't think too far ahead. Just think, okay, that's 1 down. Think about the next game. What do we do well in this game? What can we keep doing? Obviously, Shiro playing fantastic. He's doing great with the solo plays. They can keep finding each other in the midfield. I'd like to see a little bit more of that because those passing plays haven't really been shut down all that much by RIT.
Yeah,
So-
that shot that Lissom had, that pass, it's, keeping that ball grounded. So when the shooter comes up to shoot it, they have, anywhere. They can shoot anywhere. When, say, Shiro is hitting it off the ceiling, down to Lissom, there's not a lot you can do with that because it's hard to read that bounce.
Yeah.
But if you keep that grounded, all the power's in the shooter's hands, and Lissom's able to play that really anywhere that he's capable of. And that's something at this high level, I mean, these players are going to be able to put that anywhere they want. And so that shot placement is going to be super important to scoring these goals here against a team that's as powerful as RIT is on defense.
Yep. Well, we'll hop into game 4 here. Obviously, RIT still on match point, but Beanz have clawed 1 back and looking to force the game 5 for a potential reverse sweep. First opportunity is really going to go to Shiro. He's got some boost to work with, but he's beat out by Jacob, and then Sunblaze beats Masseter in the midfield. Lissom's able to collect this easily. Good off-the-ball demo by Shiro. Let's see if this turns into an opportunity. It will not, unfortunately. There's a bit of a kerfuffle over on the blue side. But
Yeah, Shiro opting to play that back to his teammates. Really smart, having that back pass, knowing where your teammates are.
Yep. You can see RIT looks like they're trying to find each other in this midfield for a clear, but can't quite connect. That shot looked like it could have been on target by Shiro. Plenty of time for the defense to react, but if they stay on this blue half, obviously that's more threatening than any shot they're going to place on for the orange half. So, sure, OSU happy to keep some pressure up here. Oh, the back and forth almost proves deadly. But Beanz able to collect. Shiro's got a lot of boost to work with here. Doesn't quite have possession of the ball, but Lissam's able to help him out.
Yeah, RT players kind of confusing each other. It seems like they're not really sure where they're putting the ball next or like what their next play is. There's one of them just faked on their half, and then Jacob just wasn't really sure what was going on.
Oh,
so it seems like something that the Beanz really need to take advantage of here. I think they're in their heads a little bit.
Yeah. And I like that play, Shiro going for the demo. Lissam obviously got the play off the corner. You can tell the comms are on point. They're able to yield for each other when one of them's got a better touch. And so we'll see how the Beanz can capitalize. A little bit of a whiff there. Subward looks awkward as well. Master going for the bump, but won't find it. But this is a free ball for Shiro. He's going to place it off the backboard. Jacob's got this dealt with in the corner. Master looking to intercept. Can't quite do it himself. Tees up for Sunblaze, though, and now RIT might have a chance. This looks like a 3-on-1. This is intimidating. Master flies in out of the backfield.
Comes in to save him, yeah.
Oh, that was funny to watch. But now Shiro, long clear downfield. It's going to be dealt with by Sunblaze.
Yeah, the Beanz just need to start putting these shots on net. They have a lot of really good opportunities, and they're putting themselves in some really good positions. They just need to finish it out, get that top shelf shot.
Yep. Lissam can't quite find the dunk there. It would have been nice to see the Beanz pick up that corner boost sitting on RIT's half. As, I mean, a little bit of boost starvation never hurt you guys, I guess. You obviously want to boost start the opponents. That would hurt them a lot. But right now, just looking to clear it from their zone. Jacob's going to just T1 gently towards net, and I'm not sure how the boost is doing. Looks like RIT's got some boost. But Sebward, does he have a dunk? No, he just got possession of this afterwards.
Yeah, still, I mean, Zero's big goose eggs here 3 minutes in. I think both teams are a little bit scared to really overcommit to anything.
Yeah.
So they're just kind of playing it super
this is
safe.
open.
Ooh.
Oh, Lissam gets
Nice.
the extra touch, puts it in. 2 minutes left. Beanz take a 1-0 lead. And this opportunity is just, Lissam collects it in the midfield, and Sebward, I think, is spawning in from a demo, and I don't think he has any chance to save that if Lissam's got the extra touch.
Yeah, really great game IQ there from Lissam to know that, coming off the demo, probably won't be able to save it, just want to get it in there as fast as possible instead of opting, pass it out to a teammate.
Yep. First opportunity off this kickoff is going to go to Lissam. He's got the flip reset to work with. Finds it. Master looking for the shot.
No way.
Lissam off the back where he's looking for the second touch himself, but it's going to be saved by Jacob. They almost made a miracle play there, but instead it's going to come out to Shiro, who will pepper it towards the backboard. Forces Sebward up. Now Lissam. OSU Beanz have a lot of boost to work with, and they've got a second goal. Shiro puts one in top shelf, and they go up 2-0 pretty quickly.
Yeah, the power is in the Beanz' hands right now. Up 2-0. There's no way RIT Orange isn't sweating a little bit right now.
Yeah, you can feel as the momentum start to shift as Beanz took the last game by not multiple goals, but they did take the last game pretty strongly. And this game, they're up 2-0. Obviously, still work to do. Plenty of time for RIT to make a potential comeback, and it might start here. A little bit of a bump on the save. Sunblaze can't get it on target, and Master's going to clear it. So 1 minute, 30 seconds left, and obviously RIT still on match point, but Beanz in a position to take this to Game 5.
Yeah, it seems like the RIT that was, showing that they had the ability to pull off complete plays and, get those shots on net. It seems like that's not the same team that's playing against the Beanz right now.
Yeah.
It could be part nerves. It could also just be, it seems like the Beanz are staying really tight, and these players are so unbelievably good at these 50s. Like, I don't think the Beanz have really lost many 50s yet. So it must be something that's really frustrating, really hard to kind of work around here from RIT.
And you could tell RIT had the, oh my gosh, Shiro. Shiro's just going to cut me off and bury a third goal. Dang.
Yeah, putting the team on his back just out of here.
50. It's a great 50 by Master to pinch it directly into the middle, and Shiro doesn't miss that shot. Beanz firing on all cylinders, up 3-0 in this Game 4.
Yeah, this is overwhelming momentum for the Beanz here. This is honestly just what they need. They want that reverse sweep. They take this up 2-2. They have all the momentum in the world.
Absolutely.
And the ball's in their court. They definitely want to finish this out. Great shot there from Jacob, just barely eking it in.
Yeah, it looked a little awkward. Obviously, all the Beanz are in the middle there, and
a
bit of a pinch out to the corner. Jacob, that's a difficult angle. You got to.
It's a hard read off that corner. It seemed like maybe it was going a bit out wide rather than in back towards the middle, and I think that's what Masetter thought as well.
Yeah, it's a good shot by Jacob. Puts one on the board for RIT. We'll see if they can capitalize again. But Shiro's going to get that dunk on target.
These 50s.
It's insane. Another shot. late at the net. And Masters up for the follow-up. Listen with the
Big
bump.
bump.
Is it in? Oh, good save by Sunblaze. Jacob's going to collect, and he's got an opportunity here. Gets it by 1. He's got a dribble, got a push in the midfield, but it will be saved. And Shiro with the demo on the last shooter. Now Lissum collects. No Sunblaze is going to be spawning in, so doesn't immediately take the shot. Beanz him on the way out, and Lissum puts in a 4th goal for Beanz as they're looking to go to Game 5.
Absolutely incredible shot placement here.
It's so smart
Getting
to know
under
he's
it and-
spawning in.
Be
Yeah.
able to shoot that, the ball momentum's going to the left, be able to shoot it to the right.
Yep.
Not that it was even necessary. I mean, that player was coming off the demo. I don't think he really had much of an opportunity
He just
to
had to
save
do something.
anything.
He
So
couldn't shoot it immediately, otherwise
Yeah.
the guy is able
going to
to
be able to go right
see
to
where
it.
he
yeah.
spawns in and saves it. Just any kind of help there is all he needed, and
Yeah.
Lissum puts it in. 4-1 in Game 4. Beanz force a Game 5, looking to reverse sweep.
Yeah, RIT just really not connecting anything this game. The goal they did get came mostly from a lot of out-of-rotation plays from OSU. I think RIT's kind of they're not answering the Beanz really well. I think the Beanz are really picking it up, adapting to this team. They're playing super fast. Shiro with those unbelievable shots. Just absolutely pristine placement, almost unsavable. RIT's just not putting themselves in good positions to be able to answer that.
Yep. It really looks like the Beanz have finally warmed up. Obviously,
Yeah.
they had a bit of a break coming into this match, and RIT coming right off their game probably were a little bit stronger in those first 2 games. But, I mean, those first 2 games were overtime games, and so far, once the Beanz have started, putting in goals and started winning, they felt like they've controlled the series in the latter half.
Yeah. Yeah, the Beanz are just like a boulder rolling down a mountain right now. It's how do you stop them,
Yeah.
right? How do you contain all this power that they hold with, Shiro with these unbelievable shots? Lasome, so smart with that game IQ, just being able to think like 50 steps ahead of the opponents.
Yeah.
Masetter always playing consistent. It's really a recipe for disaster for RIT here.
Yeah. I think it starts with the 50s. Obviously, the Beanz are putting in all the shots that they can take, but it starts with the 50s. I mean, multiple goals that last game were pinches out to 50-50s. Shiro flip reset saved by Sunblaze. Close opportunity to start. And the kickoffs as well have been on the Beanz side for a lot of this game. Oh, that just floats in.
Yeah, big fake there.
Yeah. Aerial fakes is, always a classic.
It's hard, yeah.
Definitely
it's-
intentional. You mean to aerial fake it every time you go for it.
Yeah.
But probably looked like he was about to get that touch, and Lissum can't quite read it. It was already bottom corner. So RIT, early lead in Game 5.
Yeah, and a lot of times, with Shiro with that flip reset shot he had, a lot of times, personally, in my mind, I kind of critique players a lot of times, especially, in the lower GC or C3 area, where it's players don't really have a good grasp of how they can use flip resets to kind of get a lot of value out of it. But, man, Shiro has that mastered beyond anything I've seen out of college players.
Oh, yeah. Shiro can hit flip resets, and he knows what to do with them, too.
Yeah.
He knows
In
all
his-
the
in his
options he
sleep.
has. Yep. So, just a reminder, this Game 5, if OSU Beanz win this, they move on to Zero League play. If RIT wins this, we go to a bracket reset, and we see another series between these two fantastic squads. Personally, I'd like to see the Beanz take it, but I wouldn't mind another 5 games of Rocket League.
Another 5 games of Rocket League. Definitely not biased at all. I love Rocket League, but I love the Beanz even more.
Yep.
So I'd love to see them, get this reverse sweep. It's an
Yeah.
awesome Cinderella story. Well, not really a Cinderella story, I guess, because we came in first seed.
Yeah, came in
So-
first seed, pool 8, but I mean, it's got to be huge for Lissum right here. This is first time trying to qualify.
Yeah.
In Game 5, looking to shoot, can't quite find it. It's off the post, but Massetter's up for it. Fakes, looks like he's leaving it for Shiro. This is going to bounce off the wall. Lissum can't quite read it immediately. He's going to take possession on the wall. Can't get it by 1. Jacob looks a little awkward. He's got it off the wall. Should be saved by Masseter. He finds the touch. Lissum's trying to cut this out, and he can't quite do it. Sebward puts in the second goal for RIT in Game 5.
It's those 50s. Yeah, it's those
It
50s.
is.
That one off the wall. RIT winning that really just put so much momentum going forward to their goal. It's hard. And that's what, let the Beanz take those last 2 games was we were winning all of those 50s. Like I said earlier, I think last game we didn't lose a single 50.
Yeah.
We were able to capitalize on that so well. That's something that the Beanz are really good at, so I want to see more of that.
Yeah. Well, it's as they say in hockey. I'm sure it applies in Rocket League as well. 2-0 lead is the most dangerous lead. We already saw OSU give up a 2-0 lead in Game 1. We'll see if RIT can do the same. Beanz, 3 minutes left. Still plenty of time in this Game 5. And if Shiro's going to beat 1 in the air, he might have a lot of boost. Oh, Lissum double tap opportunity. Oh, he's going to dunk Sebward on the save, and he gets one back. 2:52, and it's a 1-goal game yet again.
Lissom acting like there's absolutely no defender there, just being able to completely truck through Sebworth there and get it in. Yeah, unbelievable. And Shiro there with the fortitude, the mental fortitude to be like, maybe I shouldn't go for this and leave it for my teammate. That was so smart.
No, he had 50 boost left, and you have to know Lissom called him off that, saying, I have the better shot. And Shiro, as fantastic as he's been, even better, just giving up the ball, letting his teammate take the wheel in his hands, and he gets them 1 goal for it.
Yep.
Lissom can't quite make that read. Someplace cuts it out in the midfield. No immediate RIT player waiting for it. This is downfield for Lissom. Lissom looks towards the net. It's off the post, but a good extension of that play no matter what. This one falls right to Masseter. Masseter's going to take possession. Gets a pinch out. Lissom's looking for it immediately. Bounces down. Shiro has the read. Shot. We're tied up in Game 5. 2:19 left. We have a game.
Yeah, we definitely have a game on our hands right now. Even the threat of these shots is just as powerful as, actually taking them. Lissom there with that redirect from the midfield. And not that he didn't get on net. It's just that, even threatening that. RIT has to be like, okay, so he's capable of that, right? He can do that. That's something that is in their, in their cards. So that's just another thing on top of the million things that the Beanz can do that we have to account for.
Absolutely, yeah.
How are you supposed to account for those redirects and also Shiro be able to hit a flip reset or get that fake? Master be able to pass it literally anywhere on the field at any time he wants, just on will.
It's all the options that the Beanz have. And, I mean, we just saw a pinch down the field by Shiro. Obviously not on target, but it's something RIT has to deal with. If it's going down into the blue half, OSU's going to love the position they're set up in. This might be clean off the back where Jacob's got the clear, but I expect OSU's in position. Shiro gets the 50/1. Jacob's able to beat him out. But, great
Smart
back pass
hit
by Sunblaze. Yeah, he saw that, Lissom's going to have free reign on that ball if he gets that touch. So, this is an opportunity. Oh, it's an own goal. Oh, no.
Yeah, Shiro definitely thought Sunblaze had the read on that.
Yep. You have to respect it. It looks like he's going for it, and, I mean, I wouldn't let anyone go for that unchallenged. But unfortunately, he puts it in his own net. Still about a minute and a half left. So.
Yeah, and I mean, when their backs are against the wall, RIT plays beautifully. That back pass there was able to reset momentum. They can think really well on their feet. RIT is really able to.
Now, Jacob looking to drop that ball, ends up giving away possession briefly to the Beanz. It was a good idea. Obviously, that shot on net's going to get saved every time if he goes for it. But the dropping the ball down, unfortunately, he didn't have any teammates there for him. Now, he's able to cut this out in the midfield. Jacob's been really impressive this series.
For sure.
Honestly, I've been impressed with his midfield play. He's got the mechanics to pull off some plays. But
yeah, he's rock solid, definitely, as a player. Yeah, the Beanz definitely want this. 1 minute left. A way more high-scoring game than we've seen in the past.
Yep.
These players are playing way more aggressive. Makes for some exciting Rocket League for sure.
Yeah.
Beanz definitely want to capitalize on this possession they have here.
Yep. Sebward misses that.
Ooh.
It's going to stay in the blue half. Hopefully the Beanz can capitalize. Jacob's going to get a clear out. Lissom too far forward for it. He'll be able to collect this. Actually, he's going to leave it for Shiro. It's cut out by Sebward. Now Jacob's up for it. Jacob, possible double tap. It's too low for him. Now Shiro beats out one. He's got an opportunity here. Can he wrap it on net? It's wide open. He finds the shot. We're tied up. 20 seconds left in Game 5.
Yeah, honestly, a really scary play there. Looked like someone was going for the ball, and then Jacob was all over it. It was very hard to compose yourself to be able to, make that controlled touch.
Yeah.
But Shiro, thinking even a step ahead of me, right? He's always ready to make that next play. So able to control the ball really well.
Yep.
Love to see that, tying it up here.
Hardest mechanic in Rocket League is hitting an open net. Shiro pulling off all these flip resets, pinches. He's still able to bury it in the clutch moment.
Yeah.
And with 7 seconds left, Lissom just playing this up. Sebward's going to get an opportunity. So last chance of regulation probably going to RIT. But we're looking at an overtime in Game 5.
Game 5 overtime.
We wouldn't have it any other way.
Yep. Yeah, it seems like Beanz, we're definitely on the defensive end there coming into overtime. Hopefully they can reset the momentum, see what they can do with this.
That's off target. There's no way
open.
Jacob gets there in time. Master, great clear out. He's able to pick up his boost. Can't get the next touch. It's off target, but Shiro's got it dealt with anyways. Shiro, opportunity. That's Masseter.
Yep.
Can't quite find it. Lissom's going to have it in the midfield.
Yeah, just keep it in their possession.
Yep.
Great job.
Master, great touch.
Yeah, everyone playing super reserved. These players are really scared to do anything meaningful right now. They're just kind of hitting it back and forth. I think Masseter's going to be able to turn and... Ooh.
No. Oh, it's off. It's off. Lissum can't make contact, though. Oh, Shiro's
Wide
demoed.
open.
It's forced to Lissum. He can't get it.
Ooh.
Sebward's going to put it in. RIT takes the first series. We go to a bracket reset.
That's huge for RIT there. Yeah, that was their their whole tournament series on the line
Yep.
on this overtime. Yeah, Beanz, I'm sure the Beanz really wanted that. They just need to recollect themselves, right? It's not the end of the world. Still have that bracket reset. It was so close there. They were able to really bring it back. I mean, going down 2-0, that would have been a reverse sweep. So
Yep.
they were doing
That's
something
true.
right, obviously. They were adapting really well. I just want to see them keep it up.
Yep. One thing I think it needs to be mentioned, though, these overtimes. I mean, that's 3 overtimes dropped by the Beanz. It'd be nice to see them step up in those clutch moments, get an overtime win for themselves. Because any one of those overtimes, if the Beanz win it, they take the series.
Yeah.
So all very close matches. RT able to squeak this one out. We go to a bracket reset, another best of 5 here shortly.
Yeah, and that's something I feel like Miss Setter's always been known for, right? It's
Yeah.
that overtime being clutch. It's just not shining through right now. So it's something that the Beanz just need to take a second, calm it out. Go into the bracket reset with a fresh mind. Maybe change some stuff up a little bit. Just keep playing their game.
Yeah. And honestly, still, all credit to RIT there for the overtime play. I mean, Jacob, double demo. I think he might have gotten 3, honestly. Like, he was just demoing the entire back line, setting it wide open for Sebward. So, here we go in the second series, though. Best of 5. Reset the bracket. We go again.
For sure. Yeah. Beanz, I'm just looking for these passing plays. RIT is going to stay solid, keep that defense super tight, and, take what they can get. That's something that RIT has been able to do really well throughout this series is just if the Beanz are leaving an open net or just like pockets in their defense, RIT's been able to capitalize on that, honestly, without fail. Beanz is that more aggressive team. They've been playing a bit faster, a bit more loose. RIT's been able to keep them contained a little bit, but it's been shaky. There's been glimmers where Beanz have kind of taken control.
Yep, Master off the ceiling. Can't quite make contact with it. Sebward also can't make contact with it either. He's going to have this clear before before Shiro gets to it. Shiro off into the middle for Lissum. Lissum can't find the net. It's going to be collected by Jacob. Lissum trying to pinch this out. Not sure if there's anyone there. Sunblaze will play this off. It's pinched off the wall. Jacob's going to have the stop for now. Master's up for it first. Lays another one right at Jacob. Jacob up to the task, though.
Yeah, really great defense there from RIT, being able to play that very well. Beanz weren't able to really read any of the openings that RIT was giving them, though. I think it was more RIT's playing it very smart, playing it to each other. But also, I'd like to see Beanz be a little bit more active on actually, getting the rotation in and out and getting all their players involved on plays, both defensive and offensive, just without overcommitting too much.
Yep, good composure there on the goal line from the Beanz. It looked like it could have been awkward from anyone else's perspective, but Shiro knew he had it handled, and so did the guys in the net. Now it looks like Master and Sunblaze are wrapped out of it in Rule 1, and Sunblaze will break it. So,
all right, guys, 2v2.
If we're superstitious, I mean, Sunblaze did break that Rule 1. Just saying.
Yeah.
Now, 3 minutes left in this game 1. Still scoreless. Sebward looking off the wall. Can't find the flip reset on target. Now listen, gonna be able to defend Jacob's shot. Master will tee it up with the 50 as well. A lot of pressure here for RIT. Opportunity comes in. Shiro's able to save it. Shiro looking to clear this out of the orange half, but Jacob takes control. Sebward's going to cut him off.
It's wide open.
Beanz take advantage. A little bit of miscommunication on the RIT side. Beanz capitalize immediately, and they go up 1-0.
Yep. That's the divine justice for breaking that Rule 1.
That's how it works.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it wasn't even him. Like, Sunblaze just often his Maryland as his 2 teammates bump into each other.
Yep.
But 1-0 lead, a little bit more than half this game to go. Beanz looking to take the first one.
Yeah, boost management has definitely been a very, very big contributing factor to a lot of the pressure that the teams have been gaining there. That was a really big opportunity from RIT, but thankfully the Beanz were able to make it to that ball really quick, able to read that super well.
Another good save right afterwards. Jacob's shot was really well placed. And there were 2 defenders for the Beanz there, but both of them in awkward spots. And it looked like they were both able to get it. So obviously the mechanics on defense up to par. Shiro's going to lay one at this net. It's going to be teed off the backboard. No one's up for it immediately, but Lissum's got it first. He's out of boost, though, so it's going to drop to the ground. Sebward's going to clear it.
Yeah, Beanz taking a little bit of that reset. seems like they were just playing faster on defense than RIT was. They were able to get that out really well.
Yep.
But a lot of times, I feel like they overcommit a little bit. It seems like they were really bunched up, and the rotation was a little bit wonky. But RIT wasn't really able to read that.
Yeah.
So Beanz was able to get it out, and I think that's what they're planning to do here again. Instead, they're a little bit too far back, so Subword's going to take control here.
Yeah, I feel like when I'm watching the OSU Beanz defense, it's not a standard rotation. It looks panicky. It looks like no one's ready for it, but RIT's not able to capitalize at all. So, I mean, good composure, I guess, from the Beanz to...
It's that game IQ, yeah.
They know nothing's coming, so...
Yeah, it's not wrong if it works.
Exactly. Don't fix what ain't broke.
True. Yeah, Beanz playing their 50s really well. Losing a little bit of ground. It's just RIT has been able to keep this pressure on for the past like minute or so.
Yep.
Only about a minute left, and they're down 1, so they definitely need something.
Yep. Master's going to cut this off in the midfield. He wins the 50. It's set up for Jacob, though. Shiro's going to challenge him well, though. Gets the 50 and 50 seconds left. Shot by Lissom's going to be saved, but Beanz probably starting to shift a little bit into prevent here, as Shiro's going to get that save on the subword.
Yeah, this fast and loose gameplay from RIT, I don't think OSU...
Oh, great save.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shot in field. It's going to be off target, though.
Yeah, OSU's definitely used to... I feel like RIT's playing a little bit faster now. They've kind of changed a little bit of their play style from, that last series coming to this one. But I feel like OSU, or the Beanz, are really used to this. They've seen this a million times, teams that are this fast. I don't think this play style is really a great counter to OSU. And Masseter being able to eke that in there just around the defense.
Yeah, this was a confusing play because you think Lissom's going for it, and then he does it, and then Masseter just with a cheeky little shot to get 2-0 lead.
Yep.
Beanz looking poised to take this game 1.
For sure. Yeah, and I think RIT honestly just needs to go back to how they were playing last set. They were playing really smart. Beanz still making a lot of, those defensive errors. So I don't see why RIT would really give up that opportunity, capitalize on those.
Yeah.
Which I feel like they're doing a lot this, at least this game, which contributed to this 2-0 loss.
Yep.
For RIT.
Yeah. So 1-0 on the board for the Beanz. Obviously, this series looking like it's going to go hopefully differently, as we did see overtimes to start the last series. But Beanz able to not have to reverse sweep this one. So that's obviously a good start.
Yeah, I think that momentum coming in from those last games, getting so close to that reverse sweep, not winning it, I don't think really made too much of an impact on them. I think the Beanz were really able to keep strong mentally coming to this. Played really well. Not really changing anything too drastic. RIT though seemed really different. I think they were trying to play too fast. I think they were trying to play a little bit beyond their means. And the Beanz were able to just capitalize on that. Yeah, we got some great shots in, some great team plays, and I think that really contributed to this. And I want to see that going into these next couple games.
Yeah, absolutely. It felt definitely a slower game that time. I mean, the one goal that we did see was off of a mistake from RT. It was immediately punished, but that was the one goal we saw. So we'll see how that play style affects both teams. Obviously, we're 6 games into this series. Technically, we've seen these teams face off that many times. But we'll see what kind of adjustments they keep bringing out for each other, because it seems like we're in this for the long haul.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's all about adjustments. It's all about adapting to how your opponents play. And I mean, RIT changing it up, it could catch the Beanz off guard. If they're still, thinking about how do I get around this, the Beanz are really great on these 50s. They're beating RIT at all these balls. How do you play around that? Maybe they'll start faking or like giving up a little bit of ground to try to trick the Beanz a little bit. It's a lot of options they have. So we'll see what's going on with the second game here. Beanz have, all the momentum in the world coming into this.
Yep. Kickoff out to Lissom immediately. If the Beanz keep on their kickoffs, they're going to keep getting opportunities because a lot of these are going back to Shiro. And when Shiro gets the ball off a kickoff, he can be lethal. We've seen it multiple times. This is an open net for now, but nobody's got the boost to get to it. Master should be able to collect and win the 50 against Jacob. It's out for Sunblaze. He'll get it on, or get it away from their net. Now Master's got some boost. He was looking to get back to it. Gets bumped by Shiro. I think Shiro must have gotten a touch on that if he got a shot on target. So interesting interaction there.
Use him as a battering ram.
Yep.
Just get that in.
Hey, if pull shots, I mean, you don't get credit if you pull shot your own teammate, I guess. But you do get a goal, and that's all that matters in this game. Now that's a shot opportunity for Sebward. He's going to almost put it wide, but it rolls in eventually. Opportunity for RIT capitalized upon, but it looked a little dicey.
Yeah, double commit there from Beanz, leaving the net wide open. A little bit of a tough position that RIT was putting the Beanz into. So, yeah, all that pressure definitely accumulated in that
Yep.
goal there finally.
Yep. Well, kickoff to Master. He's going to have to get by Subword. Can't quite do it. Subword's able to collect the ball. Gets past Lissum as well. He's got Sunblaze in support. It's off the corner. Subword won't find the shot before Shiro intercepts it. Demo onto Lissum means I'm not expecting too much pressure here, but Shiro with a flick almost gets it on target. Master, it's over his head. Lissum flies in as third man. What a dangerous challenge, but it still pays off. He knew the limits of his car, tested them perfectly. Now Jacob gets demoed. Master's going to collect this in the corners. Subword gets second touch, gets it by another.
Yeah, it seems like the Beanz have been struggling to always have someone on those 50s. So they're kind of leaving themselves open a lot. You know, with that third man having a challenge on their half, it's a really dangerous position to be in.
Yeah.
This is something that the Beanz definitely need to clean up if they want to see an opening for them.
Yep. Well, back on the blue half here. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in this game. Obviously, RIT with the 1-goal advantage, but still wide open here. So.
Yeah, definitely anyone's game. Only 2 minutes in. I feel like it's been a 10-minute game already.
Yeah, it honestly felt like it.
These players have been playing this ball so quick, and Shiro being able to get that out there. Very scary from Jacob.
Yeah, Jacob's 50 there was absolutely lethal, and if Shiro wasn't there, it was dangerous. Now off the corner and out just barely by Sunblaze. It was a great shot, but just barely off target. 3 minutes left, and OSU looking for a counterattack here. Master's got almost a full tank of boost to deal with. He tees it off the corner. Lissum's up for it, gets dunked in time. And now Jacob's going to beat Shiro cleanly to this ball, and OSU's going to be forced to retreat.
Yeah, RIT definitely went a lot more 50s here, and Beanz have been double committing a lot. That's something that I really haven't noticed at all in the last couple of games, but I think they're just staying too tightly cooped up, maybe a lack of communication. But yeah, RIT winning a lot of these 50s, I think that's been a huge deal breaker in a lot of these games for either team. You know, the games where the Beanz are just dominating these 50s and always beating them to the ball. They've been taking pretty heavy-handedly. Big opportunity there from a setter, but just wasn't able to eke it in. They're hoping to get it back, played a little bit slower.
Sunblaze opted for the boost there, and it's going to force Subword back to deal with this shot. He's got it easily. 50 by Lissum isn't on target, but bump there onto Jacob means Shiro can set up. Infield pass, it's a little too close to the defense. Now Lissum going to try to keep it in the blue half. 2 minutes left here in game 2. Masters up for it early. Jacob barely beats him out, but Shiro's got him well placed. Yeah, Master getting the bump there after missing the challenge. Absolutely what you want. You want to position your car so that, you know, if you do end up getting beat to that challenge, you're at least taking out the guy who beat you.
Yeah, and I feel like it's just a matter of time, honestly, before any of these players on defense just misread one ball and then it's over. You know, their team's going to score. Like they're
Almost. I don't think that's a rule blowing break. Master flip reset, can't get it by the defense. There was a demo there that allowed OSU to start their, you know, transition onto offense. So that's a laid off to Lissum. I don't think he's first to it, though. A little bit of a boost mix up in the corner there, and it's going to give up possession for now. Master looking to extend. It gets it by 1, but Sunblaze collects for now. Lissum's going to tee it up, and Master gets demoed. So
yeah, it feels like just a matter of time before OSU get everything connected and just makes that shot on net.
yeah,
Seems like they've just been ramping up until that moment here. Shiro with an opportunity.
Lissum fires one at net. They're getting a few demos here, so RIT's got to be starting to panic. Lissum just off the post. I don't think he expected the defender to miss that.
No,
I thought he had to clear. This is an opportunity for Master, though. Decides to go low with it. It's still saved by Subword. Sunblaze is going to have a clear for now. Lissum can't quite make the read. Shiro's going to have to force this one. It's out into the middle, but no one's ready for it from RIT, so
Very
Master
scary
collects.
50.
He's got some boost, but he's running out of it quickly. He's looking for the 50. Can't find it into the middle. Jacob's going to extend the play, so 30 seconds left. We'll see if the Beanz can muster up any last-second heroics.
Big chance for possession here. Master kind of dumping it out to Subword, but it goes right back. Losing that 50. Yeah, that was a very tough one.
Yeah, bit of a miscomm there as both Shiro and Master looked at it, and then neither of them went for it.
Yeah, it's tough.
So 10 seconds left. They're looking to break out of defense there, and that's not how you start it. Jacob's going to seal the deal. RIT looked poised to take game 2, and we'll be tied up at 1 of the series.
Yeah, Beanz getting a little antsy there. They were just all pushing up, ready for a clear for something, which is fair. I mean, you have about 10 seconds left. You're only down 1, right? You just have to kind of hope and pray that your teammate gets it to you and you get that opportunity.
Yep.
And it just didn't work out. It happens. So they have about 5 seconds left here. They got to score now if they want to take this game back.
At this point, it feels like a consolation prize to get a goal here. Maybe build a little bit of momentum, but they won't get to do it in this game.
Puts it straight down. Yeah, RIT wants to get straight into that next game.
Yep.
Tied up 1-1 in this grand finals reset here.
Yeah, it's been insane so far. We've had some really close games. Only one game decided by multiple goals.
Yeah.
It's all been overtimes, 1-goal games. So these teams very evenly matched. It wouldn't surprise me to see, the team that ends up losing the series go on next weekend. But obviously, both teams want to take it here now.
100%. Yeah. Beanz definitely roaring right now. They're taking all the opportunities they can get. Just some shots that weren't connecting. RIT opening up the Beanz defense really well. I think that's something that has really attributed to a lot of their winning games, a lot of their success here. Just being able to open up any defense. That's something that is super strong from them, and I think that the Beanz have a bit of an answer. It's a little shaky because a lot of times the rotation just doesn't connect. So defense is it's tough. It's something that the Beanz definitely want to tighten up if they want to take this game.
Yeah. We hop into game 3 here. Both teams just 2 games away from CRL League play.
Yeah.
Master looking for the air dribble. Gets the dunk. It's out to Shiro. Shiro's going to put one on net. It's going to be saved by Subward. Master running interference in the net. Can't quite find it. But Lissom's got possession of the ball on the wall. Can't quite find much with it. Jacob's jumping early. Master recognizes this and fires one towards net, but it's saved by Subward. And it's a long clear as well.
Yeah, very nice defensive play from RIT there. No double commits. They were able to stay really composed despite all the shots from the Beanz. Incredible clear there off the backboard.
Yeah, we're playing some boom ball out here.
Yeah.
Master's going to intercept it.
Jacob's going to...
He's got plenty of boost to deal with, so Shiro's going to tee it up. Double challenge. Master seems to win it. Gets another one. It's past Jacob, technically. Jacob bumped. Lissom can't quite catch up to it.
It's a little too
Almost
fast.
had all the pieces. And, I mean, they were taking out the defender. You got to go for the bump there if you're Masseter, but Jacob just ends up getting too much of a piece for that for Lissom to be ready for it.
Yeah. Yeah, in those 50s, when the Beanz are winning 50s, they're winning the game.
Yep.
So it seems like they're able to stay really solid on those. They're reading their opponents really well this match. And they have in the past as well. It's just, being able to just not fall for a bunch of these tricks. These double commits have been coming out a lot from the Beanz.
Yep.
So it's really been their own downfall. A lot of the goals that are getting scored on them are pretty deserved. So it's something I hope they look into. It seems like they're adapting really well to their environment.
Yeah. I think you're starting to see the fatigue set in for both teams as well. I mean, they've spent 7 games in this series. They know they at least got 2 more. But it's been a long day for both of these teams. And I think hopefully the break that the Beanz got in between the lowers, or while RIT was playing their matches in the lowers, hopefully that break will start to be beneficial to them. But obviously, when you're 7 games into this series, you're 7 games into a series, no matter who you are.
Yeah, it's important to have a sort of mental reset of some sorts here.
Yep.
Yeah, neither teams, though, even with that fatigue, neither of them want to give any ground up.
Absolutely
They're
not.
definitely still fighting as hard as they possibly can here.
Yeah, that's a good pass into the midfield. Master is up for it. Looks to bounce it by the defense. Can't quite find it. Lists some crucial midfield boost pickup, but they won't be able to find much of it. Shiro's got possession of this ball. Can he get the goal? Actually, he gets it by both of them. He knew the situation on the pitch, and he absolutely destroys the 2 defenders in his way.
That's like a Sherlock Holmes moment. It's like time paused. He said, all these players, their momentum isn't carrying over. If I just dribble it over to the end,
just
free goal.
2 touches is all you need.
Yeah.
And halfway through this game 3, Shiro puts the Beanz up by 1.
Yeah, and with how low scoring these games have been so far, 1 goal is it's so much.
It really is, yeah. I mean, the last 2 games, the only games in the series technically were 1-goal games.
Yeah.
So, Lissom looking to change that. It'll be saved by Jacob. That was a threatening shot.
Yeah, both teams just playing in this corner here. Finally getting out mid for Lissom. Just not really getting the touch he probably wanted. Maybe passing it to a teammate that wasn't there. A little bit tough on this defense here, RT. A little uncharacteristic, not just booming the ball out.
Yeah, I think they were running out of boost. I mean, Shiro picked up their corner boost. That shot's going to be really well placed by Subward. They had the counterattack, and Beanz weren't able to recover in time. Sunblaze getting it by multiple defenders, and that pass by Jacob, absolutely perfect.
Yeah, beating over all the defenders.
Yep. So we're tied 1-1.
Yeah, clean play from RIT there for sure. That's something that's been very characteristic of them so far. Very clean plays. They're not going for like any hero solo plays or any like miracles. They're just playing really solid Rocket League here.
It feels like we're seeing that out of both sides here, honestly. No one willing to take the extra risk, although there's a double commit on the Beanz side. Doesn't look like RT's going to be able to capitalize here with a long clear. And, I mean, after a double commit, who cares if you give up possession? Just get it out of the danger zone.
Yeah, and that's something, too, with the, solo plays. Shiro definitely was going for a lot of them early on, but, Sebward being able to eke that out. Beanz not having anyone in net for that. But I was just going to say, yeah, Shiro was definitely going for a lot of solo plays early on, but they've changed kind of their individual play styles a lot now. They're not really going for any 100 boost, ceiling shots or whatever. They're definitely just trying to get it to their teammates, which RIT did there very beautifully, getting around the Beanz defense.
Yeah, I feel like Beanz need to start going back to what they're known for. I need to see more of these infield passes. It feels like a lot of it has been, get a good 50, get a goal when it bounces off someone. And, I mean, that's been working for the most part. But if they can pull out some of these infield passes again, they're going to be lethal. Master almost has a ceiling double tap. He does. He gets it down into the net, top corner. What a play by Master. Absolutely clutch when they need him. And we're tied at 2 at game 3.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about from Masetter, that clutchness, right? That read was absolutely insane off the ceiling. Be able to know that perfectly. He's seen that a million times.
Really well done.
Very beautiful.
He had such low boost,
too.
I think he went into that with 20 boost. He still finds the perfect placement on it. Man is absolutely delivering. We're tied again in game 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to see more of that from the Beanz, right? They're capable of these plays. They just need to have the right setup for them.
Yep. Master with a good touch there to try to extend this play. Shiro gets beat, though. Sunblaze is going to keep this play alive for RIT. Sebward into the middle. Sunblaze gets a demo as well. He's probably there for the shot. Great pass cut off by Shiro. And he's going to take this counterattack all the way down to the corner. Gets it by a couple. Going for another Doomsday dish. He started the series that way. He can't quite get this one. That one rolls off target. And Jacob's up to it first. It's a little awkward. It's a no
my
goal.
God.
What a pinball situation on the net. And they can't quite find the save.
That was actually an insane read. Obviously, Jacob jumping for that. Sebward there's going to have to, think he's just going to try to pinch it out. So it was a great read there, like, calm-wise. But then having that own goal happen is, this is a tough situation for the Beanz.
It's unavoidable. Like, he did his best to save that. It's a great shot by Sebward that honestly could have been on target, and then it would have avoided the own goal. Now, this is an opportunity for Shiro. He's going to tee it off the backboard. He doesn't have the double tap. Doesn't have the shot followed up by by Lissam as well. Shiro might have this. Gets a bump as well. Master teeing it up. Lissam looking for it. Great cutout by Jacob. And I'm not sure how much boost the Beanz have, but they're in a dire situation if they want to win this game 3.
Yeah, the positioning just wasn't there. It's going to touch the ground here, getting RIT up 2-1. In this grand finals reset, this is a scary position for the Beanz to be in, right? That rotation, that positioning crumbling there. They definitely had a lot of shot opportunities towards the end.
Yeah.
They just didn't take it. I mean, Shiro with that read off the backboard just wasn't in position for it. But even, Masetter just not being able to put himself in a position to really get a powerful play that's going to make it past the defense.
Yeah. I love to see the step up from Massiter on the solo play, though. He was able to at least tie that game right back up, which is crucial. We're going to need to see a lot more of that from him. We're going to need to see that from all of them. I mean, the 50s are starting to work, but they're starting to slow down. So they got 2 games to win. RIT obviously on match point. One more game and they make it to CRL league play.
Yeah.
But this series is far from over.
Yeah, definitely. Neither team really giving anything up, right? They're still playing to the best of their ability. All of these games have been so close. This is some awesome Rocket League. I love seeing this. RIT playing super solid, super textbook, and they're definitely keeping it up. They had a game where it was a little rough. They weren't really connecting anything, but they brought it right back in that last game.
Yep.
So hopefully the Beanz have an answer to that.
Now listen, with a bit of a decal change, he's sporting one of the best teams in North America, the Power decal. But we'll see if the car change does anything for him. Obviously, still no watermelon car for Massiter, which is something we know is the beginning of the series. We'll see if Lissam can land this flip reset. Ooh. It's off the post. Massiter should be able to follow this up. He looked like he was trying to shoot it around the defense and couldn't quite get a shot on target. We stay scoreless here in game 4.
Yeah, it's honestly a tough mistake there from Massiter not be able to shoot that on net because it was honestly just pretty wide open.
Yeah.
It's definitely something that you want to be scoring every time.
Yeah, just one defender to beat. Unfortunately, he couldn't do it. Now, Shiro doesn't find that bump, and that could be lethal because Sunblaze has got the... Oh, he doesn't have the double tap, but they have the follow-up. They will get the save.
Yeah. Yeah, Beanz just not be able to read any of that. Sebward just kind of playing around all 3, putting the team on his back, getting that wide open for his offense, his teammates.
Yep. So, RIT, 1-0 lead in their match point game. We'll see what the Beanz respond with. Listen, looking to make a solo play happen. He's going for the bump. Can't quite find Sebward. Now Jacob will throw it down the pitch.
Yeah, I think the win condition, honestly, for the Beans here is to just get those midfield plays. RIT plays so well along the corners, especially in defense. The Beans haven't really been able to open them up to anything when they're kind of taking those plays. And Jacob being able to squeeze it right past the defender there.
Really, really well placed. He's been on fire the entire series. And if your teammate's going to find you in the midfield like that, if you're Jacob, you bury that shot every time.
Yeah, honestly, the path that ball took with like going from the corner back out, being able to get it right to his teammate. This game IQ, I mean, with this ball control from RIT, it's been so on point. It's for this entire series. I mean, what, 7 games in now, or 8 games in now.
Yeah.
Being able to still consistently be able to do that, it's honestly incredible.
Yep. This could be another opportunity. Great demo by Masseter in the midfield. Pass over to Masseter. He's going to take the shot. It's not going to be quite on target, but Jacob's going to deal with it anyways. Now played into the middle. Shiro falls up, saved by Sebward. And now RIT hanging on to their 2-goal lead in this game 4. But, I mean, this isn't anything that the Beans haven't seen before. They've been down 2-0 on series point before. Now, it's a little more dangerous because you know that this is their absolute last chance.
Yeah.
But they've felt this pressure before. They know what they have to do to clean this up. We've seen them do it before. Let's see if they can do it again.
Yeah, and the Beans are a very, very mood swingy type team, right? When they're playing on point, they're unstoppable with a lot of their passing plays, a lot of their solo plays. You know, individually, each player on their team is so mechanically talented. It's really hard to get around that when they're playing, you know, to their full capabilities. But a lot of times they just kind of fall behind, start, you know, not really thinking ahead for anything, and then start missing a lot of shots. That's something that has really contributed to them being down here. They've had a lot of shot opportunities, but they just haven't been able to, you know, get a good one on. So that's something that you definitely want to see here. Shiro with the flip reset, but Sebward being in the back there ready to save it.
It's a good play extension, though. He was able to beat 2 with it and almost beat Sebward. So really good play to just at least get by a couple defenders if you're Shiro. And, I mean, that's what you need right now. You got 2 minutes left, or you have to go again next weekend. And here's an opportunity. Yeah, one pre-jumper in the midfield, but Shiro's just going to get cut out. And I think all of the offense was pushing up. Master's a terrible spot here. He's going to make the backflip save, though. Listen will collect the boost and the ball. He's got an opportunity. Jacob immediately shuts it down, though.
Yeah, Beans having a little pass down to Masseter, not able to get the shot off. Yeah, a lot of those, it's a lot of positioning stuff.
Midfield, Listen can't connect with it.
So many shot opportunities from the Beans here, just not being able to connect any of them.
I like looking for the passes again, though.
Yeah.
I mean, trying to find Lissam in that midfield, that was perfect. I don't want to see a shot on that there, and he knew he had the teammate in the midfield. You just got to be able to connect, and eventually they do. Now Jacob with another shot. He's got 2 goals in this game. He'll put RIT up by 3, and they've got 1 minute and 22 seconds to close this out and possibly take this series.
Yeah, and I mean, the Beans had all the momentum coming into this bracket reset, and RIT was really fighting, you know, tooth and nail for this. And finally, in this last game, you know, they're at the game point grand finals. You know, they win this, they go to league play. So when it matters most, they really compose themselves and bring that momentum right back.
Yep. 1 minute left for the Beans. Ball being on the orange half certainly can't be good for nerves when you know you got 3 goals to make up, and it might be about to be 4. Sunblaze puts it in. RIT is firing on all cylinders, and right now they're in a great spot looking to take this one.
Yeah, RIT definitely looking to take this. Masters not being on that, not being ready for that touch. RIT is kind of in the Beans' head right now.
Yeah.
I feel like they're just kind of playing more passive than they probably should be. A little bit behind. They're letting the ball get around them way too easily.
Yeah. And I think at this point, if you're the Beans, you just send every opportunity you have.
Yeah.
You just go for that every time and just hope you can get enough goals in this time because, I mean, it's very difficult to make a 4-goal comeback no matter how much time you have left. If you got 45 seconds on the clock, though, it's darn near impossible.
Yeah.
Sure how to flip there. I was not aware of that.
That's people just get flipped sometimes.
Just,
I
you
don't
know,
question
occasionally.
it. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, that's going to start popping up a lot more often with this new wall jump we've seen.
Yeah.
But 30 seconds left here in the game. Stays on the orange half. Beanz going to try to do anything, but RT is just going to shut down every opportunity and just play as defensive as possible.
Yep.
It's a tall order.
Yeah, RT definitely going to play smart here, try to close it out. You know, they came this far, took the Beans into the bracket reset. They're up. They've fought every single game. It's been so close. So they're finally, you know, they're ready to cash in. They're ready to end this series and take it 4-0 here. seems like. The Beans, definitely a tough loss here. So many overtimes. Closing out Sunblaze,
What a
just to put
shot.
some salt in the wound.
Yep.
Might as well end it 5-0 here.
Yeah. It has to be said, though. It's a really good run by RIT. I mean, they lost 3-0 to USF in the winter semis, but from there, it's been absolute domination. They got the rematch and destroyed USF in return, and then a grueling series against the Beans. They're able to take it. Congratulations to RIT Orange for qualifying to CRL League play. Unfortunately, the Beans fall this time, but there is another opportunity next weekend.
Yeah, next weekend, Beans definitely not the best loss here. So close. I can't reiterate how close these games were. Sure, I mean, leaving instantly. I'm sure this series probably hurt a lot. You know, they were right there. They were so close. They didn't want to have to go next weekend. You know, they wanted to take this now. They just weren't able to. RIT, honestly, just having the more connected team, very smart play. They were just putting shots on net and able to actually score those goals while the Beans weren't really actually putting those shots on net. They were just playing around defenders and then kind of giving away that possession.
Yeah. Well, obviously, tough series for the Beans. They couldn't quite get it. They did get 3 games overall, but the RIT Tigers were able to take 6. So bracket reset, I mean, that's how that works. They were able to take the series. Really well played by both teams. It was really fun casting it, honestly. But we'll see the Beans next week. And fortunately for them, they should have better seeding because I really doubt Northwood didn't make it.
Yeah.
So this was the toughest bracket, being in Pool 8, that they would have to face. So should have plenty more opportunities. Love to see them here next week.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to what the Beans can do. Great showing. Honestly, Beans played amazingly. RIT played amazingly. Like, all these teams, honestly, even working up to this, College Rocket League is looking amazing right now.
Yeah.
There's so many great teams, so many individual players that are, really just touching the highest levels of Rocket League right now. It's really awesome to see that we can come here and, commentate this stuff. It's so fun.
Well, I think that just about wraps us up for today. We've had 4 teams go through the bracket. Unfortunately, none of them quite made it. Today we had the 2 premier teams that fell a little earlier in the day, and then the 2 club teams as well. It's been an absolute blast commentating this last half of the broadcast with you.
Yeah.
I'm Martian Turtle. This is Orca. Thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you all next week.
Thank you, guys.